Sunflower. One, two, three. There's a zombie on your lawn. There's a zombie on your lawn. There's a zombie on your lawn. We don't want zombies on our lawn. I know your type, tall, dark, and dead. You wanna bite all the petals off of my head and then eat the brains of the one who planted me here. I'm just a sunflower, but see me power an entire infantry. You like the taste of brains, we don't like zombies.
I used to play football.
Football,
Protons protect my head.
on his head,
I have a screen door shield.
door shield.
We are the undead.
There's a zombie on your lawn. There's a zombie on your lawn. There's a zombie on your lawn. We don't want zombies on our lawn. Maybe it's time to reevaluate. I know you have a lot of food on your plate. Brains are quite rich in cholesterol. You're dead, so it doesn't matter. Instead, we'll use the solar power to make a lawn defense at any hour.
I like a tricycle.
Sickle
There's powder on my
on
head.
his head.
I'm gonna eat your brain.
What on the snow?
We are the undead.
There's a zombie on your lawn. There's a zombie on your lawn. There's a zombie on your lawn. We don't want zombies on our lawn. On your lawn.
Because I mean, I obviously had a few faults.
Wake up the wobblers, wake up the wobblers. 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 Wake up the wobblers, wake up the wobblers.
How are we feeling, everybody? Holy Fuck, I hate OBS. Dude, I fucking can't, man. It's actually so stupid. I think I'm actually just kind of retarded. That's the issue I'm having. Holy fuck. We're back already, guys. 2 streams in a row? What? What is wrong with Sailor, guys? Oh my goodness. Actually streaming for once and not being a lazy piece of shit, I think... I don't know, something's wrong with me. Didn't put on a hat either. Yeesh. Oh well. I'm feeling good today, okay? It's going to be a good stream. I can feel it. We're multi-streaming. Both Kick and YouTube, obviously. Kick chat, though, is a little fucked at the moment. I'm trying to get... Oh, I'll get that pulled up. I will. I will not neglect the kickers in the chat, okay? But, yeah, we got good drama today, guys. We got really good drama. I mean, the new Meat Canyon drama literally just dropped 6 hours ago by this person. She already unlisted it. I think she unlisted it after the AM, because Turkey Tom reacted this on stream and he wasn't exactly super nice to her, so that's probably why she unlisted it. However, we're gonna react to it here, okay? I'm not even on the right screen right now. It's just my face. There we go. We're so back, everybody. We're so fucking back. Holy fuck, man. Alright. Let's get into it. I think I really fucked up this stream because, yeah, I don't think the notifications went out correctly because I fucked it up. But whatever. It'll be good content nonetheless, okay? If nobody's watching, who cares, right? Alright, let's just move it. So, this is new Meat Canyon, literally just dropped. It's from MS Breezy. I've never heard of this person, but I mean, they have like, they have almost 1 million subscribers. I think from, let me look. It's from like Minecraft content, right? That's what I saw earlier when I looked at their channel.
What does it mean?
Yeah, so I guess they do like animations, like My Little Pony stuff, which is an interesting choice, you know. Their most popular stuff is all like parodies and like Minecraft content, right? Well, this person is a editor for Meat Canyon. I'll pull up his, and I think more specifically, not his main channel where he does. Holy fuck, that was loud. Not his main channel where he does the animations, but instead it's. I think she edited. What? Actually, why, bro? Holy fuck, man. His second channel, Papa Meat, where he just does...
Welcome back to the Papa...
He just does more, like, daily slop type content, right? So, we're going to react to this video right here. We're basically, supposedly, she is exposing Meat Canyon for being a bad boss, I guess. So, let's get into it.
It's quite a few faults this past... like I want to say October, November, it was really perpetuated. And some of it was like a sobriety issue. And I don't really want to go into details with it because it was...
So, I mean, basically, right off the gun, she is admitting she had a bit of a sobriety issue, okay? She'll go into it a little bit more later. I've already watched a little bit of this. Basically, she had a drinking problem, okay? She had a healthy relationship with alcohol, as Tipster would put it, all right? So...
It kind of came on from, like, really shitty things that happened. And I fell off the wagon. And I tried to, like, do my best to hide it. But, you know, I would sleep in, like, really late. And so then they were getting videos really late. But I had only ever missed one deadline prior to being fired.
Dude, this person. Okay, I don't want to spoil like anything later that she says later, but it's not true that she only missed one deadline. Okay, that is just false.
When I was first hired, again, I don't know how much detail I should go into, but I just want to talk about it because I can't really afford therapy. So y'all, we're doing a group therapy session where I'm the only one talking.
Dude, do these people not have like fucking like friends they can talk to? Like, is this really the best that they have? Is like fucking going on the internet and spilling all their problems to everyone? Are Are you fucking kidding me? You don't have like a friend you can talk to? You have to go on the internet and talk about all your problems? Come on.
And yeah, so I started this semester of school off in like August, and I kind of got like the confirmation within my first week of school, like, hey, yeah, like we're bringing you aboard to edit. Here's your first video. So I edited his adult baby reaction video.
Adult baby.
And from the meetings that we had discussed after that, it seemed kind of like, you know, he didn't want this like work to be getting in the way of my school. He
We'll watch that
he
later.
kind of made it seem like he was very lenient. And I also had a lead editor who
So it sounds like he's being really nice to her. You know, he's saying that this job is flexible. He understands that she's attending school at the same time. So, I mean, the hours going to be flexible. That's a very nice thing for him to do, obviously.
probably maybe seen in his videos called his name is Nick. And he's kind of the head guy I would mostly just talk to because I know that, you know, Hunter, Mr. Meat, Papa Meat, can be busy a lot, especially with like animating and stuff. What's up, Nick Tonius? Sorry, I saw you in here. I meant to say hi. Also, hi, Nia. Also, hi, Ellie. I love you.
Stop interacting with chat.
Oh, what's up, Zaid? Eat the baby. Thank you so much. No worries, Zaid. I'm just happy you popped in. I love seeing you around. No, we don't want to stress you out. Like, just let us know, like, you know, what's happening in a given week. You know, we don't want to like torture you with work and everything. And it seemed like a pretty good deal. And everyone was really, really nice for like the first couple months. But then we got to the Goosebumps video. And there is a lot leading up to this sort of first not great interaction that I had with them. So the Goosebumps video is going up Saturday, just to give you guys an idea. So, like, you know, here's Saturday over here. And this is the Sunday here. And I'm being told, hey, we're sending you footage tomorrow. So I'm getting footage for the Goosebumps video. I might have gotten it that day or the next day, maybe even the day before, but I'm pretty sure it was on Sunday.
Okay.
Thank you, Dinky Doll. I love that name. But that Sunday was also my birthday.
I'm assuming it's this one.
Yeah, that's correct. So that Sunday was my birthday, and I had gotten roofied at a concert that we had gone to for my birthday. So I had a really, really rough, like, recovery from that. Because, I mean, someone, like, they went nuts. Like, drug, whatever they slipped into my drink, like, it messed me up really bad. And, like, we were this close to going to the hospital. But, according to, you know, the medics, it seemed like we were okay. We came home and did a lot of puking, a lot of drinking water, and I eventually recovered. But obviously, as you can imagine, you know, a day after being roofied, you're not feeling fantastic. I think actually that week I was editing Blueface, if I'm correct. It was like this Blueface video.
What?
No, I had done that before. This is the Goosebumps video. Okay.
Okay.
And so I'm talking with him about stuff. And I was supposed to be editing this wedding video. I had written up a document about weird weddings. And generally they would say like, hey, if you wrote the document, you'll also be editing the video because you know the source material better. And so I was really looking forward to it, and I got super prepared to edit this wedding video. And then last minute, on the day like I'm recovering, they're like, hey, we're handing this video off to somebody else, because we need it actually on Wednesday, where we want to upload it actually on Wednesday or something. And I was like, I can still edit it for Wednesday. Like, I'll be up kind of late, but like I'll take the extra pay. But they ended up just handing it off anyway, and
Okay.
that was kind of shitty. And so
It wasn't really shitty. Like, it sounds like normal business things where they were like, hey, like, they said generally, like, right? They can't give all the work to you, right? They need to split it up between multiple employees, it sounds like. So they just wanted to have someone else edit this video that you prepared the document for, right? Like, I don't like, who cares, right? Like, that's not, I don't know.
So I lost my temper a little bit, and I wouldn't say it was anything extraordinary.
Okay, we're
I
speeding this
wasn't
up.
like "Bah, bah, 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 screw you," but I was just like, well, whatever video I'm editing next better not be stupid like the fucking Blueface video. It was something like that. And again, I was not in like
Okay, so there's our very first red flag. Okay, that big old red flag she just put up. What? She's basically admitting here that like she got mad because she didn't get to like. That's just such an entitled concept. You're working for this company. You do what the company wants you to do, and like, why are you complaining about it when it's like okay, you can complain about it, but you should complain to like personal friends. Or like I don't know your mom or something if you don't have personal friends, okay? Why are you fucking yelling at your employer? Like you're biting the hand that feeds you, right? And as you'll see later, she's not too happy with her employer. Like, it sounds like you're kind of a shitty employee already, okay? I'm just to be honest.
a mindset at all. Like maybe I couldn't have edited the wedding video. I don't know, but I was still like social wise, I could like hardly function. And obviously the next couple of days things got a lot better. But he hands me the I don't know if you saw the what's up, Nick?
Oh my fucking god!
That's
What
my
are you
birthday,
doing?
and that's when I got drugged. So you know I'm doing just fine right now. But then let's see after that what am I? So from there we go on to I'm getting handed this Goosebumps video. I don't know if that's the exact timeline, but I want to say pretty confidently that it was. Let me just go double check real quick.
Holy fuck!
Doesn't hold it hostage for like throws at you. If you need anything, I am here.
Yeah, I seem to just one of the constants in a lot of these situations is me. It's almost like I put myself in bad situations, and I think we need to look at that. It's like
Or maybe you create that. What? Maybe you create bad situations. She literally said the constant was her. Maybe you just are shitty to be around. I don't know, man.
maybe let's have a
And
look
have a little self-reflection, bro. Come on.
at that. But until then, yeah, it's been kind of shitty. But thank you so much for the generosity. I also did want to mention that if you guys do want to donate, do it through Streamlabs. I get access to the funds a lot faster to pay off some debt and bills. And literally, I'm just surviving right now.
DSP
I'm not
moment.
trying to do a pity party. Obviously, like we're all surviving. So it's just really odd to be in this position after having been fired so suddenly. But yeah, no, Streamlabs, I get a higher percentage of what you donate. So it's an idea. Okay, so it was the one after Blueface, I'm pretty sure. Sniper Wolf, Weird Weddings. Where's the Weird Weddings one? There we go. So
Newly out trans girl, you're honestly a huge inspiration for me. I'm so sorry you're going through this. Really hope you're okay. Much love.
This person's
yeah, no,
trans.
I hope you know.
I didn't
your
know
journey is,
that. Holy fuck.
Says, thank you, Joe. Oh yeah. Also, Streamlabs will do the text to speech.
This person doesn't know how to
Others
fucking
don't
do a
know
live
anything
stream.
about it. I wanted just to make it more incentive. So yeah, we have this Goosebumps video. I think that I either edited the Tinder one.
Oh my fucking god.
No, yeah. So they handed me this cannibal one, that sort of like Japanese cannibal guy, which I actually personally don't like knowing about the serial killers themselves. I'm not the type of person who indulges in making these people like a celebrity. I like learning about like the psychology and
Then why are
like,
you-
the circumstances of the
I don't like
account.
learning about serial killers and stuff like that. Why are you editing for
Welcome back to the Papa.
Meat Canyon of all people, who's known for covering like disgusting, I don't know, but the just disgusting topics, right? Satan, horrifying evolution, every Saw movie. Obviously, these are all like horror type things, right? And a serial killer, cannibal person seems right up that alley. So if you know that like you don't like this stuff typically, why specifically would you edit for Meat Canyon? Okay, whatever. I don't know. I'm getting triggered over things that don't really matter, but come on.
How what was done to catch them
Hi,
and
Bree.
what
I'm hoping things get better
Hi.
for you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the donation.
If another fucking chatter donates to say, if another fucking chatter just donates to say, I hope you get better, I'm gonna fucking lose it. And like she spends like 5 minutes responding to them.
It always goes in phases. So yeah, the Japanese cannibal one I edited, but then I deleted like all the source content for it afterwards because again I don't really like looking at the people. I like looking at like how they caught them and what mistakes did they make to get them caught because I like doing investigative stuff. So it's cool to watch other like detectives and investigators and just sort of mentally and physically make notes of what they do. So after that, I had a Goosebumps video to edit. The Goosebumps video would go up the following Saturday. And they tried to have me do like a last minute Sniper Wolf clickbait video, which I declined. And so here we are.
All go wrong.
what's the exact date? Yeah, so that one was after my birthday. I struggled to kind of get that one, but it wasn't late. Even though I'm like coming back to earth from having been drugged, like roofied, it wasn't late still. Like I got it to them on time and everything. And then the following week, I'm still recovering from this, and a lot has kind of happened since this, you know, because it's difficult to get kind of your life back to exactly normal after having gone through something like that. So there are just things going in the background, like checks that I have to do, medical and whatnot, and there's some other not great stuff going on in the family. I think that a funeral was being held that week for one family member, which I didn't personally go to because I wasn't like that close to this person, but I had to wait on some stuff because I was waiting to do some things for my parents.
Oh my god.
And I couldn't do it until, you know, they got back from this funeral. And then
Should we harass Papa B? Banger.
so that took up like a lot of time. Then after that, like right after that same week, my childhood dog passed away. I don't know if any of you.
So you're having a shitty week. But as you established earlier, it sounds like this job is very flexible, so it shouldn't be that much of a problem, right? I don't know.
Remember any super old videos? If you remember Jazzy, she passed away that week right after the 13th of October. I think it was the 16th is when she passed away. No, I don't condone harassing anybody. I just want to say what happened, and I just want to get it out of my system because I really feel like I got fucking screwed over.
I
whole thing is
condone
very
it.
suspicious.
No, I don't. You too. I'm kidding.
So Jazzy passed away, and it was just a rough week. So, and they want this Goosebumps video to be like 30 to 40 minutes long. I get it to like 29 minutes on the cut, and I'm going as fast as I can. And Thursday night, me and the head editor, we are literally up all night editing this video. Like I'm editing it from like noon on Wednesday all the way till 9 a.m. noon on Thursday all the way to 9 a.m. like Friday. And I'm like, dude, I need sleep. I'm literally sick because my immune system was like messed up from that. So I caught a cold that week. I remember that now. So not only was I sick, childhood dog had passed away. So I'm helping my parents with stuff and like trying to comfort the family and going through my own little bit of grief. I know it's a dog, but still, like, dogs are family. And we end up like, he comes to me and he's like, hey, like, this is really disappointing that it's taking this long. And I try to explain the circumstances. And this is Papa Me talking to me, a hunter. And he's like, I know, I'm just really frustrated that, you know, we set a due date. Like we gave you all of this stuff and it's not done. Like, I don't, like, just communicate with us. Like, what could have we done to help? And I was like, I don't know. Like, this is all kind of developing this week. But they kind of sort of let it go at that point. But
Wait, okay. So you had a ton of extenuating circumstances, like your dog dying, funeral, and having to recover from this roofie thing. Why would you not tell your employer that you've already established to be very flexible with you? Why would you not let them know that, like, hey, all this stuff is happening right now. The video might be a little late. Why would you not communicate that to them? Why would you just turn it? Why would you just like ghost them and then not turn it in? Like, obviously he's got to be a little upset with you and disappointed when he comes to you and it's not there and he doesn't have a video for that day, meaning that he maybe doesn't get money, like that he's losing out on money because of that, right? Like, are you stupid? You need to call into work, even if you're coming in sick. You at least need to call whoever's fucking like shift lead that day or whatever and let them know that you can't come in, right? It's the same concept where if you're not going to get something done on time, they could probably allocate it to another person while you feel better, right? Like but you still need to call them, right? Like, that's bare minimum.
I stopped hearing from Hunter entirely. They had like purposely now, like, Nick had taken over all communication. And so I couldn't, when I was first hired, like, Hunter would love just kind of like having chats with me and normal conversation. And I'm a talkative person, so I send long messages. And I know some people just aren't like that, but he would still just kind of like, he'd share music and shit with me. Like, we would kind of just like, you know, haha, funny workplace acquaintance type of relationship. Like, but after I had missed a deadline because of all this bullshit, I don't hear from him anymore at all. I have to go through Nick to do all the talking. I sometimes send him.
I mean, yeah, it kind of sounds like he was just mad at you, or it could be other life circumstances. Like, we really don't know, right?
Brief messages here and there, but there's no like trying to start a conversation or make me feel part of the team. And I started to like get really isolated because you're like, you know, when you're in this team, it's not like you're part of a team. You're more just kind of the person that they dump a bunch of shit on and they expect a final product. It's a client, you know, whatever. I'm a contractor. I'm not complaining that much. It's just like editing's a very isolating job because you can't be in a call while you do it. You have to hear all the audio. You can't like be texting people a lot while you do it because you have to be very focused on the visuals. So it gets really isolating.
Does this person go by they, them? Fuck. Wait, hold on. Wait. Here's what I'll do. I'm a genius.
You're super alone, and that was really starting to mess with my work ethic as well. Alongside, you know, a sobriety issue, depression, the things that I had gone through on my birthday, and then the week following with the dog passing away. So it's just kind of this recipe for disaster here. I don't know why when bad stuff happens, it all happens at once. Thank you so much, Derpy Noodles, for donating. And they said,
You're my trans icon hero.
I'll take it. Thank you. don't know what I did. I'm like the most
Holy
miserable person I
fuck.
know.
See you again,
I'm
Bree.
so sad all the time.
Twitter suspended.
I
'Cause
can't find pronouns.
made fun of
I'm
Elon
gonna
Musk,
go
and I
she.
started tweeting out his jet location because it was funny, and then I got suspended. Okay, so that happens, and then the following weeks, I'm cutting a little close, but I still don't miss a deadline at all. And now they're starting to dump longer footage on me. So now instead of getting like 30-minute clips or 30-minute recordings that I'm supposed to edit together, because when I was first hired, they said we want the videos to be around 15 to 20 minutes long, or 15 to 25 minutes long. Easy. I could hit the 15 mark like after like a month of practice. I was easy to hit that. Usually ended up being around 13 sometimes, just because of what we had to cut out and like ads and stuff. But then like I also saw this like personality shift in the recordings too. This kind of weird invincibility complex that YouTubers start to get. And I've been in the industry for a very, very long time, longer than these little babies have.
What?
I have been around all the big names up until like 2017. So I know how these people are, and I can kind of see it when they start to do that sort of turn to the, wait a minute, I can do whatever I want. And that scares me. I hate that. I almost got that myself when I was kind of in my
I don't know what the fuck we're talking about. I was just like, yeah, and he started to get this invincibility complex. And can we get back to the story, please? What are we actually talking about here?
I didn't, because I was going through a transition at the time, and that humbled me the fuck out. As we're going along, I'm like, my videos are consistently successful, pretty well viewed, and I know how much money YouTubers make. I can look at channel statistics and understand what they're getting paid. And I will absolutely tell you guys exactly what YouTubers are making and a little formula you can follow to figure it out. So stay tuned for that. But until that point, I want to say that I know that they know that I'm aware, because I was a YouTuber once, and I know that I'm an editor, but I'm still only taking home probably like a 12th of the profits that they get from a video. And that's fine with me. I don't really give a shit. Just as long as I'm being paid to live comfortably, which I wasn't. I was still scraping by because they were paying me. They had promised me initially, oh, here's another thing. They had promised me initially to do one document for like writing, and the documents they would pay $150 per. So I would write one of those, and then I would edit one video a week.
Hey there. Glad to see you still kicking about. Been a fan for a long while now. Probably since 2015 or so, I'd say. And
my
probably
God.
not the only one you've helped make translol. Sorry to hear you had this rough.
So, yeah, no, I have the brush right here. That's on Quick Draw. Thank you. Before you had object, nothing. Okay. All right, so let's move on. I was initially promised a certain amount of money per month, and I was
So one, okay, oh my god, one document per week and one video per week, I think is what she was trying to say.
basically getting paid $1,000 less than that because they weren't assigning me enough like stuff. And later, it's explained to me that
Wait, okay. Oh my fucking god. Okay, you're mad that they assigned you less stuff, right? But when they assigned you the wrong thing, the thing you didn't want to do, you got really bitchy with them, and like you self-admittedly had a little bit of a freak out. You were like, "Oh my fucking god, okay, don't assign me this bullshit or whatever." And then, right after that, you missed a deadline. Are you fucking kidding me? Of course. If you have like 2 fuck-ups in your workplace, you missed a deadline and didn't even call in about it. You didn't even tell them that you're going to miss it. You just fucking missed it, right? So obviously, after you do those 2 things, they're going to assign you less work because it seems like you can't handle as much work because you're going through a lot of personal stuff, right? They're literally being flexible with you. And you're like getting mad, right? It's if you want more work, then you have to do more work, right? What is happening?
like, because you missed that
Okay,
one
that
deadline,
was weird.
that one single deadline on the video that was supposed to be like half an hour long with JonTron level quality of production. I don't know if you guys saw the Goosebumps video. That video is insane. Like,
Let's watch it. Not the whole thing, but let's see. Goosebumps. I'm gonna assume it's this one. Holy fuck. Why are all these videos so loud?
Today we're going to be starting off our spooky season. I know, but it's weird because they're Canadian and there's Canadian accents, but they're in the South. I just wanted them to say the town name and the state, zip code. Give me their socials is what I want to have. But with the dilapidated house being shown, the mother says, "Wow, this is."
I mean, okay, if we're looking at this, these are
the
some.
biggest phobia on earth is.
I mean, there's
is
some pretty
snakes,
nice
and
edits, right? But like, it's like
really loved, and they uprooted his entire.
it's not like this
life to
person's
see-
making a documentary, right? It seems like just scrubbing through most of it is just Papa Meat talking with some clips inserted incrementally, right? And it's like, I understand there's not much more you can do. I'm not saying this is a bad edit by any means, but I
Some weird
mean,
animal noise.
this is not going to take you like multiple weeks to edit or anything like that, okay?
Kidnapping people, and his dad once again. It's like,
I
what
mean,
are
yeah.
you doing to these deer?
It seems like most of it is just him talking. What's up? What's up, Kaya?
Like, the fact that we put that together in 3 days, baffling. It takes JonTron like
3 days? Really? You think this would take more than 3 days?
And basically, the dad says, "Well, I think Vandal killed this rabbit." Mr. Biden snarls like an animal and
Are you kidding me? Like, that doesn't. I don't think that this would take more than 3 days, right? I think like maybe 2 days of editing at most. I don't fucking know. I've never really edited a project like this specifically, but I mean, from what I know about editing, I don't think this should take. I don't think 3 days for this project is like a super high intensity thing, right? Just got off Fortnite.
What, weeks to put together a video of that quality. So we were fucking going, and to get this sort of criticism, I was like, okay, like whatever.
I mean, their criticism wasn't okay. They literally said the criticism was you not getting stuff done on time, and it wasn't about the quality. They literally never questioned how bad or good your videos were. It was just like, hey, you need to get things done on time. We understand you're going through a hard time, so we're just gonna give you less work. And then they gave you less work, you like got mad, right?
He's just the boss pulling the money, kind of pulling the strings here. I'm just gonna let it go. But I know how much they're making, and eventually I want to make more, at least from editing, if you're not gonna pay me for documents. And he tries to pull like the whole but I really can't afford it at the moment. And I'm like, I know this is bullshit. Now, the thing that kind of made me initiate having a meeting was the Taylor Swift video, or one of the Swiftie videos. I edited both of his Swiftie videos. I don't know if you guys saw the response one where he looks at all the tweets and he's kind of laughing about
I
it.
swear to fucking God.
Welcome back to
It's the number one best performing video on the history of the channel, as far as views to whatnot ratio within an amount of time. So it got 3 million views like that. So it's the best performing video. 2, it's the 5th most popular video on that channel. Now I want to here's the formula for you guys to kind of decipher how much YouTubers make from their views. If you go to Social Blade and you were to look at their views, what you can do is generally, if the video is around 10 minutes or more, I think around 20 minutes, they probably earn more. Just it really depends on the amount of.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with the chat. It said that, but I don't know if that's true.
In my case, and I usually just base it off of my channel, because it's what I know, and I know that it's literally the bare minimum. Like it's the safest bet to guess how much
I have no
YouTubers
clue,
making.
honestly.
But let's say a video has 3 million views. You would take that, essentially multiply it by 4, and then divide by 1,000. And that's...
Multiply the views by 4 and divide by 1,000. I mean, I guess we could do that with one of my videos. Is this going to show anything, like... evil? No. Okay. I wonder if that formula works. Okay, so we have my video right here. Let me look up a calculator. We have my video right here. If we go fucking Yahoo, so we got 4. I'll go 950. We'll just round. And what she said? Fuck, I already forgot what she said. I think it was times 4 divided by 1,000
views. You would take that, but let's say a video has 3 million views. You would take that, essentially multiply it by 4, and then divide by 1,000.
All right, multiply by 4 and divide by 1,000. So times 4 divided by 1,000. I mean, that didn't work for me. I only made like $1.50 from that. Okay. I only made like $1.50. But then again, to be fair, it's probably ad rates and stuff are probably better for bigger channels, I would assume. Is it that much better though? Is it like double? I have no fucking clue, honestly. But yeah. People did not like that video either.
And that's how much money that someone's made from a video. And that does not include the sponsor for that video, which can be, for a channel that size, it could be anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000, just depending. So if you take a look at, this Taylor Swift video, that video alone, I guarantee you made around $17,000. $17,000 for that one fucking video, because of mid-rolls, because of the sponsors, maybe a little less, maybe a little more. I don't know. I don't have access to that sort of information.
I mean, you literally said earlier he has a team of editors. I assume he has a I think he has a team of animators, doesn't he too? Because he does a lot of animations very frequently. I'd be surprised if he literally did it all by himself, right? But I mean, yeah. I assume he has an entire team behind him helping him create YouTube content. A lot of that money probably goes back into his YouTube channel. And he also pockets quite a bit of it too, probably, right? Like, and he can do that because he's the boss, right? Like,
and I would get paid $8.50 a video, which is not a bad rate. I'm okay with that, but I'm like, hey, this is really showing now, like the quality of the work that I'm putting here. And I know a lot of it's the thumbnail and the clickbait title, but I'm still like it's showing that your channel is going to grow. It's continuing to perform well, and I think that I'm still struggling to like sustain my livelihood, and I'm spending all day editing these videos. So I think that if I'm going to be spending this much time keeping this quality, I need I'm going to need to be paid more. After I bring this up, I see they add another editor to the Discord.
Okay, so if we're I mean, she literally says here that like, oh, well, I did these 2 videos that like basically blew up, right? And she's trying to attribute some of that to her editing, right? But I mean, like, if you look at Meat Canyon's channel, her Taylor Swift video was huge, right? Like, it has 2.6, no, it has 6.2 million views, right? Like, it's a really big video. And, so obviously his follow-up videos to that are going to be pretty big by nature, right? So it's probably due to, I'm not trying to shit on this girl, right? But I would assume that a lot of those video success comes from the popularity it gained from like people talking about it, the popularity on the main channel, it being a trending topic, and like she said, the title and thumbnail, right? She is very replaceable in this situation, right? There's a ton of good editors out there who can all do good work on videos. There's only one Meat Canyon who can create there's only one Meat Canyon. There's only one of his personalities out there, okay? And that's really what people are watching for. They're not watching for this girl's editing. So she's just replaceable, right?
Like, you know where this is going. I bring up my concerns. I say, hey, why is this editor here? One, are you guys planning on editing extra videos? And the head editor, Nick, is telling me that, no, they're just here to provide some back-end support so that we can meet deadlines better. I didn't really buy it, but I'm like, okay, let's hope that I'm just preparing for the worst and we actually end up getting the best. As far as circumstances are concerned. Now, yeah, I was an editor for Papa Meat. So after this, also, during that meeting where I'm talking to Nick first, I talked to Nick first and then we end up calling with Papa Meat later. He has for some reason, he has a knack for asking to call when I'm drunk, or like when I was drunk. Well, I was kind of drunk often, but
yeah. Okay, dude. He has a knack for calling when I'm drunk. It sounds like you're just drunk a lot, if I'm being honest with you. Like, you admitted earlier you have, like, an alcohol problem. I don't think he's just calling you when you're drunk. I think you're just drunk a lot.
I had been doing okay pretty much to being sober at this point, but because I was trying to get back on the wagon. And I get a... sorry, I'm trying to think of the timeline here. I have a meeting with Nick. During that meeting, I tell them, because I had been having issues with my computer. It had been progressively getting more and more unstable as time went on.
My father vibes.
And
Damn.
so I'm saying, hey, like, oh my goodness. All right, guys, I'm so sorry. I need to back up just a little bit. I hope that it's okay. Like, you can kind of follow me with my ADHD fucking, like, just a little bit from before when I said. So during this meeting with Nick, I'm told, I was delivered this footage basically like before Thanksgiving. Before Thanksgiving, I was also told that the due date would be later because they expect people to take Thanksgiving, like days during Thanksgiving week off, which I did, which means I was still kind of cutting it close getting this video to them. Again, I was getting like 30 minutes worth of footage like a couple months before. Now they're handing me an hour plus. This one is an hour and 20 minutes of footage, and they want a 35-minute video. And this is Thanksgiving like holiday. So I'm like, all right, dude, I'm gonna do what I can, but we might just have to cut it a little bit short.
Damn,
Which
gamer
they started
guy.
to really not like hearing that. But I also tell them, hey, like I have 18 minutes of polished footage. And just like to get you acquainted with the lingo that we would use on the team, polished just means that we've gone through revisions, we've gone through additions, and then, you know, the final cuts, and it's all footage that's ready to be uploaded. So I had essentially 18 out of 30 minutes of polished footage. And only 12 left, and I can usually stay up during the night and just get it done, grunk it out. But I mentioned during this meeting, I said, my computer is very unstable though, and I don't know what to do. And I keep blue screening, and it is in the past corrupted one of my projects. And this project is very, like, there's a lot of it done. And I have made a million different backups, but these blue screens are going to fuck it up. And they say, sorry about that. I hope it gets better. And I'm like, okay, well, I've told you guys, I've literally warned you, you know, like, so that you could either take the proper measures, you can hand it off to another editor, you could come help me. I don't know what's wrong with my computer. I'm literally have been troubleshooting it. I made like 30 trips to Micro Center.
So, okay, wait, let me get this straight. Earlier, you're complaining they don't give you enough work, and you were asking for more work on top of more pay. But now, you're telling them, like, I'm having more computer trouble when you've already been unreliable in the past, and that maybe you're not going to get it done because of all this computer trouble. If you wanted to hand the project off, why didn't you say that up front? You can't why are you doing like this coy, like this like weird coy thing where you're like, oh, well, my computer's having trouble. Maybe you want to hand this off. Just if you want to hand off the project, tell them you need to hand off the project because your computer is having trouble, right? Like, what else do you want them to do? The only thing they can help you with is handing the project off and suspending any more editing until you get a better computer, right?
Here to go grab replacement parts. Nothing is fixing this thing. Lo and behold, the night before, or no, not even the night before, at 3 p.m. the day before they need it for an upload, my computer blue screens and wipes out 12 of those 18-fit polished minutes.
Okay. Dude, this is triggering me. Okay, so in the meeting, you had 18 minutes done, and you tell them you have a ton of backups. What the fuck is happening?
So
Why
I'm
is it
back down
doing
to
this? You're telling them you have a ton of backups, and it's like, you're all done with 18 minutes of it, right? Then a day later, you didn't have a backup of all 18 minutes. You only had the first 6 minutes backed up. That doesn't make a lot of sense. And then again, I don't know. Can like backups corrupt? I'm not completely sure, right? Maybe I'm wrong on that, but it just doesn't make a lot of sense, right?
6 polished minutes of worth of footage, and I could not recover the rest. Even the backups, all the assurance I tried, no. Even the fucking renders, the polished renders that I made, were corrupted for some reason. Like, corrupted so many things on my PC. I'm fucked. Like, it wouldn't even work with the Google Drive backups that I made. So I messaged them like, dude, it happened. Like, it erased all my footage.
Yeah, I'm trying to stream
also,
more, Gamer
again,
Guy.
A day before this, I had a meeting with Papa.
I'm on break right now, so there should be more streams on the way. I got a lot of stuff to cover tonight. If I don't get through it all, then hopefully I'll go live either tomorrow or the day after.
And told him also about my computer issues, which was again ignored. And it also went into like the topic where I'm trying to say like, hey, pay me more because I need also money to fix my computer so I can continue doing this. I also was trying to be a little bit more responsible and say, hey, like next, after January, I'm gonna try to go back to school, so let's not send me as much footage. And I want to do one video every 2 weeks instead of one video every week, just so that they're not like I'm not over-promising and under-delivering. So then the day before it crashes, kills all that polished footage, and there's no way that I can get this out on time. Especially because I'm doing computer repairs, and I kind of get it back into like a zombie state for brief moments, but I can't do it. And so I'm giving them all the resources, and I'm like, here's everything you need. Hand it off to somebody else to finish this video, so that you can get it out on time. I'm even messaging the new.
Why did you wait till last minute to do that though? If you knew you were having all these computer problems and you knew that there was a big possibility that it could all corrupt, why didn't you hand it off earlier? Why are you just doing that now, right?
Editor trying to get them assets, but they're ignoring
You
us
fucked up.
for
You
some
fucked
reason.
this up.
And
It sounds like
basically then I
it
get
sounds
a
like this person really sucks at communication. They have a very hard time communicating.
message from Nick. And he's just like he's trying to guilt trip me for fucking days about my computer
Oh
crashing.
my god.
They're like,
Guilt,
we gave you this footage before Thanksgiving. It's
guilt tripping.
not done. This shouldn't be an issue at night now. I'm like, it's out of my control, and every
No, you waited till last minute to do it. That's the issue. He gave it to you like over a big break. He said, okay, just at some point do it. You waited till the last minute. You knew you're having computer problems. You waited till the last minute to tell them that it fucked up. Wait, what is wrong with you? You suck so much dick at communicating. It's crazy.
conceivable way. My computer it blue screen. I don't even care if the video was finished. It would have erased it. This is not. I have pictures. I have videos
Jesus
of me trying to
Christ.
troubleshoot it. I have all the proof in the world showing like, yes, my computer was having fucking issues, and he's trying to like lose his temper at me now. I'm like, no. I don't know if you guys
Because you waited till last minute to tell him. You okay.
have endured the stress of.
Do you know if the out-of-touch Slender stabbing video was made completely because of Slenderman Return to Rosswood Pack, or was it just a full out-of-date random thing?
Probably not a day random thing. I am
Jesus.
wildly disconnected from things sometimes. You'd be surprised. I don't know how I made it this long as a gaming YouTuber because I'm such an idiot. Actually, no, that's how I made it so long.
True. Based.
Yeah, so they refuse to help me get any sort of new parts, any new computer. They refuse to assist me with all that. I'm
You're
messaging-
you want them to get you new computer parts? Are you fucking kidding me? What are you, bro? It's your fucking computer. Why would they help you with that?
messaging him a couple days before. I was like, hey, do you have or like, sorry guys, I had to pop my neck off, and I don't know if you noticed.
Oh my god.
So I'm messaging him, asking like, hey, like, can you at least help me edit then? To which he's like, I don't know, it's a busy week. We're supposed to be releasing a new tune or something. We're really busy, and I don't know if I can edit for you. And I'm like, okay, well, the last time you guys got mad at me, you said, hey, just communicate it clearly and just ask for help so that we can get this video out. So I'm asking for help, and now I'm getting scolded for asking for help. One.
Well, yeah, okay. Just because you need to communicate, but they also have a right to be mad at you because you did it last minute.
Two, they're like literally like just freaking out at me when
Jesus
with my
Christ.
computer blue screens. And as what I was saying before we got the donation, I don't know if you've ever experienced the stress of troubleshooting a computer for hours and hours and hours and hours, but it wears on you. It does things to your brain. But not only that, I have the stress of trying to get a video done in time for the upload for the deadline, because I don't want to disappoint my bosses. That's the last thing I want to do. A $5 donation for My Like Old Games, and they say, oh, there's a super chat. Okay. Where did I leave off, dude? I'm so stupid. I'm so ADHD. Okay, yeah. So they're freaking out at me. So I have the stress, like this compounded stress of them yelling at me and me not being able to edit the video or get it recovered. And they tack on to all of that. Like, again, I kind of snapped. I started arguing back. Like, I'm usually a very passive person. I don't like burning bridges. I'm very like, I understand this. And I kind of did. I did kind of respond like with a, I don't blame you guys, because from your perspective, it kind of seems this way. Because again, I'm passive. I don't really like confrontation that much. But they pressed the issue, so I kept going. There was like an argument back and forth between me and Nick. And
Jesus,
it was just so weird how
guys,
thin this line
calm
was.
it down.
Between, like, Nick was, like, I really enjoyed working with, to like, holy crap, they have no empathy whatsoever, and suddenly I'm this super expendable person.
It's because
like,
you fucking suck and you are expendable. What do you mean, bro? Obviously, you're fucking expendable. You're a worker. You work for them twice a week, bro. Or you make one video a week, and then you're trying to downgrade that to one video every 2 weeks. Obviously, you're not like a super important employee to them. You work like what?
Like, for weeks they had been going down this path of like, you don't really matter. Just in their behavior, they would sort of insinuate like how expendable I am and how isolated I am now and how no one wants to talk to me, and they wanted to pretend like I wasn't actually even part of the channel, where at first it kind of like they were stoked to have me. I don't know why there was this sudden shift. I don't think that any of the events leading up to it warranted this treatment, and I would call it pretty, in ways it was abusive.
Okay. And abusive, okay. See, now she's literally just, I can't, bro. Abusive, really? Come on now.
They claimed my work ethic was not great, but when
I mean, obviously they're gonna claim your work ethic isn't great. So far, you've missed 2 fucking deadlines, okay? You're gonna miss this next one coming up. And then you yelled at them already because you assigned them, you already like got snappy with them because you got assigned like the wrong video to edit, right? Like, what? Are you fucking kidding me? Obviously they're gonna have that impression of you with
I told my fiance that. She said she was furious because she's like, you have stayed up like many nights. I have seen you edit for hours and hours. You've had
who the fuck cares what your fiance says, bro? Come the fuck on.
12-hour days all week for videos, and they're trying to sit here and tell you that your work ethic is not good. And the more I had like time away from the situation, the more I'm like, dude, I was fucking boned around towards the end. Like, it became a miserable situation where I was starting to get super overworked and mega underpaid. And if you look at his channel statistics, at the time it was like 16 million views a month. I know he's probably around like 20 something now, but it's 16 million views a month.
This person is just complaining because they don't get paid enough, even though they don't want to work and they're really busy.
Times 4, so that would be 64 plus sponsorships. That channel's probably making around $80,000 to $100,000 a month. I'm making one.
You're editing one video a week. Sorry, you're editing 3 videos a week. What do you want? Like a big cut of of what is making a month? Or are you fucking kidding me? No. He has first of all, he has other editors he has to pay. Second of all, he's the boss. He's the talent. He gets paid the most, obviously, right? He gets the lion's share.
I'm making like 3% of that from them. And I ask for help to repair my computer. No, I ask for pay so that I can afford to.
Dude, okay, if you work at McDonald's and your car breaks down and you're like, can you guys help fix my car? They're obviously they're gonna tell you fuck no and to fuck off, right? Like, even if you need your car to get to work, the CEO of McDonald's is not gonna give you a new car just because it breaks down, right? I mean, like, are you fucking kidding me?
To repair my computer and continue going. Nothing. We're doing the best we can. We're trying to make sure it's all evenly balanced. Okay. I tried talking to one of the other editors and just being like, hey, like, what are you getting paid right now? Like, is anything sketchy happening? And he's like, I'm gonna ask for a raise here soon, but nothing sketchy is happening. He's like super stoked to still be part of the team, and I'm like isolated. Okay. And then yeah.
It sounds like you were just kind of a bitch and they didn't like you. Sorry. Maybe don't get snappy when they assign you the wrong when they assign you the wrong fucking project or whatever. Don't get snappy with them.
This young 20-something-year-olds comes in, and the videos aren't nearly up to like my level of quality, which I'm not trying to insult anybody for that. Like, if someone's still learning their editing skills and stuff, like, that's fine. but it just sucked. It just fucking sucked. Like that was my replacement, and then I never heard anything from Papa Meat.
You know what? You know what though? I bet that 20-year-old was way better at communication. I bet he was way better at making deadlines. I bet he wasn't having a bunch of personal issues in the moment that was preventing him from doing a bunch of stuff. So it makes sense why they would choose him over you. I'm just saying, even if he was producing like a worse quality product or whatever, they didn't need a super high quality product. They just needed something that was acceptable to them and someone who would get things done on time and would be snappy with them, right?
So that was basically me getting fired. But
Elriz.
it gets weirder. Because after I'm fired, they said, we're going to pay you for like a few videos that you were supposed to edit that you can't now, which was kind of a large sum of money up front. And all I could think of was hush money. Like,
Oh my fucking
they didn't even have me
God.
sign an NDA or anything. They just gave it to me and they're like, oh.
Hush money? Really? They didn't think they'd have to give you hush money because they didn't do anything wrong to you. In fact, they were very nice to you. And then they give you what is basically a severance package, which is really nice. They did not have to do that. And you're still fucking finding a way to like complain about it and like twist it into like some evil way. Are you fucking kidding me right now? Hush money, really? Okay. It sounds like they were just fucking nice to you.
I'm like, what the So essentially, after they fired me, I don't know. I literally don't know how to verbalize how like weird
It's
this
not.
is.
It's not weird. They were just being nice. Are you fucking kidding me? This person in chat. What? They thought like
After
they
they
were some
fired
fucking
me,
anime.
They gave me the money that would have been used to repair my computer. They gave me enough money to have repaired my computer for videos I didn't even edit. It's just like a, hey, like, we fired you, okay, bye.
It's not like they were just being nice to you. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm like, you could have paid me this. You could have just paid me in advance so that I could fix this computer. But they refused up until
This
right
is
after they fired
live.
me,
What do
and
you
then
mean?
they gave me that, and then that's like the last I heard. And I was so upset, dude. Like,
Oh
I
yeah, it is. Yeah, no, this
I-
is an offline live. That's what. Okay.
got like really, really depressed for a little while there, and I didn't really know like should I talk about this or what. I know I've spent like an hour now talking about it, so I apologize for my really long storytelling. It was a bit of a timeline, but and I'm also ADHD as hell.
No flipping way. Shit's fucked.
Slumfer, it's pretty much
Okay.
exactly what happened. They said we're gonna pay you for videos that you can't edit now because you're fired. We're going our separate ways, so you can get through the holiday season. I don't get it, dude. It felt like hush money is what it felt like.
It feels like they were just being nice to you after you were continually a very shitty employee. What?
I'm like, well, nobody signed. I didn't sign an NDA, so I'm gonna fucking, I initially wasn't gonna talk or say anything about it because I'm like, well, maybe I was in the wrong. And then the more I look at it, the more I go back and reference these events, and I'm like,
You were in the
look at these
wrong.
catalogs. I'm like, dude, I got fucking beat around. And I think the saddest part of it all too was like I really, especially for my first interactions with Papa Me, like I really hoped that this was like,
Okay, let's go through what they did wrong to you. You fuck shit up in the company. Then they were like stern with you. They were stern with you, and then you fucked more shit up, and you got fired. And then they were very nice to you and give you a severance package. Damn, dude, they really fucked you over, bro. Oh my god, you really needed to make this stream and come out against Papa Meat.
because like he's the kind of guy who just says whatever, and like he'll rag on just the YouTube game in general, and he makes fun of like the status quo, I guess, the general YouTuber MO. And I love that because I fucking don't like YouTubers either. They're often very dumb and very terrible people. Sorry, I'm not saying that they're not
Oh,
really
that's you. Let's go.
YouTubers out there. Do not get me wrong. Like there are people like Mike Pymations. That's someone who's so genuinely talented that it makes me envious. So I think that everything there is like obviously deserved. And I don't understand the people who just have to be fucking awful. And I thought like here's a situation where I'm finally interacting with these people who aren't awful, and then out of nowhere they start being awful like specifically to me. So
Because you were.
that's the story.
You literally admitted you were the first one who was hostile when that video, like you got like the wrong video or whatever. You were like, oh my god. And like you like got snappy with it or whatever. You admitted to be the first one to get hostile. Why are you surprised when they're hostile back at a later point in time, right? Are you
People who are sticking around for
serious?
just the story, that's it.
All right. That's all we have there. I think it's pretty clear that this person's fucking retarded. They deserve to get fired. I don't feel bad for them at all. Elriz, maybe don't be a shit employee. All right. I'm gonna leave for 2 seconds. Don't leave the stream. I'm literally just gonna go downstairs and get a Red Bull real fast. Be right back. We're back. Okay, we're already back. Sorry. I had to go grab another Red Bull. We're staying up late tonight. Let's go. But, yeah, that was that topic right there. What do we want to cover next? Lavloon versus Just Pearly Things or Xander Hall versus Keffels? Very interested. Let's watch Lav versus Pearl. That's what I'm more interested in, I think.
Electrify your
okay.
metabolism back to teenage levels by eating 1/2 teaspoon of this with ice water and...
Rumble ads are so weird, bro. But, I have YouTube Premium. I don't think there's a way to get the ads off of Rumble, so we might have to deal with a couple ads throughout this. But here we have a stream by the Crucible, aka Big Papa Fascist, okay? Now, I know this guy's kind of evil. A lot of people don't like him. But if I'm being honest with you, he has some banger content, okay? And that's what we're checking out today. Basically, he hosted a Twitter space talking about the Whatever Podcast. The Whatever Podcast is basically just like a knockoff version of Fresh and Fit, where they bring like a bunch of girls onto like talk on their podcast, and like they just like kind of make fun of them the whole time. They like point out how like retarded they are, and then like post all these clips to TikTok and all this other stuff, right? Andrew Wilson, or the Crucible, or Big Papa Fascist, decides to do a stream in defense of the Whatever Podcast as people call in through Twitter Space. Actually, I don't even know how he did this. I wish I knew how to do this. But yeah, we're just gonna take a look at this and see what it's about. This is when Lavloon, if you don't remember who Lavloon is, she is the girl who Destiny streamed with for a while, but she turned out to be a little crazy. And then right after, Smith calls in, who is just a Mr. Girl editor, orbiter, I think. And also Just Pearly Things is here with Andrew too. Obviously, Just Pearly Things being a pick-me is she loves the Whatever Podcast. So
there we go.
While you're doing that, I just want to say one thing.
Hang on. I think
that...
we got Lav in. Lav, can you hear us now? Can you unmute yourself?
I can.
Okay, go ahead. If you have some pushback, I'm sure you do. What's your criticism here?
Yeah. Well, firstly, let me say that I'm very ill right now, so I'm not as quick as I usually am. If you could even grant me
catching all those OnlyFans diseases, Lav.
Yes,
Turbo AIDS.
I'm catching all the OnlyFans diseases. No, I think I have COVID. But basically, what I think is kind of degenerate, or at least what is immoral about what Brian does, is that it's not only the OnlyFans girls that he's bringing on, he's also just bringing in random women from the local college, which is very strange to me. I don't know if you recently saw the episode where he gets the, his like the teenager that he gets to sit behind him and make like porny ahigo faces, but he just brought in like her family and they talked about like her body count in front of her dad. Like, it's just completely degenerate.
That's banger, dude.
Like, wait.
That's banger content. What do you mean, dude? That sounds funny as fuck. Getting like some getting some like random girl's dad to come on the show and like talk about her body count in front of him. Dude, if I was that dad, I would kill myself. That sounds like actually evil.
Wait. That girl works for the show.
By sitting in the back and making like porn faces, I just don't know how much that's sex work.
That's not sex work. That you're talking about that Asian chick, right?
Yeah, that's who she's talking about. Yep.
That's pretty much sex work.
That is not sex work. I think she'd find it really offensive if you called her.
I mean, okay, if you're literally there just as like eye candy, which is like basically. Oh, fuck, I'm not showing it. Dude, I'm retarded, bro. Oh my god. Why did no one tell me? You guys suck. No, I'm just kidding. No, okay. But, I think that if you are just like eye candy, like, I mean, I don't think that's sex work, but I also don't think like being like an Instagram or an OnlyFans model is like sex work, right? I think that sex work is like actually if you're like having sex. Right, but I mean, I think a lot of people nowadays, they consider like modeling sex work. They consider OnlyFans modeling sex work, right? So they would probably also consider someone being eye candy sex work, right?
I don't care what she finds offensive.
No,
she sits behind him and makes ahigo.
Hang on. Sigma female, let her finish, and then we'll move over to you.
It's what is true.
I'm retarded, bro.
What is true? If she's not a sex worker, she's not a sex worker. She doesn't sell sex.
Then what is the point of a young woman sitting behind
Well,
Brian and all of that? Let me finish.
Oh, I'll be back later, gamer.
Yeah, I
She
can
works around the
explain.
show.
Yeah, I can actually explain what her function is because I asked her while I was there, Lav. So,
Okay.
What happens is sometimes people fail to show up. In fact, this happens all the time because they book, 7, 8, 9, 10 people at a time. You know this. You were there in the studio. How small it actually is. In order to get those camera shots, they don't want to see empty chairs and they want to see proper spacing. So one of the functions that she has, and you'll see this often, is she will fill the empty chair. That's one thing that she does. She also helps with the studio setup. She also helps with all sorts of different things. She's definitely an employee of the show. And it kind of makes sense to have a woman who can fill in if necessary on the spot. So
Sure, but that's not bringing up the fact that in a lot of the broadcast, she's sitting behind Brian while all the seats are full, and she's making ahigo faces.
I mean, who cares? Why is this even a point of argumentation? I guess Lav has this like weird worldview where she thinks all sex work is like exploitation, right? But if this girl is willingly just like, nobody's asking her to go and make ahigo faces, nobody's asking her to like be eye candy or whatever, right? They're like, what's your issue with it? Nobody is exploiting this girl. She's doing it of her own volition, of her own free will, right? I'm streaming.
I don't know if you know what ahigo faces are. At the camera behind Brian.
I'll do it real quick because this is
That is
boring.
like that
yeah,
is her
because it's
function.
hilarious.
And then he's brought up. It's not hilarious.
Yeah, she's making fun of him. She's making fun of him. She's literally making fun of him. Come on.
I mean, okay, to be fair, I don't know the exact context of this and whether she's making fun of him or not, but I don't think it really matters. I don't think if you willingly go on a stream and you willingly make like a sexual faces at the camera or whatever, I don't think that's exploitation at all, right? Like it's just kind of a stupid thing to say.
Can I just understand your logic? I just want to understand your logic. A woman making a face is sex work.
Do you know what the concept of ahigo is, Pearl?
No. I want a girl making a face. I've been on the show. I know
Okay,
what she
so
does.
if you can't answer my question,
what is
we can't have this discussion.
You think a woman making a face is the same thing as sex work?
I mean, then again, I don't think it is personally, but under like these people's worldview, I can definitely see how it is, right? And I don't know, but I don't think it's exploitation at all. I don't see really what the issue is with it, whether it's sex work or not, right?
Do you know what an ahigo face is, Pearl?
Why don't you answer my question?
If a woman is making... Yeah, let me answer it, babe. If a woman is making a series of pornified faces that are well known in anime communities and pornified male communities as sexual faces, and she's sitting there and all the comments are just talking about how cute and hot she is constantly, yes, I think that is a form of sex work.
So,
and I think in good faith,
Hang on, let her respond, Lav. Let her
if it was
respond.
the right
Lav.
person.
Hey, let her respond now.
I mean, she's just eye candy. That's how I would put it.
Okay, so I want
I
to
know.
repeat it. You think that a woman making a face is the same thing as sex work?
I think in some cases, a woman making a face can be sex work, yeah.
I just didn't realize that women were this retarded. No, that is not sex work.
Well, I mean, listen.
I've never seen Maddie make the
baffle me.
face.
Seeing you on the timeline baffles me. I don't like to think that women aren't that retarded either.
Let me make sure I don't make the wrong face on stream.
Yeah, well, not only that, but if you're mocking, so Lav, let me ask you this: if you're mocking it, if that's the point, is
It's
to
not, Andrew. It's not mocking.
okay,
I
but let
think-
me finish.
listen,
Let me finish.
I think I can
hang
tell
on,
the
hang on. Let
difference.
me finish. I'll let you respond. I always do. Okay. If you're making a mocking face, and I think that I can tell the difference too. And having met this chick, I know for sure because I've talked with her, and she says that she enjoys mocking these people. So if they're making kind of the mocking face, but men.
I mean, okay, she can be mocking people and men can see it at the same time and like think it's hot or whatever, right? She can serve two purposes at the same time. I just don't think it really matters all that much.
Can
right?
sexualize that because some men can sexualize anything. They sexualize like knees. They sexualize all kinds of shit. That's still not. That's not sex work. The sex work has an intent behind it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't
Yeah,
really.
so do you think that this is I
have a
honestly
I mean, I think this is a losing battle for Lav, right? Because apparently both Andrew and Pearl have met this girl personally, and she just admitted that sex work has an intention by it. And Andrew and Pearl are both advocating for this girl and saying, well, her intention actually isn't to arouse the audience sexually. It's in fact to, just like make fun of the girls on the stream or whatever, right? So, I mean, she's kind of fighting a losing battle right here.
I have a question. How old are you?
Okay, go ahead and
How old are you? I have to go in a second. I'm just curious. How old are you?
I'm 25 years old, Pearl.
Right here.
I just find that it's always
Dang it,
older-
your age changed again, Lav.
I know,
I'm like 27
grow
now.
I grow up.
Then you get younger, and then you get older.
What do you mean?
I love I fucking love Lav Hate. It's awesome.
I thought you said you were like 27
She's so retarded.
now.
What?
Me and you have had to talk about your age like 10 times.
He's just mad that that girl gets more sexual.
Dude, Andrew wants to talk about Degenerate. He's smoking in his house, bro. That's so... Dude, okay. This is so unrelated, but I fucking hate people who smoke in their house because their house just smells like shit. Maybe this is like a basement or something, but it's just... Ugh.
Attention that she does.
Unironically, that's the only thing that... Like, the only reason vaping is better than smoking is because it doesn't make your house smell like shit.
Like, I would not call her a sex worker. I gotta go.
All right. See
But-
you later,
but-
Pearl.
Okay. But
Bye, Pearl.
Bye.
Gangnam Style.
All right, Lav. Go
Wait,
ahead.
what?
Sorry.
Wait, first of all, I'm confused because I'm 25, engaged to be married, and haven't ever fucked a black guy. And she wants to talk about degeneracy? That's
What?
crazy to me. That's crazy to me.
Are you saying that having sex with black men is degenerate?
To people with her worldview, absolutely. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
This is such a weird point by Lav, and she never elaborates. And I am not going to go fucking find out what she means by this. I think what she means is like that Lav hangs around like Nick Fuentes, and like Nick Fuentes said one time that like he had those like chat leaks or whatever where he said it's degenerate to have sex, like interracial sex or whatever. But I mean, like, it's so fucking weird. I don't know why she makes this point even in the first place. It's just so... It doesn't make any sense. I think she's just kind of retarded, if I'm being honest with you guys.
Absolutely.
What are you talking about? How?
Smoking feels better, but it tastes like shit.
You want to talk about race science in here, Andrew? I don't think you're gonna like
Her
that.
worldview does not. What are you talking?
Okay. I just think if you fucking smoke in your house, or your car for that matter too, if you smoke in your car, it's just gross. Because then when I have to go in your house or your car, it's like gross, you know?
About what world?
It smells
what
like
worldview
shit.
do you think
We're
she
talking-
ascribes to?
This is what I think. I think that Pearl has become very.
Oh yeah. Also, I want to clarify. I don't think Pearl aligns with Nick Fuentes. Maybe she does. I don't know. I haven't looked into her that much, but I don't think she's that fucking extreme. So
very disenchanted with men because she's only dated black men, and so she takes it out on the whole world. Whatever. We don't need to talk about Pearl. She's not here anymore.
But
And
none
especially
of
now I
that's
can talk-
true.
now I
She
can
hasn't.
speak without
She
her.
hasn't
Now I can
only.
speak without her
Wait,
interrupting me, asking me about my age.
well, wait a
I'm like,
second.
How old is she?
Wait a second. She hasn't only done that. That's ridiculous. Why would you say that?
Wait, why would I say what?
That she's only dated black men. That's not true.
Well, she's only publicly dated black men.
No, that's not even true. You're just making it up as you go. Where
Okay,
on
so
earth did you
has
come
she
up
had a
with
pu-
this?
Wait, publicly has she had a white boyfriend?
Well, I think that she generally keeps that stuff and whatever her dating is to herself, but definitely,
Well,
yeah.
publicly,
Yeah, definitely.
know-
yes,
what we know
definitely
of
she
her
has.
is that
Yes.
she
The
had a
answer is
black
yes.
boyfriend.
The answer is yes, she has.
Yeah.
She has had yes. I don't understand.
See, okay, what Lav is referring to right here is what she's referring to right here is Pearl's relationship with this Wanya guy. This guy is like a super popular TikToker, I think. That's literally the only reason this was ever posted is because this guy has like 30 million followers or something like that on TikTok. He's like really popular. But yeah, I think that's the only reason this relationship was ever public is because he's like also another public figure. I don't think it's fair to say that she only dates black guys because she dated this one black guy and like I think it's 3 years ago at this point that she dated one. Yeah. So, but in fairness to Lav, though, again, this is a really funny video. I don't want to get copyrighted, but I fucking can't. I can't.
That's probably why she's unmarried.
Why I don't. What is the argument that you're bringing to bear here? What is the ideology that you think that Pearl ascribes
Ruined her
to?
sexual marketplace value by race mixing.
Okay, well, look, I'm not going to get into this on YouTube. That's ridiculous on its face. But if you want to, I mean, is that what you believe?
What do you mean? Why else would she not be married?
Oh my god, Lav is just so fucking stupid, man. I hate listening to her.
Well, I mean, is your husband going to lower his value by marrying
bimbo.
a Jewish woman?
No. First of all, Jewish women are top tier. Jewish women are top tier.
No, but it's mixing, Lav. It's
The
mixing.
Japs?
Isn't it
All
mixing?
the men in here know about the Japs. All the men in here know about the Japs.
Yeah.
We're a
okay.
beautiful people. We're a beautiful, big, full-bodied, breasted people. And we're very high IQ. That's what you want to give to your offspring. But
I think Lav is
going back.
I think Lav is just
Going back
retarded.
now. So I don't know if you're aware of this.
Like she's trying to be like funny, like with the like ironic racism thing, but it's just not landing. It's either she's trying to be funny and it's not landing, or she's actually just racist. So I'm actually being really charitable.
Maybe it's because I'm a Zoomer. Maybe it's because I was in the porn world for as long as I was. But there are certain faces that are made in anime or hentai or manga that are very pornified faces. And yes, I have seen her mock a lot of these women on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
But I've also seen her make these overtly sexualized faces. She shows up to the broadcast wearing very revealing clothing.
She's just fucking eye candy. Like, there's a million YouTubers who will put like their hot girlfriend in their thumbnail, right, to like fucking attract more viewers, right? Is that a form of sex work? I think when she says in the porn world, I think what she means is like she did porn for a lot of times. She was like she was in the industry or whatever.
Again,
all these people talk stupid.
listen, even if she doesn't think that that's what she's doing, and I don't think that this is the same thing as being a porn star, obviously. I think that sex work is on like a scale in the same way that like, a model does a form of sex work, like a bikini model does a form of sex work. Obviously, that's not the same thing as porn. There are levels to this. But I think certainly what she's doing is capitalizing, and Brian also is capitalizing off of her youthful, beautiful nature, which I think to some extent can be a form of sex work. And
wait, hang on, one point at a time. So before we get into too much of a gish gallop, your point here is that because men sexualize her on that podcast, that therefore her sexual nature is being exploited by the podcast.
To be fair to Lav, I think her point is that she sexualizes herself, right? Like by wearing revealing clothing, making these faces. I mean, even if it is to mock, I would be willing to bet she knows what she's doing.
Because Brian knows it, yes.
Yeah, but okay, so couldn't you say that about literally any form of a podcast that could have an attractive woman who's on it, who has a fan base?
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah, so don't you think that criticism kind of falls short? Because
I think that it's still.
Yeah, well, you're just saying that
if
if you know that men will sexualize, then women can't have any media presence.
No, I'm saying that first of all, well, we come from different worldviews. I think that because of where women exist on a sexual subjugation scale, there's always going to be an air of that. It's why Rachel wears makeup when she goes on a public appearance. It's because she needs to look presentable. She wants to look beautiful. She's treated better, right? You're more likely to be treated better as a woman.
You're more likely to be treated better as a man if you look better too.
Sure, but it's obviously, that it's different for women.
Well, I don't know, Lav. I often feel very sexualized, and somehow I can still get through the day.
I'm not saying that being sexualized is even inherently a negative thing. I'm just saying it's a neutral thing that exists.
Yeah, I don't know. The point seems to fall short because it's just a criticism that you could lay broadly against anybody who has any female co-host who is in any way even moderately attractive. So in that case, whatever's definitely not doing anything different than almost every conservative or progressive outlet which exists by allowing, any young, attractive women to be there. But there doesn't seem to be any form of sexual exploitation unless you make a real stretch.
Yeah, I mean, like, obviously. Like, it's putting... Even if we... it's just such a weird thing, right? Because it's putting, like, it's like putting a hot girl in, like, a YouTube thumbnail, sexual exploitation. Because you have to remember, from Lab's point of view, all sex work is exploitative to women, right? So, like... it's just so weird. I don't understand how she can have that opinion when if you're willingly doing something, it's not. I don't know. A joint. I think Andrew's like mega conservative. I don't think he would smoke a joint. I think he's like he is called Big Papa Fascist. So that should that should tell you about his politics. I like him though. I don't know how you can hate Andrew. He's such a he's just so likable. I don't know. He's charming.
Well, that's not my biggest criticism of. I just think that that's one aspect of degeneracy. I think that also bringing on women who don't know what they're getting into. There's two things happening.
How do they? Wait. You can stop. What do you mean they don't know what they're getting into? This show has millions of subscribers. The clips are viral constantly. You think that they just don't know what's going on?
Well, this is what I was about to say. Is there's a bunch of people. There's different types of.
Hold up. Is Lab This is her channel. This is 1 month ago. Is Lab sexually exploiting herself here because she is wearing very short, some very short shorts, right? In a way, you could interpret her as being eye candy on whatever fucking show this is. Is she exploiting herself here? I mean, Andrew is very correct when he says that you can lay this criticism very broadly across a lot of channels, right? I don't know. That's the name. The Crucible is just the name of his channel. I think. I don't fucking know.
Come on, one. They're just people from the local colleges because he lives. He records in a college town, so people. I hate
that. Like, I hate when people do this where they act like college kids or like if you're 18, you're a fucking adult. You need to bear the consequences of your actions. Okay, nobody's getting exploited if you go to a random college and you pick up girls there to come on a show and then embarrass them. Okay, nobody's getting exploited. He's not making anyone do anything. If they end up looking retarded, that is their fault, right? And if they wanted to prevent that situation from happening, it's not like they're withholding information, right? Their show is very public. If they want to know what the show's about, all they have to do is look it up, do like 2 seconds of research. If they look it up and they see that their show is basically all about like bringing on retarded women and dunking on them, then they can assess that and make a decision based off it to either go on or not go on, right? All these people are adults. They're fully implicated adults. Like, there is no reason why we should be treating these people like children. But you could with the other girl wearing a low-cut shirt. Yeah, it's so fucking weird, man.
People have heard of it. Maybe they've seen even a couple things go viral, but they don't really understand the concept of the show. Maybe they've never seen a full
What do you mean they don't understand the concept of the show? If they don't, then they should just watch like 2 minutes of a show and they will get the general gist, right? It's really not that hard.
No, they've just seen a clip of it.
Yeah, but that's going to be the exception, not the rule.
And if you as an adult go on a show without doing any research about it beforehand, then that is your own fault. Like, I'm sorry, you're an adult. You're not a little fucking kid anymore. If you go on a show without doing the proper research beforehand and you end up getting dunked on, I don't know what to tell you. It's your fault.
It's also very hard to imagine human nature. It's hard to imagine what it's like to go viral for saying something stupid, right? So of course, mistakes are made.
Yeah, but why do those women then? Why?
And even if going viral for saying something super stupid is like so terrible, right? Ultimately, the majority of like the hate you're gonna get is gonna be online, right? So just fucking. I don't know, delete Twitter, delete Instagram. Who the fuck cares? All right, bye. See you later. Have a good night.
Hey, hang on. This actually, we got to go a point
Andrew,
at a
you've gotta let
time.
me talk
No,
and
we've
finish
got to
my
go.
point.
We've only got to go a point at a time.
I will.
Otherwise, you end up making 4 points.
You stopped me in the middle of.
I have to stop you in the middle of a point in order to address the point. So I will steel man this point, okay, to make sure that I don't get it wrong. Your claim here is that, wait a second, because people, women in this case, or men, doesn't matter, they probably don't even understand the negative side effects of what a viral clip that makes them look stupid is going to do to them.
The negative side effects are not that bad, okay? I've never had like a clip go viral of me like saying something stupid, right? But I do know, like, obviously I've experienced a minimal amount of online hate before. If you're getting hate online, turn off your fucking computer, delete your social media. It's really not that fucking hard to ignore, okay? Just turn it off. I don't know why, dude, people nowadays, like, they have like such a fucking hard time just like not like just turning off Twitter. Like, if you're really having that hard of a time, deactivate your accounts and just delete the app. That's it. Dude, you're done. You no more hate, no more engaging with it. And then after a little while, you can come back. That's the best thing ever, is that people will forget after like a week. You just need to like deactivate and delete it for like a week. That's it. It's not that fucking hard, man. Oh my god.
That's your claim. Am I right about that?
Yeah. Do you think that that's
Okay?
a descriptive
So
or
now,
prescriptive claim?
let me respond to it. Well, I'm arguing with the descriptive claim. Even the descriptive claim here, I don't think is true, because most of these women have these viral clips and then fucking come back.
I don't think that that's true.
That is true. It is true. In fact,
but again, this is why you need to let me finish my
Kiko
points.
comes back. Well, wait, we're on 1 point.
I think, okay, to be fair to Lav here, I think that this is a completely anecdotal, so I don't know if this is 100% true or not, but I think that women with already previously established online, like OnlyFans and like Instagram presence, they come back, presumably to get more attention, right? Because like obviously, if you have a viral clip you saying something stupid, you get a ton more attention to your social medias. A lot of that attention isn't going to be good attention, right? But you're still getting a lot more attention. So I think the way it is like already established online figures come back, but like random women off of like the college street aren't going to come back, right? Because they don't really have that much to gain from it, and they'll just end up looking stupid again, unless they're trying to build like an audience, right?
Point. Right? So you can't gish gallop and evade. Kiko
Andrew,
came
you
back.
did not let me
Nala
finish it. I'm not
came
gish
back. All
galloping.
these different people came back to the show after these viral clips came
Andrew,
out.
why are you?
But I mean, then again, it doesn't even really matter, because if you're an adult and you do something stupid, I don't feel bad for you. Okay, I just don't.
Scared to let me finish a point.
Why are you scared to let
This
me
looks
address
very
one?
estrogenic.
Why are you
This is
scared to
very
let me
estrogenic
address
behavior.
a point?
Like, it's not exploitation. Do I think... Okay, let me amend my point a little bit here. Okay, it's not exploitation anyway if you're an adult and you get brought on one of these shows. But I will admit that, like, the hosts of the whatever podcast are, like, kind of losers for it, right? Like, you're really bringing on, like, kind of, like, some of the most retarded people, just get easy dunks in. It's just low-hanging fruit, right? Like, to be extremely clear, I think that the hosts of the whatever podcast, like, they're obviously picking on extremely low-hanging fruit, but that doesn't make it exploitation, right?
Instead, I have to let you gish gallop. We're on a single point. Let's get the point out so that you can't move away from the point over and over and over. So to respond to this, they come back on the show. Can you respond to that criticism?
So wait, the criticism that you're making that you don't think that it's true.
Yeah, I'm saying that your descriptive claim is false, and my evidence for this is that they come back even after these viral clips,
So
making them
your
look
your
stupid
evidence
come
is
out.
anecdotal, just as mine.
No,
is. So
no,
it's just
mine's
different descriptions,
mine's not
just different
anecdotal.
views of the same thing.
Mine's not anecdotal.
I mean, okay, to be fair, they're both anecdotal. They're just anecdotal observations, right? But what Andrew should say here is that, like, even if it is anecdotal, obviously some people still come back. What do you say to that, right? I mean, like, obviously still at least some do. Like, that is empirical.
Well, I'm giving you evidence.
Oh, so you have statistical evidence showing that
It doesn't
all
need
of
to
the women
wait,
who
wait,
embarrass
wait.
themselves come on.
It doesn't
Come back
need.
on.
It doesn't need to be.
Okay, so neither does mine.
It
It doesn't need to be empirical, but it is a 100% fact that some women still do come back on. And what Lab needs to do is respond to that. Like, well, if having this viral clip is so terrible, then why do people still come back on after having this terrible viral clip? And that's what she needs to respond to.
Doesn't need to be
but-
empirical in
So
that
neither do
sense. Hang on. In that sense, it is still empirical to say, though, that they come back on, so the criticism falls short.
Sure, and do you not think that a part of that is to prove
having
themselves
another
that they're
smoke.
like not retarded? Of course, we see celebrities do this all the time. They beg for forgiveness. They try to come on. That's human nature, anyway. And also, let me finish the rest of my point.
I mean, okay, dude. If fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me, right? Like, if you go on the show twice and you end up getting embarrassed twice, then like there's even less sympathy. Okay, I already had very little sympathy, but there is like actually zero sympathy if you come on twice and end up getting embarrassed.
Is that there are certainly women who come on just looking to promote and don't even care what they look like or whatever. But Brian also, I don't know if you know anyone who hasn't been asked to go on, but I'm someone who wasn't asked to go on. I was someone who wanted to go on. So what they do is they make you, and I can send this to you, they make you fill out like a questionnaire basically, and I'm sure that Brian chooses the most retarded and vivacious out of the fucking bunch. And these women like it. Again, I'm not even anti whatever podcast. I
Okay,
like
hang
that
on.
the
One
medium
point.
exists.
One point. So let's start with your point of they have to fill out some paperwork before they come on. And so your point here is, I'm certain that
Wait,
Brian.
also, have you seen?
Let me
have you
finish,
seen the
Lav.
questionnaire?
Let me finish. Yes, I have.
Do you know that it says to dress like it's gonna be hot in a club? What do you think that sounds like, Andrew?
Well, so it says you can, or that people enjoy that. It doesn't say that you must. There's no must. There's no entailment for must.
I mean, I don't know why Lav would make a big deal out of that when that is just like the vibe of the show, right? Like there's like a dress code or whatever, right? They like if it was more like a more formal debate show, I'm sure it'd say something like wear like nice clothing or whatever. But no, it's like it's that type of show, so they're gonna obviously want people to show up in like scantily clothed or whatever, right? Like who cares?
And
Of course
that's
there's
also
a must.
that's also
There
that's
doesn't
also
need to be a must.
Lav, I'm answering to your question. It doesn't say that you have to do that.
And then yeah, Andrew's making a good point here where like the whatever podcast is not making them do anything. They're not saying like it's either you dress like a slut or you don't get to come on the podcast. They're saying this is the general vibe, so you know, we advise you to dress like this. But obviously, you can show up in a suit if you wanted to, right?
Yes. What's going on?
Of course.
What's going on is you're framing it as though that is said when it's not said. Not only that, when you're talking about the questionnaire itself that you're filling out to come on, you make kind of this bold claim that he's only selecting out of people who send those questionnaires in.
I didn't make that bold claim.
You did. Your exact words were.
No, I didn't.
This is why I stop you on every point. Your exact words here were I'm sure Brian's only selecting the ones that he thinks are going to be the dumbest or the most ridiculous. Those were your exact words.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's actually, you even got my adjectives wrong.
See, this is what Lav does. She focuses on like the most like nothing points, right? Like, oh, you got the adjectives wrong. Who the fuck cares? You did say that, right? Which is completely like it's a completely baseless assumption that Lav makes. Well, probably not baseless, as you can see that a lot of women that go on the show are pretty dumb. But I mean, then again, it's an unsubstantiated assumption, right?
I said retarded and vivacious.
Okay, so then you did say it.
But no, I definitely made the implication that I think that that's what he has to be doing for
I mean,
views.
you didn't make an implication. You said it. There's a difference between implying something and saying it, right?
But I don't think that that's even.
And you
I
have
can't
zero
prove that.
evidence. Yeah, you have zero evidence for it.
Sure.
Yeah.
This whole all we're doing, Andrew, me and you are making anecdotal claims about the same person. So you can give your opinion, and I'm allowed to give mine. I haven't asked you for empirical data about your anecdotal thoughts about Brian.
You can make
And
this.
so
Hang on. You
asking
can
me
make.
for mine is very silly.
This is insane. So if you witness a murder, that's an anecdotal claim. But does that mean that you should not be taken seriously, or your witness should not be taken seriously?
Honestly, watching the Whatever podcast is sort of like witnessing a murder.
Yeah,
And
you're
then
not
it is-
answering.
Yeah,
you're not.
it's hard to
You're not
prove.
answering. You're not answering to the question. So to answer to the question, should you be dismissed because it's anecdotal? You don't have empirical evidence. That's
yeah,
it.
someone.
That's
yeah,
not the
and someone cannot
standard.
Go to jail based on witness testimony.
Yes, they can.
Yeah, I don't know what
Not-
Lav is talking about here, okay? people most definitely can go to jail based off of witness testimony. She's going to argue with BPF for a little bit about this. You can most definitely go to jail based off witness testimony, especially if you are considered a very credible witness, or there's multiple witnesses involved in the case, right? Like, if fucking 5 people all see you kill someone, obviously they're going to take that seriously and you'll probably be convicted, right? Or like, I'm trying to think of an example of like a credible witness. But obviously there's circumstances where fucking observing something is enough to get someone convicted, right?
On just witness testimony?
Yes.
No, they can't.
Yes, they can.
And I mean, don't women go to jail, or like, don't men go to jail for like rape all the time, right? I'm not saying that's a bad thing, obviously, but like, basically most of the time at least, all you have in a rape case is witness testimony. It's the testimony of the girl who was raped, right? There's usually not empirical evidence. There's usually not like super strong evidence. It's usually just her like story or whatever. And then, maybe like a rape kit too, right? And people get convicted for that all the time. So I don't know. I don't even know what Lav is saying here.
No, they can.
They can.
There's no way you actually think this.
I not to think it, but it's true that you can go to jail just based on
Andrew.
witness testimony. Yes, you
No,
can.
you can't.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
Why do you think you can't? Show me the
Because
law that
that's not
says.
how the American
Show me.
law
Show
works,
me. Show me.
Andrew.
Show me that you can't go to jail based on eyewitness testimony.
You go to jail beyond a reasonable doubt, which means that you have to have at least a couple other forms of evidence.
Nope.
If some person just comes up to you and says, no, this didn't happen, or no, this did happen, that is not the deciding factor of whether or not you go to jail, Andrew.
It
Come the
can, yeah.
fuck
All
on.
you have to do
Be
is
for real.
demonstrate,
Be for
and I'm
real.
being for real. So all you have to do is demonstrate to a jury that the eyewitness testimony is credible enough to be beyond reasonable doubt. That's it. You can indeed, and people have, gone to jail many, many, many times just based on eyewitness testimony, absent any other compelling evidence. I mean, many times in the justice system this has happened. You have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's just true.
Okay, I don't even, Andrew, I don't even know how to fight this. That's
Bro, Lav is so fucking retarded, man. And she can't fight it because she's just wrong and she won't back down.
not how people go to jail. I don't even know what to say.
It is, and it does happen all the time. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, you know what? I have the ego death. Sorry, I'm eating a fry. I have the ego death to concede to this. I don't even care that much about it. But with the Whatever podcast, bringing it back because you love to just go all over the place during a debate. This is like your entire mode of operation is just like
Dude, I don't know how Lav can say that when Andrew is like the only person keeping this fucking conversation on track, bro. Oh my God.
I go one point at a time. Don't let you gish gallop. It upsets you because anytime I pin you on a point, you get destroyed on it.
Someone finish a point, and that's how you.
You've
end up
talked
winning
more
with
than I've
stupid
talked,
people.
Lav.
I'm above it, Andrew.
You've
You
talked
can't
more
do it
than
with
I've
me.
talked, Lav.
Objectively true.
Maybe that's true, but I just have more to say generally.
Yeah, I know, because you want to gish gallop around, and when I pin you on a point, you get wrecked on the point. That's
What
why
have
you want to
pinned
gish
me
gallop.
and wrecked me on, Andrew.
Every
What
point.
She literally just conceded a point. Are you fucking kidding me? That literally just happened. What did you pin me on? It just happened.
Every point thus far that you've
in
made.
parallel universes?
We must be, because what's happened here is that every single time we actually draw down on an actual point that you're making, where you don't just kind of spurg all over the place, you can never make a defensible case for what it is that you're saying. This is very common for left-wing debaters, by the way. It's why they hate me, because I drill in on a single point.
I can't.
Lav thinks that sarcasm is like supporting evidence for her argument, to be fair.
What do you? Okay, so let me be. Okay,
I don't know what that
because maybe
person's
I'm
talking about.
confused here. What do you think my argument is?
I think that your argument, well, you've made multiple, but I'll steal man kind of each in a row. The first argument that you made was that Brian recruits locally, and most of the time these women don't even know what they're getting into. That was false.
Did I say most of the time?
Yeah, you did say most of the time, yeah.
No, I didn't.
And not only that,
No, I didn't.
you said, and then backed away from the claim that you're sure.
Nope, didn't back away from it.
You're
Still
sure.
believe that there are some women that he brings on. that
Do you
have
want
no
me to
idea
steel
what they're
man
getting
them
into.
one at a time or no?
See, this is why you win debates, is because you frame them incorrectly, Andrew.
Yeah, you can go after the steel man. That's fine, but at least let me make the steel man. So the second steel man to your argument was that when he gets these different questionnaires in, you're sure, and this is what you said, you're sure that what he does is he selects for, whatever the most provocative or whatever, however you framed that. But that is what you said.
Do you think I stated that as opinion or fact?
Well, I think that you wanted to lead people.
I mean, she did clarify directly after that. That's her opinion, right? So, I mean, I guess fair point to Lav.
Full into the idea that this is what was going on, even if it was stated as an opinion. I think that that's the entailment that you wanted.
Podcast, do you want to lead people into thinking that you're right about it?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice concession. Okay. What else?
Well, what do you mean? What do you mean? The concession? So what I'm doing is making sure that the framing is correct, and that you're not able to lead people down to this untrue statement. So at least the statements I'm trying to make are true.
Untrue statement of opinion.
Yeah. Your opinion is it? Does it have any truth claim to it at all?
Well, here's the thing. This is also about what I said about Pearl is that, I said this. A matter of opinion, but also there's truth to it, is that dating a black man ruins your
dude,
sexual
I'm not getting into that.
Jesus Christ.
If you want to talk about
there's
that,
obviously a level of truth
yeah,
to
she
it.
always brings it back to this weird race shit, bro. Kick her off. Get her out of here.
Want to talk about that while I'm on YouTube? I got to drop you from the stream, Lav. You think you can handle the not being a groiper for 5 minutes, or
a groiper?
Yeah.
Holy, can you be a Jewish woman groiper?
Yeah, I don't know. Do you want to?
I don't know. I mean, to be fair, Nick Fuentes is like the leader of the groipers, and he's like a Mexican. He's not even a full Mexican. He's a half Mexican, right? So I think anything is possible.
Do you want to actually have a productive conversation, or no?
I'm trying to, Andrew. Yeah. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'll behave from now on.
Yeah. So anyway,
whip her into shape, Andrew.
What we were saying, these are your criticisms here kind of fall short. You also tried to say that it was the Asian chick who works for the podcast, that she's somehow sexually provocative and her sexuality is being exploited because she makes goofy faces, which I thought was also an insane claim. When we drilled in on that claim, we find out...
Because you don't understand Ahegao?
Yeah, we find out... No, I do understand what that is.
Oh?
Yeah.
Very familiar? Or just tangentially?
No, I ran into it because they have that chick Nala and she explained it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so, but what she's doing is making fun of that. So, and obviously making fun of that.
It was before Nala ever came on the podcast.
Yeah, that doesn't mean that she's not doing it. Yeah, so
also,
she's still familiar.
What
does that have to do with anything? Wait, what does her going on the podcast later have to do with this chick's familiarity with that? That makes no sense, Lav.
Wait, okay, so her doing Ahegao faces even without Nala coming on. Let's say that Nala just doesn't even exist.
Yeah.
It's still just making fun of Ahegao?
Yeah, they're making fun of it, sure.
Actionably, do you think that that's any different?
I think what Andrew's trying to say here is that she's just doing it like ironically, right? And even if she's doing it ironically, obviously there can still be like coomers in the audience that like think she's hot or whatever. But I mean, even Lav admitted herself that in order for someone to do sex work, there has to be intention behind it, right? So I mean, I don't think it's this like girl's fault if she's doing something ironically and people are perceiving it as if, like, oh, I'm cooming right now or whatever, right?
Different? Do you think?
Yeah. Do you think that Nala's the only? Do you think that?
Not porn anymore?
Do you think that Nala's the only one who's done that? And do you think that it's pornography for her to make fun of it? That's insane.
I mean, I think she's pretty obviously eye candy, right? But I don't think being eye candy is sex work. So
if she was making fun of it by taking, if she was taking her clothes off to do porn, to own the porn stars, you would have a point. But making fun of the faces, yeah, I don't think so.
So let's say if you dressed up as
is he having a third smoke? Oh my god,
dressed up as like a
that's
kawaii
crazy.
girl to make fun of kawaii girls, and men are still getting the same thing from it. Is it actionably any different?
Well, in that particular case, probably not. But that has nothing to do.
So Ahegao probably.
Yeah, but you're
actionably...
making a false dichotomy comparison.
We need an Andrew smoke.
That actually wasn't a false dichotomy.
It is a false dichotomy because in the one case, what they're doing, you're saying if you do porn to own the porn star, or if you're taking off clothes in order to make fun of the people who are taking off clothes, you're actually engaged in the same activity they are. Yeah,
so
but you're not engaging.
By doing Ahegao,
No. You're not. You're not actually. So in that particular.
And why?
I mean, it's like the same result, right? Where like I don't think you're engaging in the same activity, but it produces the same result where people are gonna like coom to it, right? But then again, I don't even know why they're having this argument because I really don't think that being eye candy on a stream is fucking sexual exploitation like Lav thinks. Okay, Lav is like some extremo weirdo. All right,
because in that particular case, what you're doing is you're not engaged in the same activity of the intent, trying to be provocative towards the idea. So this is no different
now with
yeah.
sex work.
Yeah, of course. Well, intent always matters with sex work. Intent matters with everything.
Okay, I just disagree with this. So I guess that's where the debate.
Dude, Andrew pinned her again, dude. She was where did I get pinned on any points, Andrew? It just happened again, bitch. You're owned.
And there, I don't think that intent matters when you're doing something sexualized that people can jerk their genitals to. But
well, I mean, then basically every single woman who any man ever sexualizes who's on the mainstream is doing something wrong.
Well, wrong. I wouldn't even. So you make the argument that it's wrong. I think that being
fine. Then they're all doing sex
human.
work. Then they're all doing sex work, Lav. That's the logical entailment of your position.
I think that any woman who makes her platform about sex is probably engaging in sex work.
Yeah, but that's not what your argument is. Your argument is that nope. Your argument is that if you're in any way being an attractive and provocative, yeah, but it's not. You can reframe. Well, you're just reframing it, but that is what the entailment of your argument is. So I'm just letting you know whether you like it or not.
Thank you for telling me the entailment. Can you spell entailment for me, Andrew?
Yeah, it's spelled like this: ENTAIL. Fuck you. It's spelled like that.
I don't think that's it.
I love Andrew.
I think it is. I think it is. But anyway, I appreciate the call in, Lav. I'll let you go. Have a good day. I'll bring up some of the other speakers who might be critical here.
All right, this is where I stop watching. I think we're gonna watch a little further into it. This is when Smith calls in. Okay, if you don't know Smith. He's a little he's a little rat. He's a Mr. Girl dick rider. I actually got the follow from Chud Logic on Twitter for dunking on this little fucking retard. So, that was a funny story. Basically, Smith thinks that Smith tried to claim that he wasn't a hobbyist despite having less, I don't think he's ever made $1 from content creation, okay? I could be wrong about that, but I don't think he's ever even made $1. And he tries to claim that, oh, I'm not a hobbyist. I do YouTube for real. It's not a hobby for me. Motherfucker, if it's not your job, you're a hobbyist, okay? That's a complete side tangent, though. That's just to let you know, a little sneak peek in the retardation we're about to indulge in, okay?
Second.
Okay, come on. Let's get into it.
That was real frustrating.
This is Smith.
Listen to a juego, like you have to reframe it as either it's sex work or it's not, just to avoid saying it's sexual. Like what the fuck? Like both you and Pearl sound retarded.
Damn.
Okay, so what's the argument?
Thanks, Smith.
I just need to get that off of my chest before I.
Oh my god.
Very frustrating.
This guy is so fucking stupid. I had to get off my chest that I think you're retarded. Okay, dude.
Whatever doesn't need to be deplatformed. Any leftists saying that it should are insane. This stupid thing leftists do. Brian literally has a sex doll on the set. He tells them that they can dress like they're in a hot club. The show is all about shaming these women, just like your co-host just said. It's all about shaming them.
Good.
But it's not that. But that.
I mean, yeah, okay. I agree with what Smith is saying here. It's just the show is about picking on low-hanging fruit, which I think the hosts are obviously kind of losers for. But I don't think they're doing anything like inherently fucking evil by doing the show, right?
On to be shamed because some people were coming on here earlier to say that it's like the simp pipeline. No, it's the hate pipeline. It's they get a shit ton of like people that hate women to go onto their OnlyFans and hate jerk off to them. That's how they're making their money. That's what's happening. It's not turning men into simps. It's turning men into incel losers who don't know how to talk to women.
Okay.
Because they think women are all these fucking insane OnlyFans girls that literally go and perform this retarded bimbo performance.
Dude, bro, I don't understand how people think like this, right? Like, Do people like I okay, if you're like some like homeschooled freak and you've never talked to women in your life and you watch these podcasts, obviously you're gonna think all women are like these like retarded bimbo OnlyFans people, right? But dude, 95% of people who are fans of like the whatever podcast probably are normal fucking people and probably have all interacted with normal women before, okay? Like I think a lot of these people like Smith, I think they think that like the general population of people is just so fucking retarded that they unironically think that like watching a podcast is going to shape their worldview about literally everything. Okay, bro? Like every single person on earth has probably met a normal woman who they like, right? Who they think is like a cool person to like talk to or whatever. I don't understand how you can think that watching a podcast would turn somebody like super fucking against women because like they hate them. Like, I don't get it. It seems so disconnected to me.
To make men hate them, and then get all these hate views.
Well, then how come these women, most of them, are so highly successful?
Like, okay, I think that if watching the whatever podcast makes you hate women, then I think you were destined for that already. Okay. I just think you're a little retarded, okay? And I don't think that's the majority of people. I think that's a very small minority that these people like to fucking focus in on.
And Rich, prior to the fact that they go on the whatever podcast.
I don't know. It has nothing to do with what I'm just saying.
It does. Well,
I'm
but
talking about what happens on the whatever
hang on. I just
podcast.
let you talk. Are you going to let me respond or no?
Okay, I was talking about what happens on.
Yeah, that's nice. Are you going to let me respond or not? So, to respond to the claim, so that you know, you're saying that these already rich women, that it's creating a pipeline to people to go and hate jerk off to them. That's kind of what your point is here, right? But why do they need to do that and make themselves look stupid?
I don't even think it needs to be like a hate jerk off, right? I think like you can like laugh at how stupid a woman is and then like go jack off to her later, right? Like I don't think it's just such a weird concept. I don't know. Maybe
if they're already multimillionaires or make hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, not doing that.
I don't know. Why don't you ask them? I would assume they're probably already.
Well, I'm asking you because it's your claim.
Well, I mean, probably they were already successful before, right? Then they got brought on this podcast to just boost their success, right? They're already popular before because they're hot.
Majority, what you're asking me to pontificate onto why they're doing that. So
it's your claim, so I'm trying to see if it's sound, if it even makes sense.
My claim was about what's happening on the whatever podcast. You're asking me a secondary question, which
is the motivation to go on the podcast to begin with. That happens on the podcast, right?
To promote their OnlyFans. Anybody that's like a major OnlyFans creator, porn star, whatever the fuck you want to call them, they know that the majority of men that fucking subscribe to them hate them and they hate women. And they
don't know that. You're just making that up. Demonstrate it. Demonstrate that that's true. That's just made up bullshit.
I mean, okay, I think it's a fair assessment to say that the majority of the whatever podcast audience is probably a little incel-y, right? Like they probably don't have the highest opinion of women, right? Simply because of the nature of the content where they're like constantly dunking on women, right? However, I think Smith is taking it to a new extreme where he's saying like, oh, everyone who watches the whatever podcast automatically fucking hates women and they want to, you know, like, I don't know. I think there is somewhere in the middle, right?
You're just making it up as you go.
So you think that the majority of these men, like these women that are making like hundreds and hundreds of $1,000s a month, like on OnlyFans, you think that like the majority of the men that are giving them money, like are actually simps and in love with them and shit?
I think
I don't think you have to be a simp to jerk off to someone, right? I think you just, it's probably more, I don't think it's as deep as Smith is presenting it. I think that like they just like see like a hot woman and they want to jerk off to it, right? Like I think that's it. And also like even people who don't watch the whatever podcast, obviously, if they're getting more traction to their account, more hate comments, that's interaction that boosts them in the algorithm, and then it shows their account to people who didn't even see them through the whatever podcast, and just new audience through interactions and stuff, right?
For the most part, yeah.
Well, I disagree.
But give me the evidence for the disagreement.
No, most of them hate them.
Give me the evidence for the disagreement.
No, I mean, give me evidence. Give me evidence.
Okay, so here's the evidence that I can give you. So here's the evidence. I'll give you the evidence to the counter. I've talked to these women, right? I've talked to many of these women, They make the claim the opposite direction, both on camera and off camera, that these men come in and simp for them and absolutely adore them. They're not
Yes,
there
men
to
do
hate them
that.
at all.
Yes, men do that, but the big money is in the hate viewers, the hate people.
Okay, well, I just
Even you know
offered
that
you
as a
my
streamer, you know
evidence.
that the
I mean, like, Andrew has a good point here where he's saying that he's talked to these women personally. He knows that, like, a lot of them, he's claiming at least that, a lot of their, like, he's talked to them and they say that, like, they don't get a lot of, like, hate viewers or whatever, right? And Smith is just kind of basically claiming that they do. And, like, it's just coming from nowhere, right?
That is bullshit.
Well, I just
That
offered
is
you. Hang on.
silly bullshit
Let me
soy
finish.
nonsense.
Let me finish.
Who is Andrew's, like, co-host here? She's so... They need to turn her down, bro.
Off, Andrew, you
Mhm.
would not have a channel.
Yeah, but anyway, so let me finish what I was
Simp
saying. Yes,
will
I
not
would. I'm a great
English good.
political analyst, whether I'm pissing people off or not. But that aside, and by the way, for the most part of the beginning of the channel, the content did not revolve around me at all. It revolved around other people. It was still a successful channel. You don't know what you're talking about. But that aside, back to this, I just gave you evidence for my claim from the source's mouth. From the mouth of
That
these
was
people.
Not evidence. You just made an anecdote.
No, this is from the.
That was evidence. I mean, even anecdotes are obviously still evidence. It's just a very weak form of evidence, right? However, if somebody is presenting a very weak form of evidence versus, like, literally fucking no evidence, what are you going to believe?
Source, the women themselves, who tell me
you made
this.
an anecdotal
Well, who's
claim.
going to know more than them? You?
Can you not wait? But first of all, like, I just need to make sure.
Who's going to know more than them?
actually
You?
not know the difference between an anecdotal claim and evidence.
Okay, but should I take
You
this?
actually not know the
Should I
difference? You
take
claim you're
the
such a fucking
source?
debater, but you
should-
What is he talking about? Obviously, anecdotes can be, like, they can be evidence. It's just a very, 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 very weak form of evidence, right?
should I
between an
take?
anecdotal fucking claim?
You're still spurging, dude. Should I take the claim of the woman as being more accurate than your claim?
Yeah,
Which,
you
yeah.
can listen to people. and
You,
what they have to
well,
say,
who
what
do
they're
you
doing.
think? Which do you think is more reasonable? That I take the claim of the woman who tells me this, who's engaged in it, or your counterclaim, who's
You
not
don't have
in
to
any way
believe me.
engaged in
This
it?
is what I think, and I think I'm right. That most of the big bucks come from the hate viewers, the
Yeah.
people that hate jerk off to you.
Then prove it.
I think you have soy
prove it.
rage. I think you're a little soy man who's really, really angry. And these girls make most of their
Well, prove
money
it
from
then.
dudes
That's
that
just-
send them love
my
letters.
god.
Yeah, I've done the statistics. I have a whole sheet on it, and the way that they make money is because they do, like, chats. Now, whether they have a chat bot doing it or it's really them.
I mean,
they-
yeah, obviously, that's where I think most of the money is in OnlyFans, is like the parasocial aspect, right? Where, like, the people who are jerking off, like, they're talking to a real woman or whatever. And yeah.
Most of these girls make their big money is they have a handful
Yeah, I
of
don't, like, if you're literally just want to watch someone to, like, hate, jerk off to them, I think OnlyFans is probably the worst site to do it, because the main attraction is the parasocial factor. And if you have, like, a hate relationship with someone, I don't know why you would want to engage with that. It doesn't make a ton of sense. I could see that as, like, maybe, like, hate watching, like, just a regular porn video where you're not actually interacting with the person who's producing it, you know?
of whales who pay to chat with them,
That's
who
correct.
send them gifts,
That is
who
true.
buy them cars.
Yep.
So no, it's not the majority of the money is coming from hate watching, you absolute soy retard.
Thank you.
W.
Okay, well, let me amend my statement then. The majority of the audience is the hate people. The whales are not. The whales are the simps. Most of the people flocking in are not simps, and you need to have a massive influx of people. You can't just actually. If they only had like 3 simps, they wouldn't get any attention. They wouldn't be able to go on to whatever.
Fucking
podcast. They'd
jazz
just
from
be
that
a
Red Bull,
fucking-
bro.
Yeah, they would. They would
sugar-
sell.
sugar-
Yeah, just 3
sugar
simps.
baby.
3 simps can equal hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars for some of these
That's
women.
not what I said. I yes, I.
And
I
that
get
would-
you guys,
that
but
would
I'm saying that they
explode.
would just be a sugar baby, and they wouldn't have access to shows like this
Why wouldn't they?
because they have 3 subscribers to their own.
Yeah, but the thing is that they can have. Do you realize that they can do all sorts of advertising they couldn't ordinarily do by having that kind of influx of money, so that they can bring the simps in on the OnlyFans? You realize this, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
And
So
do you
I
realize
mean,
by doing that advertisement, the most of the influx is going to be hate people that are going to hate jerk
then
off.
that's what you have failed to demonstrate.
Well, that's no. I don't. I'm not.
Not hate
I'm,
watching, curious
I've already
watching on the other
explained
hand.
to you, and you cannot demonstrate otherwise. That's what I think. You think otherwise. So we can just.
Yeah,
he,
but
he did kind of demonstrate otherwise by having an anecdotal experience, and it's it's even more credible than like a normal anecdotal experience because he's talking like directly to people who run these like OnlyFans services, right? Like if you go talk to a bunch of business owners or whatever, and you come back with their advice, you tell someone else about the advice you heard. Obviously, your advice is going to be the advice you procured from the other businessmen is going to be less value than the words of advice from the businessmen themselves. You know, like the primary source. However, it is still a pretty valuable source of information, right? Because you've collected it from so many different places.
I at least have the evidence from the women themselves. Don't you think that's better than your claim of just I think this based on nothing?
Have said that there are
Well, so
simps,
like for instance,
which I agree
what
with.
are you even basing this on?
This is what I think.
Yeah, but what based on what?
Because I don't know. It's what I don't know. What do you want me to say?
I want.
Dude, Smith is so fucking retarded, man. He wants you to describe how you came to your opinion, right? Like it's so fucking simple. What was your thought process? Why do you think this? Like what led you to this conclusion?
Why don't you just tell me what you're basing it on? You think it. I get that you think it, but why do you think it?
Okay, so the same thing happens on the Fresh and Fit podcast. Most of the viewers on these podcasts hate women. They're very misogynistic, and so they get a big influx of people to their fucking channels. It's not people that are simps. It's people that hate them. Seems obvious.
How does Smith know that though, dude? Like, okay, how interactions work? Like, okay, let's say this like dumb whore goes on the podcast, right? And then she says something stupid. Oh, it blows up, blah 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 blah. And then she goes back on Twitter later and she's like tweeting stuff. And then she has all these fucking people replying to her, like shitting on her, right? Of all those people replying, they all have like small Twitter followings, 20, 50, maybe like even 1,000, right? All those people. The people who follow them are then going to see them replying to this girl, and maybe they don't even know what it's about, but they're going to like see the hot girl, and then maybe they'll start like that's the new audience member the girl just gained, right? It doesn't have to be just exclusively the audience of these misogynistic communities that are watching her, but even if it is, like it doesn't really make sense that they would go to OnlyFans of all places, right? Why wouldn't they jerk off on like through a normal avenue?
Because well, wait. If they go on these different shows where perhaps they have hate watchers there, maybe there could be some people who come over who like, I don't know, hate jerk off to them or some shit like this. But the core of their fan base most certainly is not that way. They were already popularized before they ever went on those shows. So I don't really understand why you even why you even come up with this.
You can't demonstrate that the core. I mean, I agree that whales are usually simps, but the core of their fan base, you can't demonstrate either way. But I think when you go on whatever podcast, then the majority of people that come from that audience are going to be hate viewers. And I think that.
I mean, I don't know how fucking OnlyFans works. I've never been on that website, but like, I assume there's a comment section, right? If you go to like some random OnlyFans whore who has been on the whatever podcast, you scroll down the comments. Are the comments going to be like wildly negative and like shitting on her because like it's a bunch of hate watchers? Like that just I doubt it. If I'm being honest with you, I doubt it.
That's pretty.
Yeah, but that's going to be a small fraction of their audience.
Well, that's why they go on at all.
Yeah, but that's going to be a tiny.
Because they want to look like a retard. They go on to get viewers.
Well, that's going to be a tiny fraction of their audience, and no, I think that also.
I mean, obviously they want to look like a retard, so then it blows up, and then they get more attention, right?
So a lot of women enjoy having negative and positive attention, even if it doesn't lead to monetary gain.
What is your evidence for that, Andrew?
Well, the evidence that I would use for that is the amount of social studies which show that both negative and positive attention.
Salacious appeal to authority, and you're just going to throw it.
Well,
off
would you
that?
reject
Would
you reject sociological studies as being an authority?
I mean, most people would.
So would you?
Yeah, and I don't like you're just
saying
without actually presenting anything.
Okay,
so
but you said it's an appeal to authority. An appeal to authority.
I mean, I'm sure like this is I don't know. I mean, I don't care enough to look up like a study on like what women like is attention or whatever. It's weird. Glad you stopped eating the beanie. What? Oh, wearing. Okay. Not to look bad. You just look brighter without it.
Authority fallacy only works if we don't agree on the authority.
Okay, well, I don't agree.
If I take off my headset, it's Jover.
Agree on the authority. I don't agree on.
Well, then why
claiming
would you
that the
say that
authority
I made an
says-
appeal to authority? If you agree with the authority, you fucking
Because
idiot.
you did make an appeal to authority, which we both agree.
Well, we
Authority,
can't.
we don't
If
agree
I
with
can't
what the
make an
authority
appeal
says.
to authority if you agree with the authority. Anyway.
No,
all right. Enough. You're a fucking dolt. I'll bring the next person up. By the way, it's funny. If I were him, I would have countered with, but you don't believe they're an authority, which I would have had a great argument with for as well, but whatever.
No, I think, okay. We're not going to watch any more of this. I think we got the gist of it. Moral of the story, Lav and Smith are both utterly fucking retarded. Everyone who's ever come out of Mr. Girls Camp, frankly, is pretty fucking retarded. And that's kind of hard to argue with, okay? They're fucking stupid. I don't know. We got one more thing to cover, and you know what? Let's just fucking do it, dude. I'm not... Take off the headset. It's... Here, hold up. Let's get a good view. It's not as bad as I thought it'd be, actually. It's just kind of... I don't know. I needed to brush it this morning, so it's a little fucked up, but... There we go. We got the flowing locks. All right. Let's move on to the next topic. Here we go. Coming clean about Keffals. So basically what this drama is all about is Xander Hall got mad that Shoe on Head associates with... No, I'm sorry. I got that completely mixed up. Xander Hall got mad that Keffals is continuing to associate with Shoe on Head, despite the fact that Shoe on Head is supposedly pedo-jacketed Xander Hall. Now, what Xander Hall means by that is there was a ton of drama where Balenciaga released some very sussy images where kids were featured in some kind of pretty gross ways, I would say, okay? And Xander Hall saw this and he called it out. And then Shoe on Head basically calls Xander Hall out by saying it's not that big of a deal. And because of like this frankly light criticism that Shoe on Head Shoe on Head Xander Hall way, he somehow fucking twisted that and mind gymnastics that into, oh, you're calling me a pedophile, right? Which is obviously a insane leap in logic, completely fucking retarded, but that's basically the gist of it. And Keffals has continued to associate with Shoe on Head. And Xander Hall got really mad about that, basically saying, hey, if you don't disassociate from Shoe on Head, I'm going to have to burn the bridge. And Keffals was like, fuck you. And then in the midst of all this drama, Xander Hall actually ended up retweeting an allegation against Keffals, basically saying that she abused her partner. Now, Keffals already did an entire nuke stream on her partner in the past, basically exposing that she most definitely did not abuse her partner. I will say that. I only watched bits and pieces of it, but she did not abuse her partner. And it's, in fact, more likely that her partner abused her, right? So I will say all that. But that's how we got here, and Xander Hall is finally addressing it after just basically fucking ignoring it for a couple days. And, yeah. The dent at first is crazy, though. The dent is crazy.
Well, hello, everybody. It's good to be back from my break.
Okay, this guy... all these fucking Twitch poll people talk so fucking slow, it's insufferable.
And today, I've got some stuff that I've really got to talk about. Many of you guys have probably thought about this whole situation as nothing other than, like, pointless parasocial drama. And to be completely honest with you, besides one thing, something that I genuinely feel morally obliged to apologize for, I do think that it's mostly been that, just petty parasocial internet drama. Though I will say the effect it's had on my...
Where Xander Hall is in the wrong. Like, almost every step of the way he's been in the wrong.
Channel has been pretty astronomical. The last time I've lost this many subs in this short of a period of time was the sex cult drama, which is pretty crazy to think about. Regardless, my channel's still doing okay. Like, I'm not at risk of collapsing or anything. I've got 600 people watching right now, but it has been a pretty big hit to my channel. I've lost over 3,000 subs in about a week and a half, so I do feel the need to respond to the numerous lies that have been said about me, but as I said before, to also apologize for something I've did in all this that is an objective wrong. So,
I mean, at least he's doing that, okay.
time off, both because dealing with drama during the holiday season, and also
During the Holocaust. I thought that's what he was going to say.
so, you know, just getting a lot of hate in general and having a lot of negativity coming my
You
way.
fucking deserve it. You're a little snake, dude. I'm getting so fucking ahead of myself. I need to stop.
Take the time off while I enjoy Christmas, and when I have the free time and things are calm,
Sure,
to
you
just
can be
put
mod.
together a proper response written up with receipts, clips, all that good stuff, prepared and ready for all of you. And that's what I'm going to be reading to you all today, as well as showing you quite a few clips that I have gathered. I have prepared the script, and I'm going to try to stay mostly on script, but I'm going to ask that any of you guys who can think of any damning claims that have been made about me and all of this that I forget to acknowledge, feel free to at me in the chat, because I can't really remember and write out everything. And so
I know an allegation. Gay turbo AIDS. Xander Hall needs to address the gay turbo AIDS allegations. Okay, I mean, look at him. He looks like he's an AIDS patient. Okay, I would not be surprised.
having you guys able to remind me of anything I forget would be kind of nice. That's also part of why I'm doing this live in the first place. So,
Why
all that out
not?
of the way, let's get started. Hey everyone, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Before getting started, I feel I should let you all know where
What's
I
nice
came
about
from
being a
last
small
week.
streamer is I can
As
mod
we-
a bunch of people, and like if you fucking abuse it or whatever, I can just unmod you. So actually, I really don't need moderators, so it's more of just a cool little badge for you.
As you may guess, I've had a lot of hate comments come my way because of this drama, and I decided it would be best to just let Keffals make all of her videos milking this and lying about me before I do my final response and just enjoy the holidays without wading through drama. I was also originally going to make this a pre-recorded video, but I figured doing this live will allow me to respond to claims made about me that I may forget to include here. I'm going to try to stick to just reading what I have written here, but if I see a claim or question that really needs to be answered in chat, I will for the sake of including it in the response. A lot has happened since this all started with me publicly burning the bridge with Keffals, but since that point, I basically completely allowed Keffals to control the narrative with her multitude of drama streams she's done about me, despite this being my first actual video about her through all of this. I will
I mean, okay.
admit, however, and I think it's important to get to this as early on as possible. I made one big mistake in all of this that I absolutely have to take accountability for
I'm not
and
really for it.
apologize for with an explanation before we move on.
I don't know how
Late
much
into this
longer I'm
drama,
gonna go.
While I was receiving a massive amount of hate from both my and Keffals fans, one of my regular viewers commented something supportive of me, which mentioned at the time non-debunked allegations that Keffals was an abuser. I retweeted it since it was one of the few tweets not insulting me during all of this without researching the allegations myself. At this point,
Yeah, dude, you're a fucking retard. Yeah, I just retweeted baseless allegations because that was like the only comment not being mean to me. So, you know, I figured I would just retweet it. Like, dude, I don't even know what to say, dude. You're fucking retarded, man.
I'd heard of the allegations before a couple weeks prior, but forgot about them after thinking I'll just wait for her response. Me and Keffals were friends at the time. I was just like, I'll wait, you know, I'll wait and see how she responds whenever I first heard about them. In response to my retweet of this person mentioning the allegations, Keffals would do a stream and thoroughly debunk them. Not only that, but Keffals proved, undoubtedly, she was in fact the victim in that situation, not the abuser. While I disagree with this framing that I made her relive her abuse by forcing her to debunk the allegations, I definitely made a big and hurtful mistake by retweeting that claim so flippantly. I've had similar things done to me, so I know how much it sucks to have people support your abuser who's engaging in public darvo against you. I truly am sorry to both Keffals and to all of you. I admit that while getting nonstop hate online, pretty much any comment backing me up is getting retweeted by me, and I really should have thought about it.
Dude, you're such a fucking loser, bro. Oh my god. Yeah, but like, whenever I'm getting hate online, I just fucking retweet everyone who's not being mean to me. Like, bro. How fucking insecure do you have to be to like dig through comments, find the one little fucking comment that's not shitting on you and retweet it? You're such a fucking loser, man.
Boosting such serious allegations. I won't make any excuses for this behavior, but I will point out why I found this specific mistake I made getting so much negative attention a little ironic. So, for those that don't know why I got a little defensive, not really defensive, I kind of just slinked away and didn't immediately put out the apology, is because I guess the irony that I feel it would be remiss of me to point out is that Keffals has a habit of doing the same thing.
I'm not paying
but
for
arguably
mods,
worse.
bro.
I don't think it's good when you
Oh
do
yeah,
this.
meanwhile he stealths people, which is legitimate.
This is Keffals talking about Destiny. And obviously what she's saying here is not true.
Oh yeah, meanwhile he stealths people, which is legitimately a form of rape. Insane. Insane shit.
I mean, fair play by Xander Hall here. It is objectively true that Keffals pushed, or she said false allegations against Destiny that were really shitty. However, she has since apologized, and I think her and Destiny are good at this point. I mean, let me reiterate, Keffals is still very much a shitty person for this, and a shitty person for a myriad of other things, most of which being scamming her fans out of $100,000. But that's completely beside the point, okay? I mean, yeah, Keffals does have a good point, Xander Hall does have a good point here that she has made the same mistake in the past. However, that doesn't make what Xander Hall did any less retarded.
What is stealthing? Taking off the condom without telling your partner, and like it's rape. It's basically just like stealthily removing the condom. To be fair, she has apologized for this, but it's not the only example.
not getting him
She's
back.
also called ChudLogic a pedophile, and called Keemstar a pedophile on Twitter as recently as a couple days ago.
Okay. She's also I hate Xander Hall, but he's making some good points here, okay? She has called ChudLogic a pedophile, which is completely untrue, obviously. And I mean, yeah, that was another instance where she really fucked up. But I feel like Xander Hall he's directing attention away from what he did, right? Like, obviously he really fucked up. He admitted he fucked up, but now he's like trying to say that like all this stuff, it doesn't really matter to like the central point, right? I don't know.
Yeah, literally on Christmas Eve, she on Twitter replied to Keemstar, "I've always wanted to ratio a pedophile," which like fuck Keemstar and everything, but also can you see where like a little bit of my defensiveness came from with like, okay, I definitely was in the wrong, but also holy shit, you know? The fact that I like none of these people doesn't change that.
I mean, yeah, she's a hypocrite.
Starting false allegations of a serious nature against them is not okay. I did the same to Keffels by retweeting that post, and while it is a little ironic, it doesn't change the fact that I engaged in one of the bad behaviors commonly practiced by the person I'm trying to argue against, and that disappoints me as well as you. It really upsets me that I did something so stupid and wrong, because besides that fuck-up, I feel I've been pretty well reasoned and correct in all of this, though very misrepresented and lied about. While I did wrong Keffels by signal boosting those false allegations and take the L on it, what that followed and was followed by countless lies about me from Keffels that I don't believe me making that mistake cancels out or takes away my right to debunk. I hope you'll all listen to me as I explain my side of this. I'm going to start with a recap of events many of you already know, but others have lied about to make me seem unreasonable. So, we're going to be going back in time here a little bit, about a year back in time, and get into some very important context. Back in 2019, when my channel was still a little baby in the space of internet politics, I found myself becoming friends with a content creator named Shoeonhead. I was well aware of her before we became friends since I'd watched her videos for years back when I was a chuddy teenager, so her now wanting to be my friend felt like a big step up in my journey as a content creator. All of this coincided with a very clear heel turn in her public politics towards progressive socialism. She was super on the Bernie wave. Times were good. It was great fun. The problems began to start with people wanting to hold Shu to account for things she said in the years past. Everyone from random Twitter users to my own fans were demanding I answer for the past actions of this woman. To be fair, I was and am a public figure, and if I'm going to publicly associate with someone, I figure I ought to be able to defend it, so I did. There are numerous videos on my channel from the years of 2019 to 2022 defending Shu from negative claims made about her, since I see my friendships as an extension of myself in a way. I've been accused of saying that I see my friendships as an extension of myself as being like narcissistic or egotistical. Maybe that's just a very like American Southern phrase that's not like commonly repeated outside of like where I grew up, but that is a phrase I heard from teachers, guidance counselors, like just older people giving advice and like just all the time growing up. Like, your friends are an extension of yourself. The point is, yeah, you are the company you keep is also another word for it. So I don't know. I understand the wording is weird. Maybe it's a more regional thing, but it basically means you are the company you keep is what my friends are an extension of myself means. Yeah. Also, here's a screenshot of one of those videos I made from back in the day. There are many more, but it's just an example of a video I made defending Shu. It's no secret I used to make videos defending Shu. I don't feel that's super in need of proving.
Okay, so you made videos defending Shu. Who cares? Why are we... I don't understand.
I decided to include evidence regardless. Lots of evidence in this. I think someone's friends say a lot about them, and when people said my friendship with Shu was bad, that was also an indictment of my judgment. At the start, these criticisms were for relatively mundane and defendable things. The really bad things she did in the past seem to have been apologized for, so I only really cared about her actions now. This started to change in late 2020. Bernie lost the Democratic primary, and Shu's politics were broken forever from that point, making my public association much harder to defend from then on. Here's Shu's video from when Bernie lost 5 Ways to Cope. It's actually a good thumbnail. I like that thumbnail. Yeah, it's a very Southern phrase. Thank you. She would regularly push relatively harmless conspiracy theories and Nazgul talking points.
I'm not neglecting him. He's right here.
Was still soak dem leaning, so I defended it. Then, in late 2020, I had a debate with an old acquaintance, now wretched, dark arch enemies of each other, of Shoeonhead's Cult of Dusty. I like Cult of Dusty, by the way. I think he's cool. He challenged me, or I challenged him, I actually don't remember, to a debate on whether associating with Shu publicly as a left-wing figures was responsible. And credit where credit is due, he decisively whooped me in that debate. He did. You can watch it yourself if you want to see, but for a summary, he brought a lot more receipts on Shu than I was expecting. The aftermath really started to make me question whether I was making the right choice by defending her. At the end of the day, she'd also defended me before and had been so nice to me in private, it felt wrong to stop associating with her over things that were mostly in her past. So regrettably, I continued to defend my public association with Shu. Things started to change as a new trend in her behavior became apparent. My long-term LGBT viewers should be well aware of the yearly kink at pride discourse that Shu would not necessarily create or start, but often bolster with her platform. Regardless of your position on this issue, it's undeniable that every time she would, say, tweet something like this, I'll show it to you in a second, that on its own isn't really too disagreeable, reading her comments quickly tells you that regardless of her motivations, her community and right-wing pundits take this stuff very differently than she does. And I included a good tweet here that points out how that drama with the whole it's not gonna lick itself thing, the drag thing, the crazy part about the kids' drag show was that was a nothing burger is that the loser that infiltrated it got less than 2K likes, and Shoe on Head got 59,000 and made it go viral. So viral it ended up on Tucker Carlson. You'll see in a moment. All of this came to a fever pitch in June, Pride Month of 2022, when Shu skyrocketed this photo into the conservative media sphere. So you can see Tucker Carlson covered it.
Okay, she fucking tweeted it. How is it Chew on Head's fault if Tucker Carlson and Tim Pool talks about it after, right?
Pretty big time. Tim Pool did, and many others, but these are just the examples I was easily able to grab.
Like, who the fuck cares, bro? It's not Chew on Head's fault that these other people are covering it after she tweets about it and it got, like, popular or whatever, right?
Searching on Google Images, dude. That's literally where I got a lot of these sources, because some tweets have been deleted, some stuff's been buried, but, like, this stuff's not, like, hard to find, and there's a lot more than I'm even putting here. I won't pretend like Shu started doing this. I won't pretend like Shu started doing this. There were no conservatives, oh my god, I keep fumbling it. Listen, editors,
you're retarded.
Fix it. I won't pretend like before Shu started doing this, there were no conservatives pedo-jacketing trans and gay people, but the drag queens around kids discussion was absolutely mainstreamed in large part by her. In fact, she even accepted this back when it happened. This is her apology, which I think has since been deleted. After that went to Tucker Carlson and, like, blew up, and a ton of anti-gay and anti-trans hate was caused by her, she wrote this apology thread that I honestly, yeah, she deleted it. Yeah, her deleting this was also, I forgot to include it in the script, but her deleting this apology thread for that and the Balenciaga thing were sort of the Balenciaga thing was the piece of hay that fell on top of this piece of hay that broke the camel's back, you know?
Dude, undeniably, the Balenciaga pictures were sussy, okay? They were just fucking weird, okay? And Chew on Head was right to call it out, okay? I don't 100% remember. Obviously, if she, like, straight up came out and said, like, oh, the people who made this are pedophiles, that'd be wrong, okay? But she didn't say it. It's just, like, it's just fucking weird, and she is right to call that out. Jessica Exalea? Not really.
Makes sense. You can pause that to read her apology. She's
I don't know. It's just kind of
so, yeah.
boring.
Here's Shu's Twitter apology she made to her LGBT community members who felt betrayed by her playing into their bigoted hands so well. She genuinely seems sad that this discourse had reached Tucker Carlson's show and many other sources of conservative propaganda as a result of her actions. I actually thought that this apology would be the start of a new arc for her, but I was really, really wrong. In private, Shu's new boyfriend, now husband, was causing some inter-group chat drama due to his questionable politics. Frankly, I would feel comfortable just calling him a Nazi and moving on, but here are some things that make me think that he is one, and I'll let you decide yourselves. So, this is quote tweeting STL, saying white nationalism and Nazism are both rightist ideologies that seek to take power from the many and concentrate it to among the few. Eudaimonia, who is Shu's husband, replies, imagine being so direction-brained that you think Nazism is a rightist ideology. These people are dangerous ideologues. Okay, so thinking that Nazism is right-wing makes you a dangerous ideologue.
Dude, I don't fucking know. The pictures with kids, I mean, I think the thing was, like, I don't really want to pull them up, but, like, the Balenciaga pictures, they were just, if I remember correctly, they just, like, had kids, like, next to, like, lingerie or something, which is, it's just, like, really fucking weird, dude. I don't know, maybe I'll try and pull it up here real fast.
Okay, cool. Quote tweeting ContraPoints, who said, so maddening to have watched white nationalism spread from Stormfront to 4chan to YouTube to Steve Bannon to Tucker Carlson to the manifestos of multiple mass murderers and not taken seriously because they're not wearing, I assume she goes on to say, like, they're not wearing white power patches or whatever. Eudaimonia quote tweets and says, yeah, that would be crazy if it were actually happening. And then this is a tweet he liked. Quote, replacement theory is a dangerous conspiracy theory, but also Texas is going to be blue due to immigration in a decade and Republicans will never win another election. Ah ha ha ha. That was liked by him. So yeah, he's a Nazi, okay? He's at the very least a fascist. I'm not particularly, like, bent out of shape on accurately labeling. At the very Republicans will never win another election. Aha.
Okay, what is this? Okay, yeah, I was actually. Fuck, dude. I was not distracted.
They're not taken seriously because they're not wearing. I assume she goes on to say, like.
So Maddie watched white nationalism spread from Stormfront to 4chan to YouTube to Steve Bannon, Tucker Carlson manifestos, mass murderers. Yeah, okay, so he just disagrees that white nationalism is spreading to YouTube or whatever. Like, even if you disagree, why would you call him a Nazi based off this, dude? Xanderall loves to go after woke scolds or whatever, but this is so fucking retarded, man. You think that because someone doesn't believe that white nationalism and is, like, spreading to YouTube or whatever, that makes him, like, a Nazi? Are you fucking kidding me right now? You're so fucking stupid, man.
They're not wearing white power patches or whatever. Eudaimonia quote tweets and says, yeah, that would be crazy if it were actually happening. And then this is a tweet he liked. Quote, replacement theory is a
okay, yeah, here's the picture. Ignore Vosh or whatever. It's like this little kid and, like, she's holding, like, a bear with, like, lingerie or whatever, right? And the guy has, like, a lock to the bear key or whatever. It's just, Like, obviously, I wouldn't call anyone, like, the creator of this photo, like, a pedophile or whatever. But, like, it's fucking weird. It's objectively fucking weird and gross, right? Like, I don't know why Shoe on Head calling this out as weird is not pedojacking anyone. It's true. It's fucking weird.
Dangerous conspiracy theory, but also Texas is going to be blue due to immigration in a decade, and Republicans will never win another election. Ah ha ha ha. That was liked by him. So yeah, he's a Nazi, okay? He's at the very least a fascist. I'm not particularly, like,
Jesus fucking
bent out of
Christ.
shape on accurately labeling my far-right weirdos, so...
Xander Hall is a woke scold, bro.
Hit me with criticism for that, if you will. As it turns out, he is a tradpath and pretty hardline conservative. There were always people in Shoe's GC and Sphere that would defend him, but I think some, including me, were skeeved out for obvious reasons. I definitely gave her some shit for being a lefty who dates alt-righters, but I tried to just...
Who the fuck cares, bro? Oh my god. It's her personal life. Let her date whoever she wants.
Accept that sometimes love can override political barriers, and it wasn't really my business. Of course, Shoe's interest in fashy dudes is not the reason I burnt the bridge, but rather something I view as far worse. She went back on that apology she made before to her LGBT fans. I don't mean literally saying, never mind, I'm not sorry later on, but her actions would show this more than her words. On the 20th of November, 2022, a far-right gunman would enter the Club Q nightclub and proceed to murder, in cold blood, 5 people and injure a total of 25 people. I also have a photo of the really nice memorial set up outside Club Q. People really, really came out in force to show solidarity, you know? The shooter has since been sentenced to life in prison. However, it is very widely agreed upon that this attack was motivated by the same anti-queer bigotry that drives many of the anti-gay groomer talking points that have become inescapable in the last year. The day of and after the shooting was a day of mourning for much of the LGBT community. The hate that so many people were trying to fight had led to the deaths of a bunch of innocent people. For Shoe, the day after the Club Q shooting warranted a different response. After seeing what started out as a very niche right-wing conspiracy...
Sorry, the picture of, like, the thing, that's what Xander Hall basically defended that, and, like, he's trying to say that, like, Shoe, like, pedo-jacketed, like, tried to imply that he was a pedophile for defending that, which isn't true. But yeah, and basically Xander Hall is trying to claim that Sean Head's husband is like a Nazi because of the tweets earlier, which is kind of fucking retarded.
Theory being posted by her friend Brittany Venti, an alt-writer, and many of you guys don't know this. This is something that came to me recently, and many don't know about this. Brittany Venti, an alt-writer and Charlottesville tiki torch carrier, most famous for getting banned from Twitch for doing an African cooking show.
Are you fucking kidding me? She, Brittany Venti, alt-writer. Okay, dude. Xander Hall is a woke scold.
Which consisted of her making noises and mud pies. Now that's not what I'm talking about. I'm referring to the tiki torch carrier. Many people haven't seen this footage. The woman you see here walking with the tiki torch carriers at Charlottesville is Brittany Venti, Shoe's friend, who Shoe got the Balenciaga conspiracy theory from. You can tell because no one else has that much distance between their eyes, you know? So, you know, just Shoe casually being friends with one of the people who marched with the tiki torches chanting, "You will not
oh my fucking god,"
replace us at Charlottesville. Very casual. She retweeted a post about how fashion company Balenciaga was signaling pro-pedophile messaging. She decided to quote tweet it, thus blowing it up. Now, this far-right conspiracy theory never had any ground to stand on in the first place.
What do you mean it didn't have any fucking ground to stand on? The bear is wearing lingerie, and the little girl is holding it. It's fucking weird, dude.
Having passed, I think we can pretty safely say we'd know by now if they were onto something. Funnily enough, many don't even know Balenciaga put out a statement addressing it. They put out a pretty standard corporate apology.
Look, it's right here. This. Oh my fucking god. Why does YouTube do this? I hate YouTube. Oh my god. Okay, I can't zoom in, but this bear is literally in lingerie. Look at that, and the little girl is holding it. That's fucking gross and weird. It is gross and weird. Why is Xander Hall defending this? And to be 10,000% clear, Xander Hall, I'm not calling you a pedophile. I'm saying you're fucking weird for defending this.
Like nothing all that juicy. Just like
Xander Hall's not a pedophile.
We shouldn't have like had kids with sexually suggestive materials, which I agree with. I think that's fine. I think like a controversy over the suggestivity of the images and even like how kind of you know, just sussy it is to have kids in that industry at all would be fine, but that wasn't what the controversy was over. They claimed that these photos, while certainly distasteful, and this separate and unrelated photo from a different shoot, were somehow clues for people to pick up on for pro-pedo messaging. Remember, guys, they lied about this, but they said that these were part of the same shoot. They weren't. These were months and months apart, from my understanding. And yeah, they had this purse, and then the photos of the kids, and they thought these must be connected, and they must be signaling something. You see, it's so big brained. They're the creepy photo shoots of the kids, and here you have a handbag with some papers in the background.
Okay, dude, no, but the only like actual retards were saying that like, oh my god, Balenciaga is full of pedophiles, right? Literally everyone was just agreeing that it's fucking weird, okay?
That seemed to be a Supreme Court ruling pertaining to a child sexual assault material laws.
Dude, Xander Hall likes to claim that how I'm still doing good. I'm still pretty popular. Motherfucker, look at how slow the chat is moving. Supposedly you have 600 people in this chat right now and it's moving this slow. And you, like, okay. Dude,
if you're not a conspiracy-brained right-winger, you probably already see the clear flaws in this conspiracy theory, such as actual child protective institutions
it's
going
straight
on
up
record
pink
to say that
stuff.
conspiracy theories like Pizzagate and Wayfair were massive hindrances to their ability to actually protect children. This has been stated by many institutions, by the way. A QAnon con, how the viral Wayfair sex trafficking lie hurt real kids. An internet mob wanted to rescue a 13-year-old girl. Instead, they terrified her, derailed real trafficking investigations, and incited Save the Children violence. It is a long-going issue with the far right, and she fed into it. And of course,
okay, dude, the far right is retarded. How is this related to Shoe on Head, bro? Oh, bro.
It's actually insane to claim such a broad and serious conspiracy to a massive audience. Here's just one of the Balenciaga stores that was defaced with graffiti claiming the people inside are pedophiles, which is just absolutely great for the minimum wage employees folding clothes in there, you know? If this was where it ended, just with her tweet, it wouldn't have been as big a deal. However, Shu's mutuals, followers, and large political pundits like Tucker Carlson, as I'd find out, have gotten their topics from Shu's Twitter feed before, jumped onto this conspiracy after Shu signal boosted it, and did something very different with the conspiracy than I think Shu even intended. You see, the day after the Club Q shooting...
Exactly, she didn't intend to push us... You just admitted she didn't intend to push this conspiracy theory, so how is it her fucking fault that right-wingers saw it and then, like, posted it? Like, how is she supposed to control this?
Of mourning for the LGBT community, but it was also a day of celebration for the far right. These ghouls cheer on the deaths of trans people, and Shu had given them a new toy to play with. Within 24 hours of Shu's tweet, the Balenciaga pedo controversy was on Tucker's Night Show.
Okay, you're never allowed to criticize... You can't criticize a child holding a bear with lingerie on because it could... Like, is this how people think? Are you supposed to, like, whenever you criticize something, are you supposed to, like, think through, like, oh, how could, like, the alt-right potentially weaponize this and use it for their own propaganda? Nobody fucking thinks like that. Everybody just sees this and evaluates on a case-by-case basis, right?
The right was doing what the right does with unfounded conspiracy theories about the entities they can frame as even marginally left-leaning or pro-gay being pedophiles and ran hard with it. You can actually read a recap of this controversy on Shu on Head's Wikitubia page that mentions that even mainstream celebrities received harassment over their association with the clothing brand Balenciaga. It's actually interesting. Kim Kardashian also received backlash for saying that she was unsure whether to cut ties with them, and Salma Hayek received backlash when it was found her husband was the CEO of Kering, Balenciaga's parent company.
This has nothing to do with Shu on Head.
It went far and wide, dude. I will Swegda. This is where I come in. Having felt disillusioned at the idea of defending Shu from valid criticism, I did something ballsy. I quote-tweeted a neo-Nazi that Shu is friends with, who'd quote-tweeted Shu's post with the following response. And it's pretty spicy, guys. So remember, this is Shu on Head's Oomphy, who had quote-tweeted her post about Balenciaga, saying the following. We are up against demons. The groomer problem is real. It's not a quote-unquote dumb culture war issue. These people want to rape your kids in one way or another, and they think it's
okay,
fun.
Obviously this person is being fucking retarded. Who cares?
I quote-tweeted this Oomphy of Shu's, who had quote-tweeted her post with Shu on Head on her way to once again use her massive platform to provide the neo-Nazis in her audience with fodder they can use to justify the murder of gay people, but this time the day after...
The creative director was fired because of the ads? I mean, good. That ad was really fucking weird and gross. I don't know.
After another anti-gay terror attack and then a American Psycho meme. This person replies, Zan, please don't conflate her calling out a company...
Obviously, that's fucking stupid.
...for doing a really weird and gross modeling shoot with giving Nazis ammo. We should be able to call out companies doing weird shit, especially since it has nothing to do with queer...
Based, holy fuck, this is so true.
Community. Obviously, my criticism isn't the calling out of weird shit. It's this stuff. It's the allowing of...
How is... Okay then, Xander Hall. How would Sean Head go about calling out weird shit without giving ammo to right-wingers, right? Like, that's just... how do you do that? Do you, like, add clarification after me, like, right-wingers, do not interact, or something? Like, she can't fucking help right-wingers interacting with her.
This stuff among her oomfies that she's literally...
And how do you know you have not demonstrated she's friends with this, like, random fucking retard, right? Who is this?
Has literally said he got talking points from Shu to Tucker Carlson. He's that pipeline that gets talking points from Shu to Tucker Carlson. Or he was, I guess, you know? Back when Tucker was big. This was back when Tucker was on Fox News, on TV, you know? The biggest guy in the world, as far as, like, nightly political talk shows. Now, Shu replied, and this is where the pedo-jacketing thing comes from, too late, he did. And unfollowed me. Just like Contra, The Surfs, Hunter, etc. All of them over pedo shit. Normal and cool. Not gonna stop me from talking about it. So She actually didn't even just pedo jacket me. I'd argue she pedo jacketed ContraPoints, the Surfs, Hunter Avalone, and I guess more?
This is not pedo jacketing. She did not imply you're a fucking pedophile. Are you fucking kidding me? Obviously, she's implying that you're... Oh my god. Obviously, she's implying that you're like defending pedo shit or whatever, right? That she's not pedo jacketing you. You fucking retard.
I don't know who the etc. is. I thought it'd be funny to quote tweet it with a reference to American Psycho, a movie Shu likes to post memes from. But used said meme to point out how obviously harmful what she'd created had become. Naturally, she had her defenders who apparently can't read the tweet from Shu's friend, and trust me, they are friends, right above their own, but Shu's response really sealed the deal.
Source, trust me, bro. That's literally what he did. Bro, trust me, they're friends, okay, guys? Okay.
I unfollowed her because of her original tweet, and the fan response, as frankly I wasn't interested in seeing her die on the hill defending a conspiracy theory. Couldn't she have just said, child modeling is rife with abuse, I don't like this industry or the sussy photo shoot, and called out all her friends weaponizing it for homophobia? That's literally all I...
Well, she just called out the child modeling. That's what she did. Granted, she didn't include the part about the industry or whatever, but she, like... That's literally all she did, is she called out the disgusting photo shoot. She did not call it...
I wanted to see. Regardless of me finding the photo shoot weird, she responded to one of her fans in my replies, heavily implying that I burned the bridge with her over her being anti-pedo, along with ContraPoints, the Surfs, and Hunter Avalone. I've had some pretty desperate drama frogs tell me that what Shu did wasn't that bad, or that it wasn't pedo jacketing. And if that's what you genuinely believe, then that's alright. I guess I can't teach you social skills all in one video.
Okay, dude. You're actually the anti-social one, because you don't get my point. You're fucking retarded, man.
The response from Shu's community to this tweet was swift and merciless. I have a habit of just banning and blocking people who hate comments since I find it therapeutic and it kind of helps to keep nonstop negativity off of my feed. The downside is that 99.99% of the harassing comments are now deleted, banned, and blocked. Don't worry though, I always get the receipts in the end. Thankfully, I'd been posting some examples of the harassment I was getting from Shu's fans on Twitter at the time, and those screenshots still exist. A lot of them were death threats, of course, so here's just some examples. This person said, pedos are not welcome on Twitter. Hilarious reply. Obviously, just hilarious reply in every way. And then this person replied, it's because you're a pedophile, right? You're on the list. Don't ever be alone.
Oh my god. Who the fuck cares? How? Okay, first of all, you cannot prove that these are Shorthead fans. It could just be like, these are just random glup shittos from your comment section, okay? Second of all, even if they were Shorthead fans, she can't fucking control them. How do you know these are Shorthead's fans? You're not displaying that at all.
You aren't safe. This is far from the only comments I was getting like this from Shu's fans, by the way. And it went on for like half a year. Like, as recently as like a month ago, I was still getting comments like this on that video. We also had pretty funny interactions like this one in my replies, where one of my fans comments about the harassment brigade, with one of the brigaders right below them proving their point. This is a funny one. Pretty wild how all the Shu simps have proven you completely correct by repeatedly calling you a pedo under this post. And this person replies, quiet pedo, and gets 70 likes because, like, literally all of Shu's audience.
How do you know this is a fucking Shonehead fan? What?
Were coming out to get me, so just random people replying, calling me a pedo.
Oh, you're... Okay, dude. Obviously, if you're defending, like, some sussy, gross shit, random glup shittos who have no stake in the game are gonna call you a pedophile just, like... Because they have no stake in it, right? There's no consequences from calling you a pedo. They're just trying to insult you, basically, right? Or maybe they do genuinely believe you're a pedophile. Who knows? They could be fucking disabled, right?
Pedo, and I like post about it. We're getting like close to 100 likes. Like, that's how much of a brigade it was. Like, there were a lot of people. You got to be getting a lot of hate for like random negative replies to be getting 70 likes. You know, especially as a content creator as small as me.
Maybe that's just an indication that you're wrong, General. Maybe it's an indication that you're fucking retarded.
That wasn't the end of it, of course. Shu would go on to make a whole video defending the conspiracy theory and attacking those in the left that had criticized her for it as pedophilia enablers. At least she censored my name in the video to stymie the harassment, but there was a single person in the video she did not censor too well. That was Demon Mama. Here is the screenshot of Shu's censoring job of Demon Mama. At least we get this little bit here, with Demon Mama's like channel name censored, but I mean, she got done really dirty.
What? How is this
censored? But
where is it not censored?
I mean, she got done really dirty. Now, with Shu's fans sending me and Demon Mama death threats, bolstering gay groomer panic, and false pedo allegations, you can imagine that my and practically the entire online left's attention turned.
How the fuck are you fucking kidding me? She didn't do a good job censoring Demon Mama. What did you want her to do? To cut out her face? Dude, oh my fucking god.
To our friend Vosh. If you watch me, you probably know who Vosh is, so I'll skip the introduction. He'd also been friends with Shu for even longer than I had, and he's also friends with Demon Mama too. As you can imagine, a lot of people were now expecting Vosh to be fully critical of Shonehead. However, for literal days after the drama, he kinda hand-waved it off in a way that I can say for certain made me and much of his own community at the time pretty upset. This anger led to many chatters getting banned by Vosh for bringing up what was happening with Shu constantly. I started to become so disillusioned with my friend's literally blind defense of her, because he hadn't seen what she did, that I even went on record publicly saying that I was considering burning the bridge over this. And to be honest, many in the community at the time did not blame me for it. A lot of people were eager to see him just take the kid gloves off too. So here's an example of like the top thread with hundreds of likes in Vosh's subreddit at the time. I'm done with Shu. She is so careless and stupid with this whole thing, she's doing. She was just a reactionary homophobe who pretends she's an Vosh's continued obfuscation of her is such an ethical failure that it makes me take him less seriously. The hypocrisy is maddening. Like people were pissed, okay? People were pissed. And here's examples of me being pissed, because I am no hypocrite. Yeah, it sucked to burn the bridge with Vosh a month before I moved to where we can actually hang out IRL. When you realize Destiny is harder on Lauren Southern than Vosh is on Shu, Vosh won't call him out for being a Nazi because he's Shu's BF and that'd upset Shu. These are just a couple of the publicly available, publicly posted messages I made in Vosh's Discord server when this was all going down. I was very publicly in his community posting that if like his coverage of this continues to be so flippant and dismissive of what Shu did, that I would absolutely burn the bridge because of how hurtful it feels. So, what channel? Just like the general channel, just like where everybody was talking. You can just literally search in Vosh's Discord channel right now, Burn the Bridge, or Shu, and search by, like, name Xanderhall, and find a bunch more comments from me that are, like, that back this up. It's funny that people keep saying that I'm, like, inconsistent with Keffals on this, when, for one, the problem's never been the friendship with Shu. It's been the flip it, kinda, I don't really care what she did, you know? But, things get better.
Okay.
Now, I was already on the edge of burning the bridge. Certainly not something I'd be happy about or wanted to do, but it still felt like the right response to a situation like this. What stopped me was when Vosh said he'd go over Shu's video on stream finally. Knowing how bad the arguments in her video are and the fact that she pedo jackets those calling her out in said video, including me in DM, my hopes were high that we would see the kid gloves actually come off. And we were right. Having a larger content creator make a vid in support of you when you're getting dogpiled is really nice and something it's hard to relate to if you're not a content creator. And it's exactly what happened when Vosh finally responded to Shu's video. There was a YouTube bug that like made Vosh's profile picture not show up for some reason. I don't know why it's on all of his videos. I think it's disappeared from me now, but it was happening when I took the screenshot. And this is the video in question. For the first half, it's fairly mild, but once Shu starts pedo jacketing and full-on conspiracy mongering, the kid gloves came off, and we got these famous clips.
Let's watch them.
Here we go. I got 4 clips to show you guys back to back here, but they're important, I promise.
On her way to once again use her massive platform to provide the neo-Nazis in her audience with fodder they can use to justify the murder of gay people, but this time the day after another anti-gay terror attack.
See, that's true. That's from Xanderhall, by the way. That's a true tweet. Shu, you could, I know you'll never discuss this with me because you don't like direct confrontation, but if you discuss this with me, you would lose. And you are losing right now to me saying this because I'm objectively right. He was right. Ah, yes, and the quote tweet, the tweet he's referring to down here, was Pedro L. Gonzalez saying, "We are up against demons. The groomer problem is real. It's not a dumb culture war issue. These people want to rape your kids in one way or another and they think it's funny." That person down there is flat out just saying all queer people, all progressives, are part of a child rape conspiracy.
How is that Shu on Head's fault, bro? I just don't fucking understand.
Follow police or anything, but I bet you if I go to their Twitter, followed by, yeah, Shu. She was bragged about giving him talking points for Tucker Carlson.
Okay,
Shu.
Follows on Twitter are not an endorsement, bro. Oh my fucking god. I follow Flamenco on Twitter, and I think he's a fucking scumfuck, okay? Follows are not an endorsement.
I'm willing to give leeway here on account of familiarity, but a total unwillingness to acknowledge why the left is freaking out here is essentially just collaboration with the far right, regardless of what you're...
Look how unanimous the support for me in this was back in the day. A lot of, like, the discussion around whether or not Shu pedo jacketed me for real, that's kind of cropped up in all of this, is literally just context rot. Like, people have just forgotten shit, and people are preying on that to get drama clicks.
Oh my god.
It's actually wild how polar opposite the reaction was towards me a year ago.
Your actual specific positions are.
Sean had on her way to once again use her massive platform to provide...
It's looping. Okay, the next clip now, because it's 4 back-to-back clips. And they get better and better as we go. These clips are the big difference between between Keffals and Vosh, and why I burnt the bridge with Keffals after telling her what Shu did, and not with Vosh. Because Vosh's reaction to finding out what Shu did was the things you're about to see. Keffals' response was sort of a flippant, eh.
And implied I was responsible for someone else's opinion, and therefore fueling hate crimes against gay people.
Yes. Yes, this is how information works. If you popularize an idea, or promote it, or broadcast it. Okay, I'm not going to even entertain this. This is fucking stupid. Shu, are you playing dumb here? You know perfectly goddamn well how this works. The far right latched onto your tweets and immediately turned it into fuel for the fire of the anti-queer, like, pedo groomer bullshit that they're doing. Why are you pretending you don't understand this? Why are you pretending this association was made by Zan?
I'm just confused how Balenciaga posted...
Oh yeah, that was a big claim that I was the one that was just manifesting this whole claim that people were associating the Balenciaga stuff with gay people.
An ad of kids holding stuffed animals and fetish gear turned into LGBT groomer discourse. Did I miss something? Look at the quote tweets and replies to her tweet thread from her followers. I have 500,000 followers on Twitter. I have over 1 million subscribers.
No, fuck this, dude. No, absolutely fuck this. Stop. We are way the fuck too close to death camps to be pulling this I'm not responsible for my followers' behavior shit. This isn't about being responsible.
She's fucking not, dude. What do you fucking mean, bro? You are, dude, unless you're specifically encouraging something, it's not Shu's fault who fucking follows her. It's not Vosh's fault who follows him. It's not Xanderfall's fault who follows him, right? Like, there's fucking crazy, retarded people in literally every single audience. There's probably a crazy, retarded person who's gonna watch this video, right? Who I fucking would completely disagree with if I got to know better, right? It's not her fault at all, actually. Obviously, you cultivate an audience of people, but I mean, if she cultivates a right-wing audience, who the fuck cares?
Responsible for your followers. This is in an era where the entire far right has completely thrown their weight behind the queer groomer conspiracy.
Hey, by the way, Florida just did their first death penalty execution for all sexual crimes against children get the death penalty, no exceptions law that they passed. Granted, from what I've seen, that guy in particular who got executed probably deserves it. But all it takes now is for just being trans or gay in public around kids to be considered a sexual crime towards children. And
what? Oh my god. Oh shit. Oops.
The death penalty, all the roads to the death penalty are set.
Are you fucking dude? Xander Hall is so fucking retarded. Did you guys hear what he just said? So he starts it. He opens it up by saying, "There's a new law in Florida where if you commit a sexual crime against a child, then you can get the death penalty." And then he follows it up with, "Yeah, basically all gay people and trans people are gonna get executed the death penalty." That is not fucking happening, bro. I do not see even a distant future where people are getting fucking murdered in Florida because they're gay or trans, okay? That's such a fucking reach, man.
Now in Florida.
You're pulling that out of your ass.
You posting something
that's
again,
me,
the
I'm
post
that
itself
person.
in a vacuum, I don't think was wrong. Balenciaga did do sussy shit. I don't think the post in a vacuum was wrong or harmful. But then, unfortunately, life is complicated. The far right rolls with it and turns it into this, the fuel for the conspiracy. And then to not only address or condemn that immediately in that thread. I don't know how Shu could have seen the tens or hundreds of thousands of far right people clearly making this about queer people and not thrown up in her mouth. I have no idea how she can look at that. But Shu does spend an awful lot of time habitually communicating with far right people. So I don't know if she just
Who the fuck cares, man? I mean, if she was openly tweeting in support of that, yeah, that would obviously be weird. But I mean, just because she's not directly calling it out, suddenly she's fucking responsible for it? Are you fucking kidding me right now?
It doesn't happen, or she ignores it.
Let's go to the next clip.
And implied.
Let's go. Come on. Hey, let's go to the next clip. It keeps getting better.
Aren't they directing their anger at the brand? Why are they shooting the messenger? The worst part about this is that this tweet came from a YouTuber who I've been friends with for years. Why is this person, who I thought was my friend, doing this unhinged Stretch Armstrong reach?
I like the framing of that. Why is he doing this? It's like, there's no Stretch Armstrong reach. I just quote tweeted the person doing the thing and described it with a meme.
It totally is a fucking reach because you're reaching as if Sean Head is doing this fucking intentionally, which is obvious. A huge fucking reach.
Shu, we were friends.
And
we
it
were,
is a betrayal.
Friends. I liked being friends with Shu. I enjoyed being friends with her. It wasn't an enjoyable experience to have to burn the bridge. Neither was Shu or Keffels. It's not something I like doing. But it kind of felt a sort of moral pull to do so.
Fuck off. I like how in this picture you flip out the friend
barely hear me over my
of yours
voice.
who's been on Tucker Carlson, who was directly linking it to queer people. How is it a reach when he's just pointing out the response of hundreds of thousands of people who jumped onto the tweets that you made? And how is this is such a fake weaponization.
Stick your finger down his eye.
You blocked Zan, not the other way around. I blocked me after this. And yeah, Zan has been getting death threats from far right people for days now.
Who the fuck? Oh my fucking God. Xander Hall, you're such a victim. Turn off your computer. If you're really that fucking upset about death threats, turn off your fucking computer. I'm sorry, dude. I do not give a single fuck about people getting death threats. When has anybody ever, there's probably 3 cases total where people from the online world have shown up to someone's house and actually fucking killed them, okay? Death threats are literally fucking nothing. If you're having that much of an issue over it, deactivate your Twitter account. It's really that fucking simple.
You're not safe, don't go outside at night, you're a pedophile, blah, blah. All he did was point out that a ton of far-right people jumped on this. DM2. This is a disgusting video. Nah, it's genuinely disgusting. I can only regard it with malice. This entire video is framed as a from-the-left enabling of the moral panic that she was
Just today, Vosh said the only consistency Shu has had over the years has been being retarded word for word. Yeah, Vosh dunks on Shu for her bad takes. He isn't, he doesn't whitewash her anymore, and not since this happened has he done so. I have no reason to be upset at what he's done. I don't know why it's seen as a double standard. This is just so opposite of how Keffels reacted when I told her what Shu did.
Accused of enabling to begin with. At the end of the day, if you are a public figure, you are responsible for the outcomes of your behavior. Everyone acknowledges this. Anyone who disagrees is psychotic. I'm going to stop playing nice with this, okay? Shu, if you believe that you should only be held accountable for the intentions of your behavior, you're a child. And frankly, you shouldn't even be online. In real life, with real people, when we talk, act, behave in any way, we are accountable not just for our intentions, but for what we do. If we intend something but do something else, this might not always mean we're in the wrong, but we do need to acknowledge it. This video fails to even acknowledge the central premise, the fundamental thing that people are criticizing you for, the fact that this country is currently wrestling with the potential of an undemocratic future that I know you are aware of the potential of because I am friends with you and I've spoken to you. You are aware of the fact that we are currently experiencing the most vitriolic wave of anti-queer legislation and sentimentality yet seen in our lifetimes. And for some reason, in spite of all of this, you cannot even muster an acknowledgement of what people are actually mad at you for. The pretense that they are angry with you for going after Balenciaga is dishonesty on your part. It is a lie, and you know it is a lie, and you are lying deliberately, even if you pretend not to.
All she did was go after Balenciaga, so what's she supposed to fucking think? Like, really? All she's done is go after Balenciaga.
A clip of him calling her retarded that I was going to dig up, but I ran out of time. I'll admit the holidays kind of ended up causing me to get pushed to the wire a little bit with writing, or not even with writing it, but with collecting some of the clips. Like, there were clips I knew existed, and so I, like, referenced them in the script, and then I had to go dig them up, and that was actually the longer process, was digging up the clips. Anyway, while in the aftermath of all of this, Vosh still made it clear he is friends with Shu behind the scenes. He also admitted that, as it stands, platforming her uncritically and making excuses for her bad behavior is inexcusable and irresponsible, since her actions are just not something you can make excuses for. To be clear, my issue was never with Vosh being friends with Shu, but with his initial dismissal of my and many others' concerns about what she did. In fact, I think this commenter on Demon Mama's video about Vosh showing support for her says it best. Here's the comment. I feel bad for Vosh in the sense that too many random fuckers try to police his private life. Whether he's friends or not with blood on hands in private is immaterial. The literal only thing that matters is that he takes responsibility.
Holy fuck, Xander Hall, you're so retarded. You were literally just a couple minutes ago policing who Shu on Heads was friends with. She was like, you literally pulled up someone who she was following on Twitter and said, oh, you're friends with this person. Then you're talking about all these other, like, Brittany Venti for some fucking reason who she was friends with. And you're like, oh my god, you're friends with this person. You were quite literally just policing Shu on Head's personal friendships, and now you're... I do scroll Twitter while driving, true. That's my Twitter time, bro. What do you mean?
When it really counts, and doesn't hold back because they're friends. And this whole thing is proof that he's willing
Why
to
wouldn't
do
I?
it. Couldn't have said it better myself. Really couldn't. Really couldn't have said it better than I couldn't
Xander Hall, you just fucking policed. You just policed Shu on Head, bro.
Well, that commenter is just spot on. Absolutely spot on. I have been accused by people.
This is crazy, dude. This is what really gets me going, guys. I think that Xander Hall is controlled opposition. Okay, I think he's acting retarded on purpose because there's no fucking way, bro.
Across the board for having a double standard, or being a hypocrite for burning the bridge with Keffals but not doing so with Vosh. I hope this clears up that the situations could have gone the same, but Vosh's actions in the end were the exact opposite of what Keffals would end up doing. I suppose I kind of got a taste of my own medicine, and having felt what it was like to be the one criticizing Shu, while many on the left are still defending her. The roles had finally reversed, but in the end of it all, by most in this space, I was seen as justified. That's where the context part of this video ends, and the actual truth of what happened with Keffals and the claims that she's been making about me can be addressed. To be clear, this is not the first time I came close to burning the bridge with Keffals over the same reasons. Back in February, just a couple months after the ordeal I had with Shu, Keffals decided to bring Shu on Head on stream for a why I left the left joke, despite woke scolds that were canceling her for some dumb shit about noodles or pit crews or something. So this was why I had originally almost burnt the bridge with Keffals. She had posted this whole, like, why we left the left thing. Quick reminder that we are both Italian women. Fascism runs through our veins and is part of our cultural heritage. It is both racist and xenophobic to criticize us for this. Just kind of a cringy meme. I was not...
Okay. Hold the fuck on. Okay, you already said, my problem with Vosh was not that he was friends with Shu on Head, but because he initially didn't address it or whatever. Fine. But now you are unironically mad that Keffals brought Shu on Head on for an unrelated reason. You're mad at Keffals for being friends with Shu on Head. The hypocrisy with this guy never ends. I can
not the only person who was surprised and grossed out by this. Much like what happened.
I'm a good driver.
I
can scroll Twitter and drive.
This, saying this makes me want to burn the bridge. However, people said before said bridge could get nuked, a mutual friend who will stay unnamed but will come up later was able to get Keffals to agree to bring me on stream after Shu left. I came on and started explaining to Keffals what Shu did to me and our friends, and why her bringing Shu on stream and joking around about her love of fascists was harmful.
Dude, okay, bro. Oh my fucking god. You just said your problem with Vosh was never that he was friends with Shu on Head. But now you're mad at Keffals for being friends with Shu on Head, bro. What are you talking about, man?
The convo was super weird. She didn't seem willing to respond to what I was saying, and seemed very unwilling to actually talk about the topic as a whole. The chat was not happy either, and she was actually getting a lot of pushback for defending Shu. Upon seeing this, Keffals politely wrapped up the conversation and ended stream. I let the whole thing go since I could tell something was clearly up, and as it is now public, I would find out she was struggling with a drug addiction and was high during our first talk. The fact that Keffals was now getting into rehab and taking a break from streaming kinda overtook the whole ordeal for me, and I forgot about it until just over a week ago. A random chatter sent me a message with a link to a timestamp from Keffals' video on Thoughtslime and Shu on Head. I obviously have no issue with people agreeing with Shu on stuff, so I don't have any problem with the video, or didn't have any problem with the video when I first saw it in my sub box. However, this chatter told me that Keffals insulted people who didn't like Shu for pedojacketing me and Demon Mama in the clip. The idea of that definitely made me feel hurt, and upon watching the clip, the chatter was definitely over-exaggerating a bit, but I still really didn't like what I saw. This is, of course, I don't have this clip on hand, but it's the clip of Keffals where she gets the message from the chatter saying, really don't like seeing another leftist community defend Shu on Head. She's just gonna pedojacket you the second you disagree with her, like
Are you
else.
fucking? You don't have this clip, really? You had time to go find old hate comments, but you couldn't provide this fucking clip that is central to the fucking story. Are you fucking kidding me right now? Oh my god, dude! I'm not. This guy is such a fucking freak. I'm a god at driving while cup
If anyone has a clip to it that you can put in chat super quickly, I can play it, but I'm pretty sure I phrased it word for word there.
You're a fucking asshole.
I'll admit my reaction of burning the bridge and calling her a snake on Twitter right away over this may seem rash, but this was after already having a conversation with her about what Shu did almost a year earlier.
Okay, wait. Let's be fair. Let's see what Xanderhall said.
Don't like seeing another leftist community defend. Of course, I don't have this clip on hand, but it's the clip of Keffals where she gets the message from the chatter saying, really don't like seeing another leftist community defend Shu on Head. She's just gonna pedojacket you the second you disagree with her, like everybody else. If anyone has a clip to it that you can put in chat.
How did Keffals respond to that chat? What? Bro, I hate this guy so much.
But I'm pretty sure I phrased it word for word there. I'll admit my reaction of burning the bridge and calling her a snake on Twitter right away over this may seem rash, but this was after already having a conversation with her about what Shu did almost a year earlier, and Keffals just hand-waving it. At that moment, it felt like this was her acting with the knowledge of what Shu had done to me, and indicating she didn't really care. Almost immediately, though, that mutual friend I mentioned before convinced me to calm down, and reminded me Keffals wasn't sober during our first conversation, so she likely didn't remember what I told her that Shu did. This made me feel bad for blowing up at her before my stream was even over. The mutual friend and I were in DMs trying to de-escalate and bring it to a private call for sorting out. A big lie from this is that Keffals and her fans have, a big lie from this that Keffals and her fans have told or fallen for is that me bringing this point up is shaming her for her drug addiction. I feel with this context it's clear that's not what I'm doing, but if you think simply mentioning someone's drug addiction could have an impact on their memory is insulting, then you may have some fundamentally insulting beliefs about people who suffer with addiction that you assume everyone else has. I see how out of context people could fall for this claim, but it's just not true. I never shamed her for her addiction. So here's the actual, post that started this whole thing. I actually deleted my original reply. It was the same message, but I actually said heroin instead, and that's just the wrong drug, because I don't know my drugs all that well, apparently. I tweeted, sorry, deleted my last reply because wrong drug and I don't want to spread lefty misinfo. She was high on cocaine and benzos when I first told her what Shu did to me on stream. I found that out and was willing to talk to her, in private, obviously, but now fuck her, because at this point, she was drama farming it. This fucker replies, once an addict, always an addict, and literally, as this was all happening, I replied, shut the fuck up, it has nothing to do with addiction. The only reason I brought that up wasn't for any shaming sense, Keffals has...
Are you fucking kidding me right now? Okay, whatever.
Gotten clean. It's very admirable, regardless of how I feel about her. But it's relevant that she wasn't sober when I first told her what Shu did, because that made me feel like an asshole. Why bring up the specific drugs at all? They're public?
That chatter has a good point. Why bring up the specific drugs? Why do you even why clarify that unless to shame her, right? It's just so fucking that tweet is so fucking passive aggressive, but it's really hard to call him out on it, right? Because he just has plausible deniability. Whatever, we'll let it go. We'll let it go.
Bring up the specific drugs at all? Wouldn't it be worse to not correct myself when I said the wrong drug?
No, but that tweet is so fucking passive aggressive, dude. Shut the fuck up.
Corrected, and I deleted the original tweet and rewrote it with the correct ones. I feel like it would have been worse if I didn't. I don't know. The point that I made is that hey, I was told she wasn't sober when I first talked to her, and that made me feel bad that I acted believing she was fully aware of what Shu did, because there's a good chance she just didn't remember it. It was prior to going to rehab, so I felt bad. If that makes me if that's shaming her, then that's crazy, dude. That's all I can say. Also, I think it's funny that people attack me for this when tweets at me making jokes like this have happened. And no, Keffals did not ask me if it was okay to joke about this with me publicly before posting. I obviously don't care, but how can you say I have no right to mention she was high when I talked to her when this is how she's joked with me publicly? Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this. So this is Velvet. He comes up regularly in these screenshots. Tweeted at me, yo, at Xanderhall, shoot your shot, King, with a screenshot from Keffals saying, is Xan single? I heard he's into older women and I did a bunch of meth and went to rehab. We might be a fit. And Keffals replies, as well at Xander Hall TV, and this is a reference to my abusive ex who stole money from me for drugs. I didn't even reply to that tweet because I was just kind of like, I don't even know how I replied to that. I don't want to bring attention to it because I'm just trying to not really have the discourse about that
my
be
God,
too common. I'm not upset about it. It was okay, but like you can understand how like she's gone there with me before. However,
she's making jokes, bro. Calm the fuck down.
Keffals refused to handle it in private, and a day later would start her first of many drama streams milking the situation. This really starts getting crazy when Keffals did her first drama stream about me, and this is where she started lying to and about me as well. That's right, she lied to me. During her first stream about the situation, I joined the chat and tried to get myself into a call on her stream. She began making some strong claims that while I don't think were lies on her part, I didn't agree with them, and I wanted to give my perspective since I didn't plan to make any videos on the situation at the time. She agreed as long as our mutual friend Tipster would be moderating, and I hopped on. To be clear, this conversation was not an ultimatum and not a debate, but just me trying to get my side of things out. I wasn't there to debate or to get gotchas. I quickly realized Keffals was trying to farm gotchas when I noticed how bad faith she was being early on in the conversation.
Jesus
it started
Christ,
when she claimed I was
Sakat,
unreasonable
bro.
for burning the bridge so
Oh my
fast because
God, I
of things
hope
she'd
you're
done or
okay.
was willing to do for me, such as offering to raise money for me when I got sued by Sasha. The fact that I got sued by Sasha because I was talking about her in a Keffals defense video aside, I felt this argument was flawed for many reasons, at the very least because just days before, I'd been defending her on stream from negative claims and what she called death threats from Karl Max's fans. Then she said
Yes, Tipster is awesome at things. Oh my God. I can't. I fucking can't.
something that really stumped me for a moment, and I must admit that. While this clip was a real dunk for her in the moment, I think it's the perfect example of how blatantly Keffals is willing to lie when it's convenient to her. So I'm about to show you a clip from the conversation we had in the first stream Keffals did on this when I came on. And it's a part of the stream where I imagine a lot of people who haven't liked me in all of this, including, as you can see, Keffals' chat, think she got a pretty epic dunk on me. So let's watch.
Yeah, and while you were getting massively harassed by Karl Max's community sending you death threats and shit because that dude's a piece of shit, I literally just, let me check when it was on my channel.
Okay, for the record, his community never sent me death threats.
They were sending you the falling anvil emote. Isn't that like a reference at, I know it's like a thing with his like branding, but that's implying, I swear anyway, whatever, sorry. Anyway,
oh my God, Xander Hall's such a pussy bitch, bro. They sent you a falling anvil? Are you fucking kidding me? Who cares, bro? Oh my God. Yeah, bro, that sucks you had no insurance, bro. What the fuck, man? There's so many retarded people on the road, bro. Unironically, Xander Hall is your typical driver, okay? Like this is the intelligence of your typical driver, bro.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's not even up yet. Like, I'll still have...
I like how you can see the people in chat spamming like Xan get therapy and all sorts of very nasty, nasty stuff I've been getting. Now, the
who the fuck? Xan get therapy? Really, bro?
reason why I show this clip, and despite what Keffals says in this clip to throw me off, this is her speaking about Karl Max just days before, and the reason I said what I did in that clip. This is the first and most blatant and provable lie that Keffals has told to try to get one over on me in all of this. So here's a clip from literally days before that.
And I feel like a lot of positions that I had were not being considered, and I was being misrepresented. I was trying to ask for context, and I wasn't getting context for the situation. And now people have started doing anvil dog whistling, apparently, in response to this debate, which just makes them look like groypers. Like, I'm sorry. But saying that, oh, it's just a joke, it's like Looney Tunes-style violence, is dog whistling. What does the anvil falling on someone represent? It represents doing harm to someone. It's really fucking obvious. I don't know why people are suddenly okay with it.
So that is just her objectively lying. Now, who she's lying to here is actually the real question. Is she...
I mean, fair enough. I mean, I guess here she's saying she got death threats, and then she claimed to you that she didn't get death threats. The only problem I have with this is, like, how is this fucking relevant to what we're talking about, right? Like, she lied on an unrelated point. I don't know, maybe she doesn't consider the dog whistles death threats. I don't know, I'm not fucking Keffals, right? But it's just, it's a really weird lie to try and pin her on when it's not relevant to what we're talking about, right? It's not relevant to Balenciaga. It's not relevant to you guys' interpersonal relationship. It's just a random fucking clip to lie, you know?
She lying about Karl Max's fans sending death threats? Here, in this clip? Or was she lying to me about Karl Max's fans not sending death threats? This is the first of many lies that she has told to try to get a one-up on
This is a weak one to start out with, Xander.
When was she lying? She wasn't lying. She got it wrong. That is some crazy charitability. That's crazy. Hold on. After playing that clip of her saying that she was getting anvil dog whistles that are like groypers for doing cartoon violence or whatever, let's replay that first clip where she denies it. I'm sorry. There's people in chat that want to be really, really stubborn and condescending and are going to try very hard to pretend they don't understand what I'm saying. So we're gonna replay the clip again.
Yeah, and while you were getting massively harassed by Karl Max's community sending you death threats and shit because that dude's a piece of shit, I literally just, let me check when it was on my channel.
Okay, for the record, his community never sent me death threats.
They were sending you the falling anvil emote. Like, isn't that like a reference that I know it's like a thing with his like branding, but that's implying. I swear I anyway, whatever. Sorry. Anyway, like I'm pretty sure.
So, I'm pretty certain that's just blatantly lying.
I mean, she just said. Maybe she just doesn't consider like the anvil thing a death threat, right? Because it's not a typical death threat. It's just like it's a fucking emote or whatever, right? I don't know.
Don't just forget a few days later that you got a brigade of death threats. You don't conveniently forget that. She was lying about one or the other. Either way, in one of those clips, she's lying. But I'll show more examples. Don't you guys worry. There's no question as to whether or not she lied about this. The question is when she was lying. Was she lying about Karl Max's community not sending death threats, or was she lying about them sending death threats? Obviously, this lie isn't super serious.
I don't think she ever disputed that they sent emotes, right? But does she consider the emotes death threats? I personally wouldn't consider that death threats. I think that's fucking stupid, but
anything, but it's chronologically the first and also one of the most blatant and provable she's made about me. It also didn't help that Keffals seemed pretty unbothered by what Shu did to me in DM, and has even claimed she has seen no evidence of Shu pedojacketing me. What's funny about that is how low the bar is for Keffals to consider herself to have been pedojacketed. This was her reaction to a half-second FBI open-up soundbite playing to censor her swearing in Foreign Man in a Foreign Land's video. To be clear, I agree with her in what she says here, but I don't see why this energy isn't carried over for Shu. What she did wasn't a meme. So here's where the bar is to be considered pedojacketing if it's about Keffals.
I don't take it back. I don't take it back. They are. FBI, open up! So, the sound effect, FBI open up. I don't know if you're aware of what that means, but the Urban Dictionary definition, the top one, is that it's a meme that implies that the FBI is raiding your house because you have child porn on your computer. So, in the worst possible interpretation of this, Foreign just played into the right-wing talking points about trans people being groomed and pedophiles.
What are you talking about, bro? This is such a fucking retarded thing to do. It's just a soundbite. Are you trying to say he's like dog whistling through like putting sound like the soundbite of FBI open up over you saying retard? Are you okay, dude. He's probably just played that because typically leftists really don't like saying retard and they think it's a really bad thing to do. So when he says FBI open up, it's like, oh, the left is eating you alive for saying this. You're gonna get like fucking arrested or whatever, right? It's just like it's so stupid. How are you saying this is pedojacketing? This is such a fucking stupid, but full charitability to Xanderhall. If she thinks that this is somehow some like weird dog whistly pedo jacket shit, then she should and hypothetically agree that what Shoe on Head did is pedo jacketing.
And in the best interpretation that I can think of, I got mocked for being hate crimed.
I agree with her here, by the way. I completely agree with her here. I just don't see why the energy isn't carried over for Shoe and what she said, which is just a lot more blatant in my opinion. As the conversation went on, she continually got more and more bad faith as her chat got more and more thirsty for blood. In the clip I played before, you can even see her chat spamming get therapy, and those are the nicer comments I've gotten. Eventually, she felt the ground was laid enough to say some pretty nasty things to me. For example, I pretty much decided the conversation was over when she told me she doesn't think I have any friends.
Is it alright if first I read the messages that I'd sent you after my stream? Or during my stream and after?
Why do you want to make this... I don't think you have friends, Zan.
Zan is such a little bitch, bro. Oh my fucking god. He's such a little pussy.
I've got plenty of friends. So
the fact that you're willing to immediately go into drama content about this with...
I literally hadn't done any drama content, uploaded a single video, she'd proceeded to do 6 streams.
No, you publicly called her out before doing any behind the scenes shit. You did immediately go into drama content with this.
Sorry, 5 streams and a video.
I literally just said I'm not doing drama content. Okay, is it alright if I just read the messages that I sent to you?
The new Keffals thumbnails, yeah. The one was like, I was raped or whatever.
Felt a little rude. I felt like the conversation wasn't going anywhere productive after that, so that's why I decided it would be best to leave. After that, I left. And
no, you just got fucking butthurt. Don't try and rake it. Oh, I just thought it wasn't productive, so I left. No, you are... You just got butthurt, buddy.
She's surprised and disappointed that conversation didn't lead to the bridge being rebuilt, and because I didn't choose to make up with her after what she said to me, I've been framed as the asshole. Since this point, she has also continually given me flack for making this ordeal public, but while I and our mutual friends tried to get her to de-escalate, she refused. For transparency's sake, I will say, she apparently reached out to that mutual friend I mentioned before a couple days ago to talk it out in private. I'm happy to do this still, I'm happy to do this still, I suppose, but I still feel I have the right to correct the dishonest claims she's already made about me first. I thought it would all end with that, but apparently, me tweeting in response to people shitting on me and responding to chatters justified another stream. While I can't touch on everything she said about me in this one, I can hit on some of the highlights. This point is when she basically threw all honesty out the window. This is where the clip chimping began. One of the most damning lies she's told about me is that I'm friends with a Kiwi farmer. She got this lie from a clip I've no doubt her orbiters surgically edited out themselves. Here's the clip you would have seen from Keffals' stream. So this is from when I had... Hey, Maddie Sol. So this is from when I had Ethan on. my stream shortly after he debated President Sunday as his like intro to debating.
Who the fuck is Ethan? What?
And being online with content and stuff. And we're basically just chatting, talking about random shit while he played Risk of Rain. This is the clip edited that Keffals showed. And those of you guys who were there during the stream didn't get upset at this because you saw the full context live. So you guys already know. You guys already know. You're the ones who know. The other day, Maddie saw like a post on Reddit that like mentioned me in like a list.
No,
of
it was on Kiwi Farms. Remember?
Oh, it was on Kiwi Farms. Yeah. So for those that don't know, Maddie is like very progressive and also uses Kiwi Farms as just like she's like sort of a.
This is what I was talking about, chat. Yeah, I think that Xan didn't.
I hate Keffals and Xanderhal. Why the fuck does Keffals care if Xanderhal is friends with a Kiwi farmer, bro? Oh my fucking god.
Ethan to say Kiwi Farms either, but because Ethan said Kiwi Farms out loud, it made Xan have to say.
I mean, I didn't really. I mean, I obviously don't want people to assume that I'm just friends with an actual Kiwi farmer, but you'll find out the context in a minute.
Who cares if you're friends with a Kiwi farmer, bro? Oh my fucking. Obviously, I think people would have problems if you were friends with like a doxer on Kiwi Farms. If you're just friends with like a person on Kiwi Farms who like just tries to be who likes to be edgy or whatever, who the fuck cares, man?
Xan's friend is progressive and also uses Kiwi Farms. You know, the progressives that use the far-right internet harassment website, they got me swatted.
Browser of it. She doesn't post there ever.
But she's still going with the Kiwi farmers harassed me narrative too, dude. Or they swatted me. It was undeniably proven that it was not Kiwi Farms that swatted you, Keffals. It was that other website X or whatever. But you just keep slandering people. It's fine.
She looks at it, and she mostly just looks at like. Yeah, she looks at mostly like animal abusers, like that one lady that I covered. I forget what her name is. I think her name was Isabella Jenke. She was really big online and got like exposed by Kiwi Farms for being like a pedophile, zoophile, racist, homophobic, transphobic abuser of like multiple trans people in her life. Yeah, those people. Kiwi Farms is still up. Yeah, it's still up. It's just really hard to access. And it's also very insecure now because Cloudflare dropped them, and that's like the best like proxy service online. That's thanks to Keffals, which is actually, I'd say pretty based because Kiwi Farms does some bad shit, but they also do some good shit.
True.
In absolutely no circumstance do you need to hand it to Kiwi Farms.
What do you...
Just watch.
If Kiwi Farms fucking doxes a pedophile, is Keffals really gonna go, bad Kiwi Farms, not good? No, obviously, there's instances where Kiwi Farms can do good things, okay?
Just wait.
Literally the only cringe thing about Kiwi Farms is the doxing, okay? Doxing is mega cringe. I don't support that in any way. But if you're, like, being mean on the internet is not a crime, okay? Being an asshole on Kiwi Farms is not a crime.
What the fuck, dude?
I think that Xanderhal is complaining because, like, I guess this clip is clip chimped, but he's gonna show the actual clip after.
I do wish that like the group of people on Kiwi Farms that are like going after people who like blend chinchillas and the people who are just blend chinchillas, transphobic weirdos that are like just like harassing.
I think that a lot of the people who gather on Kiwi Farms are even whenever they're attacking someone bad, they tend to be not great people themselves, and they're trying to justify who they are by it's like pedo hunters who like either actually ruin cases or just it's clear they're not chasing it because they care about it. It's clear they're chasing it because they want to feel like a good person. Like they're doing a good thing objectively, and I wouldn't get rid of them even. Maybe some pedo hunters who fuck up evidence, but like I wouldn't even call them good person people. I just wouldn't.
Yeah, like it's a complicated thing, but yeah, basically.
Xanderhal just called Kiwi Farms a complicated thing, and both sides Kiwi Farms.
Xan seems like he would fit in with the Kiwi Farms crowd.
It is a complicated thing.
I feel like this is the point where it'd be a good time to put in my response because it's pretty good.
Doxing, true.
I'll play the full clip in a moment, but I'm going to add my response first with the context of the situation. Well, this clip was obviously dishonestly edited. There's more context you should know. Maddie is a friend of mine who was doxxed and had her nudes leak online, notably on Kiwi Farms years ago. Maddie isn't her real name, by the way. That's like, it's a fake name. My friend Ethan gives a lot of his friends fake names and calls them by that, like their real names. He's done it with another one of our friends and calls them Stu, so it's just a thing he does. Because of this, she started browsing the forum much in the same way that Keffals has, for those that don't know. Yes, Keffals has admitted in the past to browsing Kiwi Farms, due to being a literal victim of harassment by the board. Maddie doesn't have an account on the site, she just browses it. More importantly, she would sometimes browse it to get info on my stalker. I won't name him because he's a clout goblin and feeds off of attention, but he has harassed me, Vosh, and...
I think he's talking about Flamenco. Oh my god.
Keffals, and was outed as a pedophile on Kiwi Farms not long ago. If getting info on a Nazi pedo stalker from Kiwi Farms makes you pro-Kiwi Farms, then I have bad news for Keffals. Because she has used Kiwi Farms as a source, many, many times. Many,
I mean, yeah, he's kind of owning her here, I guess.
many fucking times, dude. It's a website. There are a lot of people on it. Most of them are pieces of shit. Some of them aren't. That's how any population works. I want the people who are not pieces of shit, that do sometimes good things, like go after animal abusers on there, that are in their own little separate corner of the website, to leave, and for the site to crumble. And for their stopping of animal abusers to happen on another site, not giving more airtime and power to the doxing stalking forum. Particularly because, and this is the most important part, also, if it wasn't for Maddie, I wouldn't know amazing things about that hell site, like the fact they segregate all the female users of the site to the containment zone, where all the makeup community drama and T-channel drama is kept, along with the turf and man-hate threads. I also feel it would be remiss of me not to bring up that Keffals started streaming in 2021, while I had my full name, age, me and my parents' home address doxed by Kiwi Farms back in late 2019 when I was 20 years old. I had to move to avoid getting swatted or having someone come to my house. It's insane to me that Keffals would accuse me of being in favor of this site when I've dealt with their harassment longer than her, and people just ignore that fact because she got popular off of opposing Kiwi Farms. Guys, I literally got doxxed. My parents, my whole family got doxxed. Addresses and everything got doxxed before Keffals even started streaming by Kiwi Farms. I am not pro Kiwi Farms. The fact that she would try to twist this shit into claiming that I am, after the shit that I've dealt with from that site, is disgusting.
Okay.
I was...
Oh my god, this is so fucking frustrating. Because this is I think that Xander Hall is actually correct here. But the issue is, we're supposed to be talking about Balenciaga and how Keffel supposedly was very insensitive to Xander Hall in her reaction to learning about how Shoe on Head treated Xander Hall. This has just nothing to do with Balenciaga, Shoe on Head, or how Keffels reacted to Shoe on Head. This is just so it's so random. It's his hand motions.
20, living with my parents, and had to explain to them our address has leaked on the internet, and bad people might call false police calls to our house. And they wanted me to stop streaming and delete my channel. I've talked about this in the past. Long-term viewers will know. I literally had to move to another room and lie to everybody, like literally lie to the public, lie to the internet, and say that I'd moved to Miami and moved in with a roommate to convince the people who had doxed me that I didn't live with my parents anymore. That was back in 2019. Anyway, the conversation goes on a lot longer. Only comment I want to add is you did support Drop Kiwi Farms. Yes, I did. I put a lot of support behind Drop Kiwi Farms too. So it's just insane she claimed this. Saying I wish people who only go after animal abusers and weren't using Kiwi Farms and normalizing it is not both sides in Kiwi Farms. I've also been accused of being a hypocrite for being friends with Nicholas Diorio and Willie Mac Show after they slandered her. To be honest, I've never been close enough with these people for...
Oh my fucking god. Nicholas Diorio and Willie Mac Show did not slander Keffels. This is such a fucking retarded thing to say. If they really slandered her, then why doesn't she do a Nicholas Diorio Willie Mac Show manifesto where she shows all the lies that they did, right? Because what they said was true, and it's just it's objectively true.
Or either party to consider us friends. They have the mod wrench in my YouTube chat, just like Keffels and every other big YouTuber who behaves in chat, but besides that, I've mostly just covered their videos and debated them. In fact, that clip she's using is literally me grilling Nick for how much he hates Tipster while he's in my chat. That's literally me publicly defending Tipster from Nick's rude comment about him in chat. Here's the link of Keffels claiming that I'm a hypocrite. Jesus Christ, why are you so hateful towards Tipster, Nicholas Diorio?
Leave Tipster alone. It's because he's a fucking loser. Just like you, Xander Hall. You're a fucking loser. You have a great night too, Sekef. Updating the server. I'll check later.
There you go. There you fucking go. It's right there. I didn't know that the Kiwi Farms connections ran so deep with this fucking guy.
Jesus Christ, what? That's literally me calling him out in my chat for saying rude shit about Nick Diorio.
You're a fucking retard, Keffels.
Publicly grilling him live as he's in my chat for being rude about Tipster. Ran deep. Yeah, no, she's really trying to spin a narrative, if you haven't been able to tell from the clips, as they get more and more, bizarre, the allegations. And further away from where this started. This all started with me deciding I don't want to be friends with her anymore because of her defensive shoe. And now she's claiming I'm a Kiwi farmer.
Why haven't we seen her defensive shoe? Why are we wasting our time in all this irrelevant bullshit? I mean, to be fair, this point is more relevant because it's an actual point that Keffels made. But it's so fucking random, man. And also, there's a literal clip of you saying that you like Willie Mac Show and you're amicable with him, right? I've seen that. I don't know.
Farms roots run deep. Yeah, my roots run deep to getting my whole family doxxed by Kiwi Farms and having to move. The irony of this point is actually twofold. For one, Keffels has praised Willie Mac Show for his debate and coverage against Hassan, as have I. So I have no reason to assume my engagement with his content would be out of line. And on top of that, if me ever positively speaking about them or their content is so bad, I must ask the same question you and many others have asked me. Why are you still friends with Vosh? To be clear, for honesty's sake, this is an older clip.
I feel like the drama community isn't as reactionary as I used to think it was. I'm suspicious of the drama community, but I don't know if I said this on stream, but a YouTube drama person, Nicholas Diorio, has come on Twitch recently.
No, Twitch is cool.
I popped in for a bit because I don't know, person on Twitch, why not, you know? And I actually got the impression that he was a pretty intelligent, you know, morally adjusted.
Based. No, Xander, the argument, you're so fucking stupid. Because the argument that Keffals was making was that it's hypocritical for you to call out her being friends with Shoe on Head when you yourself are friends with Willie Mac Show, Nicholas Diorio, who have supposedly slandered Keffals in the past, right? Now you're trying to flip it on its head and you're saying, oh, well, you're trying to like double up on it's so fucking weird. That was never an actual criticism she made. She's not upset you're friends with Willie Mac Show or Nicholas Diorio. She's just pointing out the hypocrisy, and you're actually it's some actual point she made. And then also, you got mad that she was just friends with Shoe on Head. You got mad that she was friendly with Shoe on Head months later. You were like fucking spurging about it, right? Like, and then but you have been publicly friends with Willie Mac Show, and you never even, I don't think you ever even, oh, actually maybe you did, but I don't think you ever had like a visceral reaction to Willie Mac Show's videos about Keffals, right? It doesn't make any fucking sense.
2 hours when I found he was there. I thought it was, pretty nice, I think. And I actually got the impression of Nicholas Diorio being a fairly, very intelligent and at least fairly empathetic. I mean, I didn't see him rescue any cats on stream, but the empathetic person, which I thought was nice. I feel like the drop.
So, listen, if it's so, why do the Kiwi Farm's roots run so deep with Vosh? Just praising this Kiwi farmer. Jeez.
Why are we saying, has Nicholas Diorio ever been on fucking Kiwi Farms? What the fuck? I cannot remember a single point in time where I've ever seen, like, people call Nicholas Diorio Kiwi Farmer. To be fair, I've never even been on Kiwi Farms. I don't know if he fucking posts there. But, like, this is so fucking weird, man.
Another claim made about me around her second stream, from her fan base actually, was the claim I had transphobic and weird takes about David Raymer and bottom surgery. People clipped a quote to make me look bad and make Keffals look better. But the funny thing is, that was me defending Keffals after she was canceled for saying this. It was a clip from my recent video where I was defending Keffals from her cancellation on her bottom surgery take. Someone had just clipped, and it was just me reciting Keffals' take, and it was a Keffals fan trying to frame me as transphobic for saying what she said. But here's the clip of Keffals saying what I said that I got canceled for, I guess.
No, you don't need dysphoria to be trans. I don't know why everyone assumes that I'm a trans medicalist. I don't know why that is a constant thing that people say. This has been like an accusation over the past 2 months that I don't understand. It's incredibly exhausting. I've made it clear repeatedly, I'm not a trans medicalist. I think the thing that people said that sussed people out is that I said if you're going to get bottom surgery, you should have dysphoria, because if you don't have dysphoria and you get bottom surgery, you're probably going to have dysphoria after you get bottom surgery. And people got mad about that for some reason. I don't understand. It should be common sense, but I think the problem is that people are looking for reasons to be mad.
I don't have a super strong opinion on the take, so disagree with it or not, I don't really care. But it was literally Keffals fans trying to cancel me for saying exactly what Keffals did in a video defending her, but trying to frame me as bad and Keffals.
Are you not going to show the clip of what you're saying? I can't, like, I guess I'll take you at your word for it, but are you really not going to play what you said so I can compare and contrast what you two people said? God, dude, these people are so fucking annoying. It's so fucking convenient that you're able to find all these hate comments that you supposedly got, that you supposedly blocked out or whatever. But you can't even show a clip of yourself, bro. Oh my god.
Good. It was really weird. Like, that wasn't something, to be fair, that I think Keffals pushed herself, but pretty big people in her orbit were, and that's why I felt, it's worth
Oh my god, yeah. Her fucking
As her streams
fucking mod said something, so I had to call her out, dude. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Her claims about me have piled up far beyond anything having to do with me not being friends with her anymore. It's gone from what you could argue was just her venting her feelings to a train of drama streams filled with lies and misrepresentations of me that have had a severe impact on my channel. It's just as much as like Social Blade lets me fit into the thing, but like, yeah, I've lost over 3,000 subs from this for sure.
Good.
Now, obviously, the sub losses pretty much stops now, but I do feel the need to clear the air up. It felt so weirdly spiteful for her to prey on my downfall like this after I've been so charitable to her. My only drama segment I've done on this situation was just a stream was shortly after the stream I went on where she lied to my face. I explained my side to my stream and then brought Tipster in to give his perspective unchallenged as a neutral party. He wants nothing to do with this drama and has been very nice and understanding to both of us, and he leans more on Keffel's side. Having him on to give her side on my stream seemed like an act of good faith from me. Keffel's response was to make another drama video, but to frame my platforming of her side on my stream as Tipster confronting or epically owning me. So here's her thumbnail. Tipster confronts Xanderhall on burning the bridge. That like stream segment that wasn't even a video was gonna be my final statement on it, and I was so good faith I brought Tipster in to uncontested give Keffel's side of things because she couldn't be there. What, cis people get bottom surgery? It's a hypothetical auto roll. The argument is about a hypothetical. Like that is where this all started, was Keffel's engaging with a hypothetical and then getting canceled for it, me defending her for having that take in that hypothetical, me quote tweeting someone who seems to have a moral was mistakenly, they didn't actually have dysphoria and they thought they did, which is not something that really happens now, to be fair, but it's hypothetical. Then their dysphoria.
Can we stop talking about trans shit?
I use the David Raymer example. Impulse guiding you to the correct identity, that you like have some sort of innate like internal knowledge that you are like trans people feel. All right, maybe I shouldn't have. Maybe I'm willing to bite that bullet. Maybe I should not have Steelman Keffels there. I was just trying to engage with a hypothetical, but yeah. I took most of the day she was drama farming me off, since the amount of hate in my chat and DMs was getting to be a lot to deal with. As Keffel's claims about me got meaner and more extreme, the comments followed in kind. They got probably the worst when Keffels opened the door to attacking me for having been a victim of abuse, like when she claimed that my abusive ex made me weird about women. Most people haven't recognized this, though, because she has been pretending to play nice. So this is a clip of her pretending to play nice, I would argue.
Like I was actually saying.
Why are we showing the clip of her pretending to be nice and not all the mean things she supposedly said about you? Like, the clips are so selective.
To my community, that Zan isn't an abuser. Please don't psychoanalyze Zan. I said Zan is he's a good person. I like him personally.
Notice how contradictory this is to everything else she said about me. But here's her 7 minutes later.
Wait, oh my fucking god.
Please don't psychoanalyze Zan. To my community. Like I was actually saying I've said multiple times to my community that Zan isn't an abuser. Please don't psychoanalyze Zan. I said Zan is he's a good person.
I think she means before all this happened, doesn't she? I don't fucking know. There's so much context cut. I think what she's trying to say here, though, is that, like, before all this happened, she was trying to be nice and, like, not, like, I don't know.
Like him personally.
Notice how contradictory this is to everything else she said about me. But here's her 7 minutes later.
Show the contradictory stuff. I haven't fucking seen it because you haven't shown it. What are you talking about?
Here's her literally 7 minutes later.
So Velvet had
I pause Andy. I'm sorry.
about why Zan is acting like this, and I think the reason why possibly could be that because he had an abusive ex-girlfriend, he's now just kind of weird with women. That's kind of where I'm leaning on this, because he has a history specifically of burning the bridge with women. So
wait a minute. Okay, hold on. I mean, obviously, I think she's being kind of a fucking asshole here. But Xanderhall, I think she's doing the exact same thing you did earlier, Xanderhall, where you're being really passive aggressive with that tweet where you clarified exactly what type of fucking drug she was on, right? Obviously, that's a passive aggressive ass tweet because you're like, oh, she didn't do meth, but she did cocaine. Like, you're mentioning it in like a coy way. But you have the plausible deniability of being like, oh, I'm just trying to be correct and like clarify that the reason I think she didn't remember what I told her about Shu was because she was on drugs. When it's very obvious you're being passive aggressive. She's doing the same thing here where she's saying, well, maybe the reason he doesn't like me is because, he had this abusive ex that was like, and now he's like weird with women, right? Like what she's saying is very obviously, it's so fucking clear to literally everyone watching that it's super passive aggressive, but she has the plausible deniability of just saying, oh, well, no, I'm just saying that to clarify, right? It's the exact same, it's literally the exact same thing you did, Xanderhall.
Velvet had a spec.
That's that orbiter of Keffels, by the way, Velvet. That's a good friend of hers. Was once like a fan of mine, but then like started joining like the big like Xanderhall derangement syndrome movement and all of this, and has been like a big pusher of a lot of the hate. You probably seen my posts from Velvet.
I am the leader of the Xanderhall derangement syndrome. Let's go.
While the people weaponizing my trauma against me were pretty bad, what really hurt was seeing people who were regulars in my community message me, telling me they want to see me crumble and my career fail, or even just the ones that were nice but indicated they were so unable to see my side that they thought I shouldn't even make a response at all. I got some comments here I got that these were in website chat and I banned them. Christ, Xanderhall, get help because you are fucked up. you're doing the thing you claim to be against, spread false abuse allegations. To be fair, I did that. It was on accident, and I apologize.
Who
Good job. Way to
cares,
go.
bro?
Feel ashamed.
Oh my god.
I can't fucking believe I donated. This is from a different person. I can't fucking believe I donated to you twice, you massive piece of shit, making me feel like my autistic ass can stream from your complete BS. Get it one.
Who cares, bro? He's reading hate comments on stream, unironically. That's crazy.
month, and you'll just be another Keemstar drama YouTuber. Fucking crumble. And then there were like nicer messages like this that just kind of, you know, still felt pretty bad. Hey, apologies for the message, but I really do think the best bet in this drama would be to just ignore this. IDK if you're going to make a whole segment about it again or not, but it'd really come off petty for you to make another one. Keffals had made 5 by this point. So hopefully you don't, and just continue to make good political content.
Why are we reading hate comments on stream, guys? Why are we doing that?
Prayer emoji. Hope this message reaches you in good stead. They were nice, but it's like they indicate they have so little faith in me. It kind of that almost hurts more than the insults, you know? I wish I had the time and wrist durability to respond to every point she's made about me here, but I have no doubt the chat will have reminded me of plenty of her claims and lies and force me to respond to them when this goes live. It's literally impossible for me to keep up with 6 streams and a 2-hour video's worth of lies and misinfo about me, but I hope I've demonstrated her dishonesty clearly enough that you can tell what game she's
Yeah, you showed a bunch of random points that don't really make sense. You never even showed her what she said in response to you confronting her about Shoe on Head. That's the craziest thing. You never even showed that. You never showed how she was like dismissive or whatever. That's like central to the fucking story. Why would you not show that?
It's playing now. Really quick, if you've watched this far, please make sure to include the word corkscrew in your comment if you make one, so I know you watched this far. With how much people have indicated they don't even want to hear my side of things, it won't surprise me if most of the comments on this video don't include that word. It tells me they watched to the end. Unfortunately, I have a lot of people who hate me, and when they smell blood in the water, they also jump in to attack. One of the original things used against me by people from Keffals community is my supposed hate obsession with Lance. From the Source TV. Lance was friends with the serial abuser and disgraced YouTuber Illuminati, who was outed broadly as such after she falsely accused Legal Eagle's editor of plagiarism. He defended her claims against Legal Eagle, which was already quite dumb, but what really upset me...
To be fair, I kind of have a neck beard going on. It's just because I don't shave it, and it's really fucking annoying. It grows so fucking fast. Like it actually grows like at an insane rate. I can't even hate.
Her now proven
It's so
lies about
fucking
her
annoying.
coworkers she abused, and calling her victims malicious liars. So here's the screenshot of that video. I know I gotta kind of zoom in actually. Illuminati debunks the malicious claims from former Sad Milk team. Her receipts are insane. That was her original apology dunk on the Sad Milk team video that got like viral hate. And he defended her. I covered this awful video full of abuse apologia when it came out, and Lance quickly began getting hate for it. His response was unbelievable. He just deleted the video and to this day pretends like he never made it. He did respond to me though, and in said response...
Yeah, Lance from the Surfs is a fucking retard. Unironically, probably one of the only people dumber than Xander Hall.
He refuses to play any part of my video talking about this and rewrites history. The news story is that he just defended her against Legal Eagle, which is cringe, but certainly not too bad if that was what had really happened. He knows he can't turn this into a W, so he's tried to make it a smaller L. So here's his quote tweet of me. I really enjoyed the new H-Bomber Guy video and thought the call out for the Legal Eagle fiasco, which I've apologized to him publicly for, was great and deserved. The rest of the video on plagiarism is required watching for anyone so do check it out. True, you should check it out. Yeah, L for Lance. Because of his successful rewriting of history on this topic, I've been framed as the one who's obsessed and can't let a grudge go, which kind of contributes to this overall idea that I'm super unreasonable and on edge and super ready to burn bridges all the time. While they want to stay out of it, one of the many people Illuminati abused knows what Lance said and appreciates me calling him out. Lance and his friends were part of her wave of harassment she sent to them to cover her own ass, so I do think he needs to make a public apology to them all. Also, if you would like to support the creators who were financially abused by Illuminati, their channel links will be down in the description below. On top of this, another Zan hater named President Sunday tried his best to clout chase off of this. We got the first tweet.
Let's go! President Sunday mention. Woo! I'm pretty sure. I think I might have retweeted this. Oh my god. I was talking about this earlier, bro. President Sunday, I fucking love President Sunday because it's 50-50 with him, right? He's either right on the money, 1000% correct, like just like super like, or he's just like so fucking wrong. It's funny, right? Like he's either like, unironically, depending on how he wakes up, he's either Down syndrome tier retarded or like fucking or fucking Gandhi, bro. It's so oh my god. He's like the opposite of like you just can't hate him. I don't know.
Okay. Xander Hall, you're a man-child, so perhaps it hasn't occurred to you that you making yourself look absolutely pathetic could endanger the income you get from being a social media character. Consider growing the fuck up. Very good. It's a little ironic since President Sunday and Keffals hate each other, but hey, content is content, and I'm their mutual enemy. He began defending Shu on Twitter and claiming that her husband isn't a fascist, and that she never
Oh my fucking god, are you kidding me right now? It's ironic because President Sunday actually also hates Keffals. I hate both of you fucking guys. I think both of you guys are retarded. But you could view situations objectively from a third party, even if you hate both parties, and discern which one is right, right?
Or Demon Mama.
Like Xander Hall is so fucking like politic brain. He unironically placed like team sports where he's like, oh, well, supposedly you hate this person, but you're defending them here. Yeah, people you hate can do good things.
He's actually a modernist Catholic authoritarian liberal theocrat, but I don't think we're ready for that conversation. My connection to Eudaimonia is as an antagonist. That's why I criticize all of his material on my channel. I'm just doing so on the theory level with him. He's actually a modernist Catholic authoritarian liberal theocrat. He actually said that with a straight face. I cannot believe it. He wanted to debate me on whether Shu pedojacketed me or not, but doing so would only
here, okay. See, that's what I mean. He was a little cringe there. that was a President Sunday miss, okay?
Him the attention he wants. How do you debunk a clout chaser? By sending someone else to chase his clout. My good buddy Ethan/RK finally started doing YouTube after years of me begging him to do so, when he agreed to do a debate with Sunday on whether Shu pedojacketed me. Here's the thumbnail for that video. It'll be linked down below, by the way. Explaining social convention to a weirdo, and then plus chatting and the rest of the stream stuff. And the cool Wojak thumbnail as well is a reference to It's Always Sunny, because of the implication. Yeah, Ethan's the go. It was absolutely hilarious. I haven't seen much from President Sunday, but apparently he's never gotten that ass mad during a debate before. At one point, he starts yelling over Ethan to keep him from reading out this tweet exchange. And it's the tweet exchange where Shu pedojackets me, where I quote tweet the Nazi that she's friends with, and she says I unfollowed her over pedo shit, normal and cool. He also tries to call me a hypocrite for still working with Brianna Wu on political advocacy despite something awful she said about Demon Mama and her partner. But as I've said before, I've never been asked by either of them, not even when eating fried fish with Demon Mama on my couch, that they were made uncomfortable by me working with Brianna. Also, I work with people who sided with Lonnie, like in that whole thing, okay? It's political action, like actual, real political action. Like, it's not friendship.
Xander Hall, you are not doing political action, buddy, okay? You are not doing political action. Nothing you do will ever impact anything politically in the world ever, okay?
Actually working to keep Republicans out of power with progressive victory. Like, yeah, it's not that. Like,
this guy is such a fucking cringer, bro. I'm actually working to keep Republicans out of power with progressive victory. Shut the fuck. You're a fucking loser on the internet, bro. Nobody online is doing anything political significantly, especially at under 100K subs, okay?
There were literally people in that group that backed Lonnie, my abuser, my ex, that I suck it up and work with because it's for the actual betterment of the political status of this country and the improvement of people's rights. Like I am still working with Keffels on that, I believe. I don't know if Keffels is on there yet, but I think she will be working with them. Like I don't have a problem with that. Like I will absolutely still work with Keffels on in this. Don't want it to be made a big deal. I hate to even have to acknowledge it, but I feel it's important because claims have been made about me for it. But Sunday just kept bringing it up against the wishes of the people who are wrong.
Get him, Sunday.
So it just feels...
Get him.
Regardless. Just let it die, is what I've been asked. At this point, I've had to say this so many times, I'm pretty sure it's impossible for them not to know that's an option if they want to pursue it. And I wouldn't blame them if they did, but they haven't. And that's, of course, approaching me and asking me not to associate with Brianna Wu. If I was asked that, I would. I really don't think we have time to debunk any more bullshit in this video as much as I would like to. It's so sad to me that this whole last week, or this whole last 2 weeks, really, the entire left is obsessed over the friendship of me and Keffels, while someone else in our community went through one of the most traumatic experiences ever, and people talked about it for like half a day. I haven't really talked much about this, but it kind of really stressed me out a bit, like, right before I got caught up in this whole Keffels drama. I will not tell you the whole story here, since they have both done so on their own platforms. My friends Hunter Avalone and Holly were attacked by a man with a shotgun about a week ago, and Holly was shot in the leg and injured. The situation has been awful for them, and now the worst people you can imagine are dogpiling
Why are we talking about this?
them because they see them as vulnerable. For those that don't know, obviously I've known Hunter Avalone for quite some time. We've been publicly friends and all that good stuff.
Bro,
But
Hunter
Holly,
Avalone right now, you want to know why Hunter Avalone is getting dogpiled right now? Because he's a fucking retard. Because right after he almost got fucking shot, he goes on Twitter and starts arguing with 100 follower fucking nobodies about why he didn't deserve to get shot or something. Obviously, if you fucking feed the trolls that fucking hard and you lean into it that fucking hard, you're gonna get a bunch of fucking hate, okay? It is entirely his fucking fault that he's getting hate right now because he's a fucking dumbass. Obviously, he was gonna get a little bit of hate anyway, but the way he's acted throughout this entire situation has completely accentuated that hate and made him get tons more fucking hate, okay? God damn it, bro. Holy fuck.
With for longer than Hunter and Holly knew each other, as far as I know. I know Holly through a mutual friend, and we're pretty we're not best.
I need to skip through this.
She's in my Final Fantasy. Oh, although this is lightened up a bit, but it's still happening, obviously, to make it sound bad to people who are on the right, you know, from their estranged lover after having suffered a gunshot and reform his anti-police positions. Fucking ghoulish. So I quote tweet him with something that is absolutely true and a perfect example of
okay.
forbidden.
I fucking hate Xander Hall, bro. you don't have time to go through more allegations from Keffals, which I honestly I kind of understand. She's done like multiple hour-long streams. Why are we talking about this right now? Talk about this in a different fucking stream. This does not need to be in your Keffals response.
Bit of knowledge I have that I so.
All right, does he talk about Keffals?
On them. So yeah, go send them some fucking love. In fact, because I've got 700. But yeah, at the end of the day, listen, guys. Do you still think she is the new DJ Mule? Because I still feel like the guy is a much larger piece of shit. I think she's the new DJ Mule, and what I meant by that, and still mean by that, is the sense that she is now the most prominent hater of me. You know?
Okay, dude. Xander Hall always does this shit, and it's so fucking annoying. If you don't know who DJ Mule is a legitimate retard. Okay, here, let me pull up his channel. DJ Mule is a legitimate retard who tried to expose Xander Hall. And the video was so fucking bad that literally everybody came to Xander Hall's defense, right? Because, like, this video is complete and utter dog. I mean, you can see the like-dislike ratio here. It is so fucking dog shit. He got ratioed. This comment has 2K likes. The video only got 1.5K likes, okay? This video is undeniably dog shit. But what Xander Hall likes to do is that whenever he gets a new hater who has legitimate and good criticisms of him, he likes to call them the new DJ Mule. He did this with the Tomfoolery Show. The Tomfoolery Show, when he had about 800 subs, I think it is, released a video detailing how Xander Hall is basically super fucking retarded. Xander Hall didn't even react to that video. He just goes, oh, that guy's the new DJ Mule. He might have actually, I don't remember if he reacted to it or not, so don't quote me on that. But he basically just said, oh, that guy's the new DJ Mule. He's, yeah, he's just slandering me or whatever. And then, like, completely dismissed it all by saying he's the new DJ Mule. And now he's doing the same fucking thing with Keffals. Just because one retarded guy criticized you one time, that doesn't mean that all criticism that comes at you at any point in the fucking future is automatically can be, like, dismissed, right? Xander Hall is such a slimy little fucker, bro.
I feel like DJ Mule's been dethroned by her as, like, the prime person who hates me. Like, no one's made more hate videos on me than Keffals besides maybe my stalker. And I don't think Keffals is a stalker. She just really milked this for drama. And I guess that's the final point I'd like to respond to.
Flamenco TV, say his name.
I have done 2 pieces of content at all about this, okay?
Actually, here's a good question. This stalker, supposedly that you had for a long time, right? The stalker that you had, Flamenco TV, he was actually friends with Augie RFC. As well, I mean, he wasn't ever really friends with Nick Durio, to be fair. Why, Xander Hall, did you publicly associate with Augie RFC when your stalker was a frequenter on his streams? His Flamenco TV called him he even met up with Augie in real life. They were friends. Why wouldn't you cut off Augie? Xander Hall?
My first stream, in which
That's
I
a lot
just
of fucking
basically
words.
vented a bit after my conversation with her after her first stream about me, and brought Tipster on as a sign of good faith in order to give Keffals' side. Literally went radio silent on anything Keffals related besides occasionally responding to chatters because I didn't want to feed into her. She continued to make 4 more segments on me. And I admit the stream she made correcting the false allegations of her being an abuser, made by her abuser, that I very mistakenly retweeted. I just, much like in cases with her where she's seen like severe allegations towards someone she doesn't like in chat and repeats them because, holy shit, I don't like this person. This seems damning. I just got an own. But then it turns out they're not true. I pulled a
Yeah,
couple.
you guys
I
are
thought
both
ironically
fucking
told-
retarded for that. Yeah, I'm actually just gonna signal boost these serious allegations because I don't like that person. Like that really just encapsulates Xander Hall versus Keffals. Just 2 retards going at it.
Keffals, and I apologize. I truly do. For multiple reasons, I apologize. A, because, you know, that's fucked up to do to Keffals. I've been in the position that she was in, like getting Darvoed by your abusive ex online and people believing it and supporting those allegations. I've had that happen to me, and you guys know how I feel about the people who, like, supported Lonnie, right? Or at least the people who supported Lonnie and didn't do their due diligence and fully coming out to say, that was wrong! I was wrong to do that, like I am now. And it just sucks as well because, you know, this is also applies to another situation.
Thank you,
the
Fox
Dream
Warrior.
situation.
Sorry I didn't see your chat
I don't know all the
earlier.
details,
I'm
but from
on
what I can
fucking-
see, Dream apparently did a pretty good job of debunking the claims that he's a groomer or a pedo, and I feel really bad that I've jumped on the bandwagon of shitting on him and like making fun of him and giving like he did not. I don't know. I'm not. Once again, with how muddy the waters are, it's not just the Keffals thing. I feel a responsibility to be more careful about this kind of stuff with everything. So if I talk about the Dream stuff in the future, it's gonna be after doing some deep dive research, because I don't want to make that mistake again with anybody. You know, I have a responsibility not to promote that kind of shit. I've had it done to me too many times, and I know how it feels.
I mean, fucking, this is the most obvious shit ever. How long has Xander Hall been fucking creating content, bro? Oldest. 6 years, bro. 6 years he's been creating content, and he just now learned you're not supposed to push unproved allegations. You're fucking joking. 6 years and you just learned this? Dude, you're a fucking moron.
You know, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. I really wouldn't. But yeah, I mean, I apologize for that wholeheartedly. And on top of that, I want to acknowledge a comment I saw earlier from someone that I wanted to get to, but it kind of would have derailed me, saying, I think it's weird your friend goes on Kiwi Farms to look at videos of animals getting abused. I'm going to pretend you're being good faith, okay? I'm going to pretend you're being good faith, because I imagine it's possible someone could have heard what I said and interpreted any of it that way. So for those that don't know, Kiwi Farms is a doxing and harassment forum. Who they dox and harass depends on what board or thread they're on. It's a bit like 4chan. You guys know how like 4chan
Okay,
is
I don't care to hear him soy out about Kiwi Farms.
I know them well. Like that I know they're not a Kiwi Farms weirdo, you know? Especially if they're giving me info on like my stalker, who's also Keffel's stalker, by the way. Like the info that Maddie was collecting for me was on the stalker that stalked both me and Keffel's. So yeah, I don't know. I'm sure at some point, like in the future, you know what might happen? Because Ethan was kind of implicated in a lot of these lies due to him getting clipped. Ethan, aka RK, will likely do like an actual full response to Keffel's stream
There he
where she
is.
clipped him and I talking
The
and
man
give the
himself,
actual
Flamenco.
full context. Because to be fair, like Maddie's my friend, but like not like super close. Like we hang out in a Discord call sometimes,
Say
right?
his
Like I don't
name.
know all the details, but as I've had it explained to me, she was doxxed and had her nudes leaked on Kiwi Farms, and that's kind of how she became acquainted with the site. And I'll admit, I browsed the site particularly to find out if more info on me got doxxed a fair amount after I first got my shit leaked on there. My whole address, my family's address got doxxed. I browsed Kiwi Farms to see if more info was leaking. Does that make me a Kiwi farmer? Because Keffels did the same thing. I don't know.
Welcome to the family,
hypocrisy is clear,
Xander.
and it just feels so disingenuous of her to pretend like she's just like defending herself here when like I've been radio silent besides to be that very mistake of a retweet through all of this. And like some responses to chatters. But that's really all I have to say about it. If Keffels wants to make a response to this, I honestly will give her the floor to do so, unless she really goes over the top with like lies or like mischaracterizations of me, which I'm gonna be really good faith and say I don't think she will. She messaged our mutual friend saying she wants to work things out and bury the hatchet and not be at active hostilities, and I'm fine with that. I don't want to like actively be at each other's throats. I just don't want to be friends anymore. Like if like that's something she still wants to do after this, I'm even fine with her making a response as long as it's just honest within reason. I'm okay with some bias, but if she just straight up lies, like with the Karl Marx thing, for example, then I might feel compelled to respond again. But I don't know if I'll do it in such an organized form, because God, this was a lot. And boy, did I not even give you guys the half of how much hate I have gotten. The amount of hate has been
Oh my God.
fucking sane, dude.
Dude, you're such a fucking victim. I've actually gotten a lot of hate, guys. A lot of hate. I don't care.
Fucking sane. And it's sad because it's been from a lot of like my own fans, if that makes sense.
Maybe that's
Like,
an
a lot of it
indication that
has
you might be
literally been
wrong.
from people that have been regulars in my community. And I guess I get that they fell for it and all that, but still, it sucks, you know? Anyway, as I said before, here is Holly's GoFundMe link. And let me grab Hunter's GoFundMe link. Like I said, they got doxxed by all of this. They have to move. Like, both of them have to move. Plus, their shit got fucked. Like, all their stuff got, like, rummaged through by the police. It goes out of the video. So, we're turning the drama views into positive views. Because,
Wow,
frankly,
you're such a
the
good
attention
guy,
this whole
Xander
drama
Hall.
got
Oh my
should have
God.
gone to Hunter's situation in the first place. Because, you know, I think getting shot is more like, I'm sorry, but getting shot is more serious than this, you know? Keffels is looking over the script right now, the script for this sand stream. Oh, yeah, is she actually responding live? I won't, like, live watch her response, but, like, I don't like that she's just reading the script and not watching, because I play the clips, and she can just decide not to play the clips. That's a little...
That's what you did!
Well, like I said, I'll give her the ground to have her last word. I'm not really interested in having called you slimy. Ooh. She's calling me slimy.
You are a
Yeah,
slimy
that's
little
pretty much
fucker.
my last word, unless she says some really out-of-this-world shit about me. But I've got other stuff to cover, and more stuff to do, so with all...
You see when the light illuminated? Look how shiny he is. He's unironically fucking slimy, bro.
that said, thank you for hearing me out.
Alright. That's gonna be the end of the stream, guys. Holy fuck. I hate all these people. Dude, I'm actually on a kick right now. I'm gonna try and go live tomorrow if I can. But if I don't go live tomorrow, there will definitely at least be a stream segment going live. I mean, if you've watched this entire stream, then you've already seen all of everything. But I mean, yeah. Tune in next time if you want to. What song should I play? Dude, I only know like I have so little uncopyrighted music, it kind of sucks because it limits my song choice for the end and starts of streams. What do I want to play? Thank you guys so much for all sticking around for the stream, though. It means a lot. Even though I fucked up the notifications and all that other shit, I'm very thankful. So yeah, I'll play this. Banger alert! I'll see you guys later.
Just keep your feet on the ground.